Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome to the hopefully abridged Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. We're doing our best, honest. You're listening to Maffew, Ross, and Jack and Joe.
Oh, it's Rumble
Now
season.
it's the week in wrestling.
Oh, it's Rumble season, baby. That's what I was going to say.
Oh, yeah. Content
yeah.
out the ears. Let's go.
That's right. Stuff it so you can feel no more.
Yeah.
Aye. So how have you been, Ross? Anything to report this week that might be newsworthy or noteworthy?
I don't know, Maffew. What are you hinting at here? What's going
Oh,
on?
nothing.
Honestly, don't know what
Your
you're
legs
hinting-
are looking good today,
Oh,
Ross.
right. Yes, I got a new tattoo the other day. And on Monday, I got it booked. Well, I booked it in for Tuesday on like December the 28th. Messaged the guy, get me booked in. Right, let's do it. An original idea, I thought it was. Flicked on Twitter on Monday afternoon, BBC News. Ever heard of that before?
No.
It's a fairly big, if not a little bit crooked news establishment thingy-jiggy. And they're like, well, the UK's new most popular tattoo has been revealed. It's Feathers McGraw. Here are 7,000 people who got Feathers McGraw tattoos last week. And I was like, well, I'm booked in for that tomorrow. I can't cancel now. So I went ahead and done it. Splice, Joel. Splice. Yeah. Splice in the picture.
You'll,
It's there if you want to see
I was
it.
going to say also,
It's there.
get your leg up.
It's there. It's there.
You'll be-
Hey!
Hey.
You'll be part of a,
Get your cock out.
you know, like you're like a, like in decades to come, you're like a Freemason or something, or a member of a secret society now. You'll see another lad with a feathers tattoo, and you'll be like,
Oh.
I remember those days. I remember 2025.
Yeah, Feathers, class of 2025.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Solidarity, brother.
Clash legs like they're beer jugs and then kill an infant. That's what we'll do. In the name of Feathers McGraw.
That's what secret societies do.
But apart from that, it's fine. We're all as confused as you, by the way, as to how to make this podcast shorter, because I looked at the comments last week, terrified as what the reaction would be, because if there's one thing we know, it's that people don't like change on YouTube. And there was like a comment saying, yeah, get rid of that. But then there would be another comment saying, I love that, don't get rid of it.
Yeah.
So we're the same
The
as
comments
you.
were oddly accurate
Yeah.
as to our mindset for once. They were
Right.
like, yeah.
It's like that legendary Terry Pratchett quote, because I've listened to all the readers' feedback and the new stories will be longer and shorter.
Yeah.
There'll be lots of new characters and old characters. It's,
Yeah, it's not the thing we really want to do. It's just the thing we sort of have to do now because it's circumstances are that way. It's a weird one. I don't think we'll ever work it out with a thing that everyone likes, but that is the nature of the beast.
That's it, because everyone's different.
Yeah.
Which means that's a nice way of saying you're stink and we're great. But yeah, we're doing our best.
Yeah.
But next week we will be doing a podcast special, I believe, of just the Rumble.
We're going to see how it goes. Yeah, we're going to get a podcast out on Monday after a pay-per-view, starting with the Rumble. Just the This Week in Wrestling portion of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it
Or the
means we
Royal
can
Rumble
go a
portion
bit
of This Week in
more.
Wrestling.
Yeah,
That's the right
we
way
knew
around.
what you meant.
Jesus Christ.
Sometimes we do kind of spend more time on the TV shows than the pay-per-views, so at least this way we can focus on the big shows. I suppose.
Yeah.
Not on the big show, on the big
Oh,
shows.
that'd be a good comeback.
I'm missing that first episode though because I am on my big walk next week. I might set up like a thing.
yeah, can we ring you?
Tom did on my last big walk.
The
I was on
Royal
I was on
Ramble.
I was on the radio on my last big walk.
Thank
The
you.
Royal
I heard it,
Rambles,
I heard
yeah. I might set up like a, because obviously I did that other big one for charity. I might do it like a GoFundMe or something. Or like a Just Giving, that's the one. Not a GoFundMe, that would just be for my own gain.
Oh, right, yeah.
A Just Giving.
Again, we knew what you meant.
Yeah. But I've got nothing else to report either, Matthew.
Oh, sweet.
Yourself?
I went to my mate's engagement party.
Very nice.
Very happy. He's someone that I'd written off a while ago, and I'm happy when the people...
What do you mean written off?
There's just some people you go, oh, you're not going to make it, are you, pal? Because you live with them, and then obviously people develop and get better, and, you know, time goes
Oh, so
by.
it's the
Get the
lockdown
Rocky
guy.
montage. No, I got it. Oh, God. There's so many people in my life. I'm just happy they're alive. But, yeah, he's engaged, and I said, how did you... pop the question. I said, oh, they're in Japan together, and they went to Mount Fuji, and he thought, well, that's going to be lovely. Yeah, up the Fuji.
Up the Fuji.
That's right. Star of Dublin, Japan. And yeah, I just thought it was really romantic to propose to his lovely wife-to-be and all this stuff. Except for the fact, Mount Fuji is an active volcano. So, and active like every 100 or 10,000 years or so I don't have to worry about it too long. But apparently because of that, the smell of sulfur is everywhere up there. So there was this big smell of bad egg everywhere. And he said, like, oh, look, I'll just have to get this out of the way. Can you come over here? And she went, like, I hope you're not wanting to go over there, and pointed. And there's this, like, cafe that's designed to be, like, all egg-shaped. Like, the chairs are eggs, everything's egg menu, whatever, just to coincide with the fact that it stinks of eggs. And he's like, no, I want to marry you. Oh, that's beautiful.
Just imagine their face. Yes, I do. I will.
Will you marry me? So I thought it was a nice story to share.
That is a nice story. It's good.
Yeah. Cheers, Ian. Love you.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
The prestigious Hall of Fame segment. In condescending order from last week, Air Gold versus Sean Ross Sapp.
Oh, that was bottom.
I took a risk and it didn't pay off.
Was that you?
Yeah,
I thought that was Maffew.
I didn't believe in it, but I wanted to win the Hall of Fame, and I saw the reaction online to it, and I thought that's a shoo-in for a win.
Yeah, you said that you felt a bit shallow for picking it because it wasn't within your soul.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. It's actually joint second then in that case with The Traders UK. Wow.
Well, after I nominated it,
Big from Joel there.
after I nominated it, we got the finale that weekend.
Bollocks.
Yeah, it wasn't the most satisfying, so that might have cost.
Was it not?
Nah.
It's just they stacked the deck against the traitors too hard, and
Yeah.
they just basically eliminated the traitor when it didn't have to happen that way.
And also, I feel like the game is inherently flawed. It rewards the stupider contestants more than the cleverer ones. Because if you're intelligent and trying to solve who the traitors are, the traitors will ban it, it'll get you out. Because they'll be like, you're a threat. Whereas the stupid ones get kept on until the final. And then if they just work out who the traitor is by then they'll get the money. Whereas, but the traders want to keep the more gullible ones in. So it just rewards incompetence.
Right. It sounds like the weakest link when I stopped watching it because people figured out, it's the last three people, the two dumb ones will get rid of the smartest one. And they at the time they just have to go, I know I'm being voted out. I know the bloody answers. And the two thickies like, we've got this.
The person who wins the weakest link is always the second cleverest one, yeah.
Oh, well, but number one, the dump truck, 65%. Still unsure if that's the name of the blokey or the move, but thank you very much for your dump truck.
Someone said in the comments on Twitter.
Yeah, it's on Patreon as well. Someone knows on Patreon.
They had like
And no one wrote it down.
They had like matching tag team names, like Bear and whatever Boulder. Or it was like that. They had like
Bin,
Caterpillar
Man.
and
Yeah.
JCB or
yeah.
JCB? JCP.
JCB.
I'm Luke, I'm dad, and my dad's Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Drives me
I'm
around in
Luke,
his JCB.
What a tune that was, actually. Holding up the bypass. Whoa.
Me and my dad having a top laugh, I believe the lyric is, maybe.
One of my best tweets ever was the shot of AJ Styles in the JCB with Undertaker looming behind him. And I just put the lyrics to that song, and the British people got it. It was good.
That's all that matters. The good British people who voted for dump truck.
Dumpy.
Not a rubbish pick, as it turns out. So I get sent so many little Hall of Fame bits from people that I've just got a long list now. So do you want to say at the start of this, which one do you want this week, Maffew? And I said, well, I want the one with the funny groundhog. It's Google. There we go. So a groundhog named Chunk has been stealing a farmer's crop from Delaware for 4 years and eats it in front of the person's camera.
Okay.
Which is just the audacity of this bitch. Please play the amazing audio.
That's good audio. Oh,
That's quite lynching, isn't it?
we should probably do an audio description, Maffew. for
Oh
point.
God, sorry, I'm so engrossed in this. A groundhog named Chunk is eating stuff,
But in
but
quite
staring directly at the camera whilst he knows where the camera is.
yeah, in quite an
good,
audacious. Did you turn Australian there?
That's where the camera is.
The
Sorry.
camera is. He bloody knows it. The cheeky little bastard. Okay, how long is this? How many times has he done
it's
this?
looping now, like.
Oh, right, okay, right.
So this is the groundhog mukbang, where he's just working the hard cam, eating this lad's veg. And that's fruit, I think. I think it's an apple. It's a big carrot now. He's eating at the wrong end. He's eating corn the wrong way, as the signs say. Broccoli, that's more like it. They're sideways, pal. Good lad. And he's got nothing there. She's cleaning his teeth. And the jowls on him. The thing about this video is you can just watch it for hours.
And we are apparently going to do that.
Apparently, I know we're going to stop now. So that is mine. A groundhog named Chunk, eating stuff.
That's a good one. That's a solid Hall of Fame pick.
Mandy Rose all right, by the way? Those two first hashtags, they're not related, are they? On Twitter?
Oh, God, I hope not.
I hate that bloody thing. Ugh.
Oh, I hope she is.
That's not fine, though.
We're not going to check.
Oh, God, it's really bad. Funny. Breaking news.
We're known for a little bit of a podcast curse around these parts.
Yes. Who goes next? Because we were tied.
Do you want to arm? No.
No. I saw that video where the two YouTubers had an arm wrestle and one snapped the other one's arm.
Because their technique
What?
was all wrong.
two YouTubers on a football thing had like an arm wrestle, just a friendly arm wrestle.
Just a friendly one.
And the thinner of the two, the one who looked less strong, but it must, as Ross says, must be all be technique.
Yeah.
Like,
Because they were like that. What you need to do is...
they're side by side like me and Ross, so they're at quite an awkward angle anyway.
Yeah.
And then whichever one loses, it goes... And
What?
Just snaps his humerus
he's not
away,
like
yeah.
screaming because he can't feel it. It's just totally gone. He just goes like...
When I brought my arm, that was, I couldn't do anything, but I couldn't
obviously
feel
all
anything.
the other presenters in the production are all like, oh my God, like they were all freaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't like Tom.
That's all
And
right,
Bryce
you go first then.
Bryce Remsburg said, yeah, you're fine, carry on. Sorry.
Do you want to go?
No, you go first.
I'm nominating Drew McIntyre and Sheamus on Hot Ones.
Good
I
episode.
haven't seen this yet.
So
that's good.
it's not the standard Hot Ones format where they're being interviewed by Sean. It's Hot Ones versus. So it's just those two on camera, and they have to like do some sort of challenge.
Truth or dab, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like they've got to answer an embarrassing question, or the forfeit to avoid the question is to eat the hot wing. They skip all the early spices in Hot Ones. They're just straight onto the big ones. And sometimes they've got to do a challenge as well, like who wins at darts or whatever. And it just becomes really quickly apparent in this video that Sheamus does not give it. He doesn't care what he says. He's really funny. And he's just trying to embarrass Drew all the time. Drew's handling the spice worse than Sheamus. And Sheamus is loving that and trying to go on, avoid the question, eat another wing. How many times are we on this show? And then they play darts at the end for some reason.
Yeah.
And then Sheamus is the last one to throw, and it's all slow motion and dramatic. And then he misses the board and goes, ah. And then Drew goes, I think you're still ahead. And then they're like, you won, Sheamus. He goes, yes. Catholics won, Protestants nil.
I've got to watch this.
And there's parts where like,
Lots of F-bombs, by the way.
oh, they love swearing.
Goodness
now,
me,
yeah.
yes.
At one point, Drew's sweating and he eats the wing, and but they've got to ask because there's no host. They read the questions to each other.
Yeah.
So Drew goes like, "You're a great former champion. Let's see if you can F me." No, not let's see if you can F me, because he's like just reacting to the
right,
spice.
right.
Let's see if you can F me. And Sheamus is like, I know we've known each other a long time. But just Sheamus doesn't give it. Drew's trying to sort of stay in character.
Yeah.
But by the end, Sheamus has broken him.
Yeah.
And at one point, they both laugh about Sheamus is like, we're always good at putting other guys over, aren't we? The bloody golden boys. That's what we're good at. Just shoot him. He did that when I interviewed him.
Yeah.
I mentioned the stable he was in with like Barrett and Del Rio, the lads. Was it the
what was
United
the name?
Empire or something like that?
United Empire.
League of Nations.
League of Nations. That's right.
United Empire.
The US.
Yes.
And I remember saying to him, I tried to like do a nice question and be like, you guys were very popular despite, you always got battered by Roman Reigns basically. But I was like, you did a really good job and you were very entertaining. And he was like, yeah, who did that help apart from Roman? I was like, well, yeah, I guess so. And he was like, yeah, I always thought it was a bit pointless, isn't it? I was like, bloody hell. He's very honest.
I mean, he was right, but wow.
He doesn't care.
I love nonchalant Sheamus.
Yeah,
Out of
so
character.
that is my pick. Sheamus and Drew McIntyre on Hot Ones. I'd heartily recommend it. At one point, there's like a sound effect. Like, it's like bonus round, and then this woman off screen presses a button, and it goes, and Sheamus is like, come on screen, that's your job. You just press a button. And she's like, yeah. And he goes, fantastic.
I didn't used to like see the appeal of that show, but now I'm like, I don't know what the hell. I must have been a really miserable mood that day because the Conan O'Brien one.
It depends who the guest is.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
Conan.
yeah.
That's a different kettle of fish, that
Yeah.
episode, yeah.
Gordon
Ramsay was a big disappointment because he comes on with a full-on medical bag of all different remedies for the spice.
All right.
What a softie. I couldn't do it. Can't do spice.
Well, we saw me doing that one thing that was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Ross did
the
it
one that
once.
expired months ago, and then using the wrong type of dairy to put it out.
Me and Ross-
Great stuff.
Me and Ross did it once, and it was...
Enough.
You had it worse in the moment, but you recovered quicker than me because I remember you were fine by the end of the day, and I was walking home and I thought I was going to crap myself in the middle of the street. I didn't, but it was bad.
That's it. You're like, well, I'd rather be kicked in the shin than this. And probably, because I can rub stuff on my shin. Like, there's just there's nothing you can do inside your belly.
You just got to wait.
Yeah.
What happens if you're gagging to go and the only thing you can see is an Italian restaurant? Do I go in to use the toilet? Ah!
This forfeits. This bet is spiraling off into bigger and bigger things. Jack has to publicly soil himself in an Italian restaurant with his laptop.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't offering that, but if you want, I'd like to.
Ross.
Just go on Twitter. Joel, I should have said this before. Just type in Adam Ross Cultaholic. I'm going to nominate mine and Adam's big night out on Friday.
Have you not seen it?
Yeah.
No, it is, yes.
It'll be there.
I'll put it in the chat as well if it helps.
All right. You're wrong. How have you messed
us.
this up? Go on late
The
this, man,
maths.
Joel.
Oh.
There you go. Stop that moving. Yeah, there we go. Me and Adam had a big night out on Friday at SmackDown in the front row. My Twitter doesn't blow up anymore. It did on Friday. And there we go. More 2019 me. More probably, I don't know, Adam doesn't really have the stash anymore, does he?
No, it's old Adam as well.
And he's healthy now. Ugh. Disgusting.
So who is that little fella?
I don't know.
He's an Olympian according to his big hoodie.
Yeah, it is.
Because I know you've pointed out before the similarities between you, or maybe you of a couple of years ago, and Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
I didn't know he had a friend who looked like Adam.
Yeah, it's such a small world.
It's mad.
I've seen a few roasts with Gillis on, and like he looks good there, but like he's proper pink. Like they go, you look like he walked into a stop sign.
Bud Light, innit?
Yeah.
The Bud Light bloat. But yeah, he went to an NXT takeover. I want to say 2017.
All right.
This is before the SNL thing all happened. And I got a load of stuff there. Like, Ross, what you... Because I didn't have a beard then.
yeah.
Like, Ross, what are you doing there? So I've sort of been aware of him since then, but yeah.
What's someone behind him trying to do? Are they showing us? Is that like a message?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, like,
That looks
hey,
like-
here's me DMing somebody with what is that?
To my naked, glassesless eye, it looks like it might be a naughty picture.
Oh,
It looks like
can't
it's on
really make
like Spotify or like podcast app or something.
all right.
Who knows what it
Oh,
might be.
yeah, no, that's what it is. Yeah.
I think that the
Listen
Pachidi,
to my Spotify.
I think the Pachidi man, if he had slightly different hair or something, could also be Joel. It's
I
a
see
little
it.
bit, yeah.
I see it.
Oh.
He's like a mixture of Pachidi and Joel.
Let's ask him what films he's watching next year. We'll see which one it is.
Nice,
good.
there you go, mate. My name's Big Night Out. Friday Night SmackDown.
This explains all your Trump impression.
I saw
They're busy, mate.
I saw a clip of Shane Gillis meeting Cody, but
All right.
I don't think I was watching it with audio at the time, so I don't know what they talked about. He just walks up backstage and like,
Probably called him gay or something like that.
oh right,
It's kind
so
of
Shane
gay.
Gillis.
Hi, I'm Cody. Gay. Some 3 good picks there.
I think
Got-
Shane Gillis is a
There you go. Keep going down. There's me and Adam from 2019. Look a bit more similar.
Yeah,
That weird
yeah,
neck
yeah.
thing he does, like a bird.
Yeah.
How does
What
he
you
do
do it? What's your gif? What's your movement?
oh
I've got no idea what that's from.
I do sometimes think about the backlog of crap that's there of us on
Yeah.
sometimes.
Hey.
So this is the Hall of Fame this week. We have a groundhog who eats things.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That'll sell. We have Raw featuring Ross and Pachidi.
SmackDown?
SmackDown. I'll just go Adam.
Was it? Oh, sorry.
Friday.
Beg your pardon then.
I just got
Oh,
Adam,
yeah, right.
Adam Ross's Big Night Out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Ross Big Night. And Jack's.
Sheamus and Drew McIntyre on Hot Ones.
There you go. Sorry, I did forget. You can vote for any of those by going to patreon.com/Cultaholic.
This week in the wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
Time for Week in Wrestling. But first, shout out to the magnificent producers, Reno2200.
He's from the future!
Da-da!
Duck! Return fire!
Noah Anderson. Then we pause and we go to Levi.
Going
Yes.
in for the kill.
Oh, I thought we were doing the...
Oh,
Doing it for the thrill.
yeah, I thought we shouted Anderson again.
Oh, maybe we do, maybe we don't.
Going in... Yeah, what he said about
Levi LaRue.
Levi LaRue.
Jimmy Gillen.
Gillen, the best a man can get.
Larry Robb.
Larry Robb, master of the Patreon. Another line about Larry Robb.
That should be a permanently now. Tear of Grace.
Fear of your grace. No one else can feel it for you. Only breath can let it in. He likes cats. He likes cats. Oh dear.
Lord Bushi.
Ooh. We haven't firmed one down for Bushy, have we?
But like, I just...
Bushy the
Whoa!
It always grumbles about halfway.
No, we need... it's been too long for Lord Bushi.
Turn me on. You
Gotta push the button and let him know he's on the
Bit-
Patreon.
Bit of sugar babes for Lord Bushi.
Bit for the dads.
I hope he's British, otherwise he'll have no idea what... Yeah.
The Sugar Babes didn't crack America.
I doubt it.
It
Kept
is.
changing.
Robbie Williams.
I was going to say,
stuff's
they
bad
don't
enough.
know.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Oh, I wonder how well that film did. Oh, bomb complete.
I got
Fantastic.
nominated for an Oscar for the best visuals, I think.
Oh,
Because he's a monkey.
That's
But
the joke.
Robbie isn't really one.
That's right.
It's not
Kendrick,
the symbolism.
Kendrick Alltop.
Hey now, Kendrick Alltop. Get your show on Patreon.
Yes, thank you very much.
Should we start next week? Should we do them in reverse order so we can really give the attention deserved to the later ones in the list?
Oh, yeah.
For once,
on
just
top
to
of that.
because I feel like by the end we're like, we're trying
I
to
knew
think.
Kendrick.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's just
I get you though. It's nice.
I always try and think of a Kendrick Lamar song, but they're too complex to rap. So all
Yeah.
stars
Challenge
from there.
accepted.
Oh,
Well done.
I know
Ross.
none of them off the top of my head, so I'll just.
you might know swimming pools. That might have been his
How
big.
does that go?
Hold up, drink.
Michael Barrymore.
No.
I was wondering if anyone was going to say it. Just there, isn't it? Like,
I think you must have heard "Not Like Us" last year. It was the song of the year.
Probably, if you say
It was
it.
his diss track where he implied that Drake and his pals are all dodgy. They're not like us.
Probably are.
We don't know.
Maybe.
Kendrick thinks so. The one where he goes trying to strike a chord on it's probably A minor.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, you'd
Big
love it.
fan of
You'd
that
love
one,
it. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
yeah.
Anderson!
We're all just blokes.
Oh, you
We're
snake
all
in
just
the grass.
men shouting and quite scared actually. Do you ever get intimidated in pubs? What?
I know what you're talking about though, because there is a certain brand of fella who the unpredictable nature of what they're like. Like I was at the
You
Antarctic.
just shouted Anderson in my
I was at the Antarctic Monkeys on Saturday with Kayla. Think, it'd be all 30-year-old fellas who were like back there in the heyday and whatnot, surrounded by 16-year-olds. They were
Really?
breathalyzed and under 18s. Me and Kayla get pulled at the front of the queue. We see you're clearly over 18. You can go straight in, sir and madam. Disgusting scenes. Anyway, there's this chava comes up.
No.
Sees me and Kayla just stood there near the bar and he's like, oh, how are you doing this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. And then the woman's like, oh, I'm having such a bad time with him. He's treating me like poo at home to Kayla. And Kayla's
my
like,
God.
da, 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 da.
Oh,
and he
Jesus.
could see it because he's definitely that type of fella, just a terrible, terrible guy. And then this random 30-year-old fella starts dancing with his girl, with his lady. And he sees this. He's like, wait, you stop it, blah, blah, blah. A couple of pushes. And it's the worst assault I've seen with my own eyes in my life.
Worst as in most pathetic or worst as in oh my god?
It was a crime.
Oh Jesus.
He battered him.
Oh my god, what?
Over 20 punches to the body and the head.
Jesus
The guy's on the
Christ.
floor, blood everywhere. He gets carried out by several men.
What?
But that's what I'm saying. That when that guy walks in the pub, now I'm a bit like
Yeah, well yeah. Yeah.
unpredictable men.
Jesus.
But yeah, it wasn't a good time.
Was the music good?
Oh, very good. Antarctic Monkeys. You can barely tell the difference.
This story's mental. Was this at the start of the gig or after? Like
It was about 3/4 of the way through.
mid gig?
Yeah,
Did
don't
they,
sit down because you move because I'll move your chair came on.
That's a calm song.
Oh, it's a heavy riff though when you're there live and near those speakers.
Did Alex Turner bring a stop to it while the fight was happening?
Oh, it was near the back, so we didn't quite see. It was at City Hall, so it was like
wow.
underneath the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
My god.
So when that kind of guy walks in the pub, then I'm a bit like, keep your wits about you. But apart
Yeah.
from that, no insecurities in the pub.
Sometimes it depends on the pub for me. Some pubs I'm a bit whoa.
I don't mind it though, because you sometimes walk in one that looks a bit rough, but then the price of the pint, that's what gets you through. This week in wrestling, we'll take away the news.
yeah.
Triple H is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he apparently got surprised.
You got
by his
really
wife.
surprised. You
Oh,
see the-
yeah, of course he
you see
did.
the
No, I
video?
believe
No,
it.
he
I
was-
believe it.
He did that.
I believe it because I don't think Triple H would put himself in the Hall of Fame. No, I
So funny,
genuinely.
Jack.
Okay, fine.
I Show Speed is inducting him.
Who is inducting him?
Everybody. It'll be the
They'll
first
like
time
us.
the entire history of WWE comes back.
the WWE logo to represent everybody. Like a mascot.
It's the first time some like God's representative on Earth comes in.
Right.
And bestow upon the the greatest of all time.
Gentlemen, give it up for the Holy Spirit. Bow down to the...
You couldn't make it up though. You couldn't make it up. It's great. Really good from him.
Yeah.
He deserves it, lads. Come on, it's Triple
He
H.
does deserve it, but it's just the timing where we're all like, oh, he's so shy to
I
get him
know,
on camera
yeah,
and he
I know.
can't help himself but get himself
Yeah.
on there whenever he can, and then he's in the Hall of Fame.
Even if it had happened maybe this time last year, although it would have been a more blatant attempt to move on from Vince, wouldn't it? Back a year ago, I suppose.
Plus, I think that was
didn't
his,
make it more blatant, but I think
Yeah.
you'd be right.
that was his first Hall of Fame last year, so he simply cannot do it then.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
he's
yeah.
waited until the second
waited for
one.
the second.
Right, yeah.
Oh god.
Hey, dear.
To be first in the party. I'll arrive an hour later.
It'll be Sean that put him in, won't it? Sure.
Oh, of course. There we go.
Yeah.
I just hope we don't get all the DX out there doing their dad's routine.
Of course.
Glasses with big eyes boinging off them and all that.
Well, Sean
Winkies.
will try and do something, and Triple H will have to pretend to laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, stop.
Road
stealing
Dogg's the
that.
most egregious for me, you know.
Is he?
Because you can tell he's like fully engrossed in like, I'm being mint here instead of being like a dad. You just want to shut up.
It was
Shut up, Dad.
Their induction was a little bit embarrassing. I remember the DX induction.
Was it embarrassing?
They were all,
I think
in a dad way. In a
you know
very
what I
dad
remember?
way.
Yeah, I remember there being a bit like, all right, yeah. But then just X-Pac being like, China should be here.
Yeah, fair. X-Pac's right on.
It's like, get him.
Yeah,
Well done,
yeah.
lad.
Who would have thought, looking back then, that X-Pac would grow up to be the soundest of
Right.
DX? Weird.
The lad used to say, your ass is the grass and I'm going to smoke it.
That's a good line.
Yeah, if you don't think about it too much. SmackDown this week. Joe Tessitore brings out Cody Rhodes to open the show. Cody says Shawn Michaels is the perfect moderator for his contract signing with Kevin Owens that I forgot happened. We're going to be covering it soon, aren't we? Cody puts over the ability of Owens, but he always takes the easy way out. The ladder match doesn't offer an easy way out, though. Cody reminds Owens that he might be a good guy, but he has a dark side, too. He's the grandson of a plumber. He's also the student of Randy Orton.
Dangerous from Cody. Mentions WrestleMania like he's looking past Kevin already. We know Kevin doesn't have the best of track records at the Rumble, 4 title matches, but you don't do that against Kevin Owens. No.
Yeah, and it wasn't just Cody this week. I think people like CM Punk. Everyone who interacted with Cody was talking as if he's already won it. And I think he probably has, but we'll see.
Yeah, because Kevin is coming up to, he'll be breaking the record for most number of title shots at a Rumble pay-per-view.
I saw that. Is it like 7 or 9? I can't remember. 9?
7 and 9.
7
Just
and
couldn't
9.
start right.
He's
Anti-line.
He's like the Hiroki Goto of WWE. Goto's got another title shot, by the way. He's like said that he's going to dedicate this win to his like dad or something. I'm like, Goto, why you never win the belt? Anyway.
His dad showed up with the opponent's shirt on
Yeah.
at the New Days.
I don't know if his dad maybe died or something. He dedicated
It's gonna be a bit awkward then when he shows
dedicated
up.
it to someone. I can't remember who. But he never wins.
Yeah, all right. Promo, I like Cody. One thing I like about what they've done with him, because I think a lot of people were very cynical about Cody being the brave American babyface, but he does have a bit of an edge and goes, I'm not dumb. I'm a student of the game. So when he does stuff like this, remind us, yeah, I'm going to batter you.
He's got an edge.
Yeah, well, when by that I mean he's going to be Stardust.
Oh, he hit AJ with those steps, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did.
He smashed a throne down, Jack. This guy knows no bounds at times. As he says here, the button's been pressed.
Cody's going to have to, his punishment is while Triple H has been inducted, he has to rebuild the throne
That's it.
by hand behind him on stage.
No hard feelings.
Yeah.
But that made me look forward to the match a bit more. That line about he's like, oh, he's trying to be a good boy and this, that, and the other, but he has got a button and it has been pressed, so something bad's going to happen, potentially. Or am I just setting the match up for failure there by expecting too much?
We might even see Randy himself.
Watch 9 pitches on the channel right now.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh.
That wasn't even one of mine. That was either Ross's or Andrew's.
One of mine. I can't remember. Andrew doesn't like Kevin Owens and
Oh,
Cody Rhodes.
God, he was pitching some mad CZW thing.
It's all right if
Oh,
the
good
wrestlers
lad.
are pitching these spots, but Andrew was just like, get a ladder bridge on top ladders and do a package pile driver off the bridge.
He did. I think we misunderstood him. He did say it was,
Man, the
like,
bloodlust is.
it was like a Ring of Honor one. Like the El Generico Kevin Owens, like the middle of the ladders. But the way he said it at first sounded like the ladder was lying across the top of 2 other ladders. And he was like, quick package pile driver, down onto the canvas. We were like, stop there.
And he was like, Kevin Owens, Swanton bomb off ladder on that new hard announce table.
New announce
He'll be fine.
table. We were like, Andrew,
He's a sick guy.
he's the next Paul Heyman. I was going to say the next Mark Dallas.
Hey, what's next? Backstage, Pretty Deadly asked DIY for help tonight against the Machine Guns, but the champs aren't keen. Ciampa tells them to handle their business by any means. DIY leave and Pretty Deadly bump into Legado del Fantasma, who aren't happy after last week's interference. They stare the Brits down. How dare you?
The foreshadowing was so strong in this segment here. Because they're worried about what Legado are going to do. And then Legado are in that bloody corridor.
Yeah, I'd say almost
How about that?
almost too strong, maybe. Yeah.
I do continue to like the sort of DIY and Pretty Deadly relationship. Like Gargano was being the nice cop. Ciampa just can't be arsed with them. I like that relationship that they have going.
Well, he's only doing that because he believes in them so much. That's what Gargano said.
It's tough love.
Yeah.
Raise your fist. Matthew McConaughey is here to McConaughey, stop it. Is here to watch the Machine Guns
I think
versus
you
Pretty
say-
Deadly.
I think you say McConaughey.
McConaughey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 C's, you're right. McConaughey. The amount of films and TV I've seen in this guy, and I can't see his name.
Don't worry, he
properly.
shows up later as well.
That's probably how he says his own name, though. Like,
Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. It's got that weird drawl, hasn't he? Like,
Yeah, it's exactly how he speaks. Yes, he speaks just like Engelbert Humperdinck. The Machine Guns win by being better tag team wrestlers.
Yes, they do.
Chris Sabin goes on DOI after the bell.
He looks down the camera and goes like, "We'll get those belts back."
Do you see the graphic for the Rumble match? It's 2 Chris Sabins.
I know.
It's got like the big picture, then the little tiny picture in front of him is 2 Chris Sabins just looking different directions. He's got his hood up on one of them, so you can't really see it's him, but it is him twice.
I'll have to see that then.
Yeah.
Proper Butlins match this for me, but that's not a bad thing. The spot where Kit is sent for a backdrop by Shelley while Elton's got him in a full Nelson made me feel weirdly patriotic, I've written down for some reason.
When he
Yes.
England. Maybe they did do Butlins, those two lads. I don't know.
Like the camp has Butlins.
Yeah, they would have been perfect. Butlins.
Pun. Aye. But much nicer reactions for the Machine Guns this week. Now they're early on the show against the Pretty Shaggers. So the crowd has a reason to get into it, which I like. Pretty Deadly's combo of the blocking the guy, hitting the turnbuckle by draping himself over it, into a bad apple code breaker. It's one of the best things I've seen them do. My move of the week so far, and it's only Friday. God, I was happy watching this.
My move of the week is later on.
Damn it.
I'm sure you can guess what it is. It comes from Saturday night's main event.
Okay, I can't think of anything that happened. I'll do the GM League table in NXT, Joel. Okay. Because she had a week.
She's lost the plot, hasn't she?
Bad week.
Yeah. But the Skull and Bones
She's
is protected.
disgrace. Sorry.
Skull and Bones protected as a finisher, which I like as well, which is rare these days. And also another mention for the facial. Before the Skull and Bones, that is its official name. The facial.
That could mean
the basement dropkick.
That could mean a spa procedure.
Of course.
It doesn't necessarily have to mean,
That's what it means.
Yeah.
The Miz meets Nick Aldis in his office. He assumes he's been invited to SmackDown because he's a better interviewer than Joe Tessitore. Aldis reveals that The Miz has been transferred. He's officially a SmackDown superstar now. The Miz panics because he remembers the Wyatts are here as well and suspects Karrion Kross has something to do with this. Aldis advises Miz to make some friends.
I'm terrified. We're building here towards a Karrion Kross Miz WrestleMania program.
Do you think?
Surely not.
They're on different brands now.
But Kross has whizzle-wazzled them there. Oh, you're off on assignment. No, you're here full-time, Miz. Unlucky.
Who's the face there?
Exactly. I don't know. Yeah.
Where's HR? You can't be transferred to a different department before you know it.
It's the wrestling business, bro.
Yeah, if you overthink it, you're like, this is bollocks. This,
You're at the whim of the pencil.
Well, I guess so.
But I was like, I thought the Wyatts getting moved to SmackDown was a bit abrupt. But if we get more segments with The Miz trying to buddy up with people, then that's a good use for him.
It is, although I am sad if this isn't built into something between Miz and Kross, that it's the end of their interaction. Because I do like this.
I think it's worse for Kross than it is for Miz.
Oh, Miz can, he'll always be the Miz.
Yeah. I've put Miz and Owens teaming up as the French-Canadian filmmakers Miz on Steen. Thank God you reacted to that. I was not happy with that one.
Very of you, yes.
Very good.
Sorry.
But what is Karrion Kross going to do? Because Karrion Kross is like fixated with Sami Zayn on Raw at the minute, and a bit of Seth Rollins as well. So
I know, when he gets involved, I'm like, Karrion, this feud's a bit too, at the minute, a bit too high up the card for you. You'll get there.
Yeah.
But for now, I don't really want him in that feud.
That's what made me think about the Miz WrestleMania feud, because what else has he got going on? Nout.
True.
Terrifying times.
Horrific times. Kevin Owens interrupts the announce team. He bullies Joe for interviewing Cody instead of him and says he almost misses Michael Cole, who's too busy kissing Pat McAfee's ass. Owens argues with Matthew McConaughey in the crowd and taunts him with a college football reference. Hell yeah. Jimmy Uso interrupts and tells Kev that he talks too much. Solidifying his place on the next Watchmen. That's absolutely right. Thank you for writing that down. Jimmy wins a brawl with Owens, who bravely runs away. Jimmy announces a match between them tonight.
Yes. Bit too big for his boots, is Jimmy. No, he's got to be brave. He's a babyface now. I take it back. I like the segment.
Yeah.
All right, as well, because Kevin had a fair point. Where was his interview since Cody got one? It's only fair for unbiased journalists, apparently. And I like Kev's little Sami Zayn shirt. He's got the best drips of the year so far as Kevin Owens, and the Sami Zayn shirt with the little storyline of like him trying to sort of manipulate Sami to help him, it feels like, against Cody. It's the little things, as AJ Styles says once.
Yes, he said it like that.
Yeah, the little thing.
Like Matthew McConaughey. And I said, Owens, don't start with him. I saw Last Detective. That man had a 4-star parking lot brawl with Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, True Detective.
What did I put Last Detective? Last Detective was another show on ITV like 20 years ago. Bollocks.
It's
Whatever.
okay.
Can't Carmelo Hayes is angry with Aldis because he was supposed to have a rematch with Jimmy. Aldis has a perfect replacement opponent who recently transferred from Raw. Melo wants to know who it is first. Aldis says he's on his way.
I was thinking it was The Miz at this point, just based off the segment we've seen before. And I was like, surely Melo's not scared of The Miz, but obviously it turned out to be somebody else.
Yes.
That would be really funny. It's a mystery. Oh, no, it's Miz. He's already been on. Sorry.
It's a mystery.
Oh.
Miss Shin and B-Fab team up to win a tag match against Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, with Miss Shin getting the pinfall on the champ.
Oh, no.
Wade Barrett calling B-Fab the modern-day Stacy Keibler in the ring
What a
because of her long legs.
Oh, right.
But it's just the fact she was wrestling at the time. I was like, is that a compliment? I don't know.
She's the new untrained wrestler. Fantastic.
I was a bit weird. Well, not weird. I guess weird for the Triple H here to see the champion get pinned so conclusively so soon after winning it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know she's a cowardly, she's not like a big tough champion. She's a sneaky one with a henchwoman, but it does feel a bit early.
Yeah. But if there's someone who could eat that, it's Chelsea Green.
Yes.
And how it just feels like we're doing this storyline until Michin finally gets the job done.
Oh, I hope she
So
doesn't.
many chances.
I hope she doesn't get the job done.
Me too.
Nothing against her. Chelsea's really entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got nothing here, but Machine got a nicer reaction than the last few times, that this is surely their last match they're building up to.
Gotta be.
Please.
Please.
Please. The new SmackDown signings revealed to be Damian Priest. Melo is gobsmacked. Priest says he's here to work and ready to punish. It sounded better when he said it.
Well, only marginally, though. I was a bit...
Throw them up for the Terror Twins.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it had come to its conclusion, I guess. If they're just going to stay on Raw, all that he was going to do was beef with Judgment Day.
No, I think that when he has this match with Melo... Oh, no, he had it on this show, didn't he? Never mind.
Speaking of a gnaw like that, I did like Carmelo Hayes' gnaw. He did the gnaw like you do.
Nah. Like
He-
I do.
Yeah.
Like
Nah.
like the people of the Northeast do.
Now that's a Jackism.
Compare me to Carmelo Hayes of all the cool wrestlers you could have chosen.
I picked the coolest.
I'd like to look like him. He looks wonderful, but his attitude stinks
So
at the minute.
what would you do if you were told, oh, you're wrestling Damian Priest? What would your reaction
I
be?
would refuse the match.
Gnaw.
I'm getting a tag, you're telling me, like.
But sir, I'd probably say. I've got a rugby match in third period. I can't do it.
I guess I have Latin later on today.
We did do Latin
You're kidding.
in year 7 and 8, and then I dropped it.
We had Latin in high school as well.
Did you?
What? Just with a clever.
Do you have
clever lads.
Caecilius?
Well, I can't remember.
Okay,
Jack.
right, fair enough.
I didn't do much of it.
It was all the way you learn Latin was they give you like the textbook was like it told a gradual story over the weeks of a man called Caecilius who lived in Pompeii. But we all know what happened in Pompeii.
We do know what happened with Pompey.
Great foreshadowing.
Yes.
And then by the end of the year, they're all dead. Apart from his son who escaped to
Oh,
Britain.
spoilers.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
It was cutthroat in our school. That's how you knew if you were stupid or not. If you had Latin on your timetable, you were remote, like cleverish. If you didn't, you were an idiot.
But,
Wow.
I bet the lads...
Ride or die at that point.
Yes, but the idiot lads, though, didn't have to do Latin, so they were probably all right with it. Because Latin was
Probably
a
got to
chore.
smoke tabs and sniff glue behind the bike sheds.
What if there's kind of do that as well? And they're speaking Latin while doing sniffing glue, playing with aerosols.
But it is a shame to see Melo like this, getting scared by Damian Priest. Imagine NXT Melo seeing main roster Melo. He'd bully himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll put, look how they massacred my boy.
Yeah.
Like I do every week. We get another Charlotte Flair return vignette. She'll be in the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
The GOAT doesn't have to call themselves the GOAT, she says.
She did. She
Calling
just
herself the
But then
GOAT
she called
twice,
herself
yeah.
the GOAT. Yeah.
did. Hard enough.
Who owns the night? Appears to be her new catchphrase, which I'm looking
Lovers.
forward to seeing. Yeah.
Yeah. there you
The
go.
night belongs to...
The lovers will be in the Royal Rumble.
I think she's going to win the Royal Rumble.
So do I.
Yeah.
And so does a sidekick.
Ah.
So Charlotte Flair. Had the most feelings about that name when I read it out to them.
That video, I'm not going to say anything else that happens in it, but right near the start, Ross goes like, hello, the first woman. And she goes, hello, what's your name? And he goes, Ross, but you knew that already, didn't you? And she goes, no, I didn't actually.
I had to ring 5 of them, Maffew.
I remember you saying that.
Bloody hell. 4 of them wouldn't give predictions like that.
Oh, they knew who you were. Those are the good ones.
I got lucky last year with that charlatan who picked up the phone. But yeah, do you see the controversy about catchphrases this week?
Catchphrases.
Can you recite to
What,
me,
like Murray Walker,
Do
or-
you remember Mandy Rose?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what her catchphrase was?
Ooh, Mandy.
Was it something to do with... Because she was Desire in Fire and Desire.
Nah.
Okay. No.
Mandy
Joe,
Rose's catchphrase.
Any
No.
advances on that, Joe, for Mandy Rose's catchphrase?
I read it. I can't remember what it was.
Did you say, when you saw the line, did you think
No.
that is quintessential Mandy?
Not
Put
at
some
all.
respect on my name.
That's just a saying.
That's not a catchphrase.
She's on a podcast this week going, oh, there's a certain new champion in the WWE who's stolen my catchphrase.
Mandy.
Put some respect on my name.
What,
Tiffany Stratton said it in a promo, and she's like, she even said it with the same sort of cadence and the
It's just a
inflections.
saying.
Yes.
It's just like saying, I'll see you at WrestleMania.
I said that. He'd stolen my line again.
So,
Wait,
yeah.
I had a lot of goodwill for Mandy as well after her NXT run, which was genuinely good, and then her unjust firing and everything.
Yeah.
God.
Don't
Man,
touch a
Wait,
catchphrase.
she was being serious then?
Yeah.
She's a wrestler. They're all wrestlers.
You can see because she does this podcast with a fella, and I've forgotten his name. Used to be in NXT. Big, strong lad, strapping fella.
Von Wagner.
I've forgotten his name. Everyone at home knows.
Is it
Big strapping lad from
It's not the
NXT.
Brazilian lad, is it?
No, he's really good-looking fella.
Well,
Oh, I can't remember his
I've already
name.
said Von Wagner.
yeah, that's true.
Brown hair. He was there for years. You'll see him in a second.
Zion Quinn.
There he is. That fella there.
Sam.
Sam.
Tino something?
Tino.
Sabatelli.
Sabatelli.
Sabatelli, yes, the one.
Oh, the guy that Jericho accused of
Yes, of
league
being
and
the mole.
stuff. That's right, I remember him now.
Oh.
He went, no.
But yeah, could you play it without sound, Joe, just in case we do get copyright
Yeah, we don't have that
stricken?
robot noise again.
Watch his reaction when she says, like, she's stolen my catchphrase. You can tell he's just like, yeah,
bit.
definitely true. Mandy, did you see SmackDown last week? Someone stole my catchphrase. I can't believe it. She even said it the same way. Oh, my God. Ooh. Woo boy. She did it, didn't she?
I need the camera to go back to him.
Didn't she, husband? Didn't she? There's the reaction.
Oh, really?
Really?
And he looks in the distance on the next shot like, you are talking out your behind, missus.
Wow.
I took that as him going like sucking up to her, going like, I can't believe she'd steal her catchphrase, babe.
Can't believe that.
Put some respect on my name.
What do you think about Twin Peaks?
Put
Do you think he gets
some-
confused and looks at the picture on the right?
I'm sure that everyone says that in like wrestling and in just American culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the person underneath? The first time I heard Mandy Rose say, put some respect on my name, it was legendary. It was like she was a whole new person.
Who was that in the video there?
I don't know, but I assume. I don't know. Well, I don't think we'll play it. But yeah, anyway.
Anyway,
oh, God, that's good.
who owns the night? That's what I took away from the Charlotte Flair promo.
Oh yeah.
And I think that maybe the fact that Tiffany Stratton emerged straight away after this promo might have been a little bit of a sign as to what's to come.
I'm scared for Tiffany.
She'll win. To solidify herself as a star.
Star.
Right. I agree with you.
That's what we said about Rhea. And Charlotte beat her.
But then we did it
maybe
again
twice.
4 years later.
It's also, what we said, it's also what we said about Asuka.
That wrong was right.
And Charlotte beat her. I'm just saying.
No.
I'm not telling you anything. You don't already.
All right, Sean O'Hare.
Yeah.
Tiff, yeah, couldn't think of anything amusing then. I thought you'd say the thing that he referenced. Tiffy talks about how she's definitely going to retain at WrestleMania, but Rhea Ripley makes a surprise SmackDown appearance. Oh, so Terror Twins are back together again. Rhea respects what Stratton did to Nia Jax, but it won't compare to beating Ripley will dish out on Saturday night. Nia arrives with Candice LeRae, but is soon interrupted by Bianca Belair and Naomi, who are soon interrupted by Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Everyone declares for the Rumble, and Rhea sparks a brawl by headbutting Liv. Stratton escapes up the ramp while the faces clear the ring. Aldis arrives to book a 6-woman tag match. It's one of them bits.
If there's one, because Triple H has, the storylines have generally improved under Triple H, which is why he's worthy of the WWE Hall of Fame. But if there is one thing, he often does a segment like this where he's like, crap, the pay-per-view suit, all the women need motivation, just do it in one segment. And it does feel a bit of a Vince-ian throwback. Vince-ian.
Vince-ian.
David Vince. No. And so I didn't really like this segment because it was slapdash, in my opinion.
Yeah, we got Liv, Raquel, Naomi, Bianca, Nia. Rhea, well, was Rhea one as well?
Yeah, Rhea was there.
Yeah, Rhea.
And Candice.
Candice.
Yeah.
Too many announcements for one segment.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
well, Rhea didn't, obviously the champions didn't announce that
Yeah,
in the room.
yeah.
But like, yeah, it was, yeah.
I did like that Nia filled in her own plot hole because she announced herself for the Rumble the day before a title match. And that makes no sense.
Oh, God, yeah.
Then she was like, I've written down in my notes, she explained why she did that. No plot holes around here, kids. I didn't think to write down what she said, but she definitely said
It was
why
probably
she did
like,
that.
if I somehow don't even beat you, or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Did you say, my plot hole?
Yeah.
Yes. I have also not written down why this. So let's move on. But yeah,
No.
I'm in the Rumble 2 promo.
Yeah.
I'm Spartacus, and so is my
Just
wife.
the fact that Charlotte Flair was on a boat in a lake or an ocean, and she got to announce it there, and all the rest of them had to do it like this. It makes
God,
Charlotte
you're right.
seem-
They should have all like little rafts. I'm also in the Rumble. One of them duck ones you control your legs. Oh. She's like, what, what are you guys doing here?
Naomi and Bianca on a pedalo.
Yeah, that would have been very good.
But instead, yeah, we've got this 6-woman match. Nia, Liv, and Candice beat the team of Ripley, Belair, and Naomi. Thanks to traction from Raquel Rodriguez, which leads to Morgan rolling up Belair 4-3.
Ooh, tag champ getting pinned.
What
for the,
could it mean?
Not for the first time this week as well. If some NXT fans would have been.
Or Jesse Ventura watched it, he would probably said it. What was he on? Anyway, more on him later. It was largely doing the faces, doing the offense, and the heels holding on, and then the match went war-tish when Rhea's hot tag happened. Then that bled into another hot tag from Bianca Belair, where she speared Liv Morgan and turned the poor lass inside out. There was a nice finish with Bianca hitting the COD, the KOD. Big
Black
fish. And then on Candice, only for Liv to roll up Bianca straight afterwards.
Yes.
So that's becoming a bit of an issue for me, you know.
What, the cheeky Liv win?
How much Bianca does offense in a match compared to how much she takes, and it's every single match. And this was highlighted this week because she had numerous big matches.
Well, she does loads and loads.
She rarely takes any offense at all.
She's the EST, that's why.
Yeah, she's
I
better.
know, but it's like, you know, I want to see a bit more vulnerability with Bianca, a bit more layers.
She got pinned, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A shock one though.
Yeah.
Because I was just watching, especially the NXT match we'll get on to later. I'm like, you're going down there with, you know, names who aren't as established, like Lash Legend and Miss Jackson. Give them a fair crack of the old whip. Why don't you?
No pun intended. Because of
No, I get what you mean, but I think that's how she's presented as a star,
Yeah.
which she is. But yeah, no, I finished my point. I'm going to move on.
That's good for you.
Rhea punching Jax while she had Liv the Spider Monkey on her back was fun. Nice hot finishing streak, and then just a bunch of stuff before then.
Yes.
And I put... Oh, there we go. Backstage, a tearful Chelsea Green asked Piper Niven how they could have lost earlier. Mission and B-Fab arrived to gloat. Mission reveals that Aldis has given her another shot at the US title next week and feels confident how the numbers are even. They leave and Piper suggests getting a bigger security team.
No, I've seen people suggest who the biggest security team should be. Iconic.
Yes.
I think go with Big Daddy Cool Diesel, but okay.
Or him, yeah, why not? Yeah.
I think
It's between Iconics and Kevin Nash. Yes.
Yeah.
after that news video we did the other day, I think people were saying they haven't wrestled for a couple of years.
Bollocks.
So I will.
They can be managers or whatever. They're just entertaining.
They are very entertaining. One person was approached on this show. I don't know if we'll touch on it later, but it was a classic Triple H in the background.
Oh,
a
I
shot
don't know if I
kind of
saw
thing.
this.
It was Blair Davenport.
Someone said it's that Blair Davenport, and I went, I didn't notice her.
So clearly it's going to be for the people who we don't have any idea what to do with currently.
She doesn't match their vibe.
Not at all.
Never mind.
It should be turn the witches not into witches if you're going to do like with people you don't have what you're doing with at the minute.
Unwitch. How do you unwitch a witch?
Push them off a cliff,
Yeah.
and that's it.
That'd make a great vignette. I was a witch and I got pushed off a cliff. Now I'm normal.
I fell down, bumped my head, and now I'm back to being normal.
Now I'm dump truck.
I'm just fake Glasgow now.
Yeah. Well, backstage it says, when she said Aldis has given me another crack at it, did anyone else think crack addict, as in the theme from WrestleMania XIX
Yeah.
that Jim Ross had to say on commentary?
WWF's favourite band in the world ever, called to Tony Chimmel.
Yeah, they did say that. Where we are. Tommaso Ciampa interferes in Johnny Gargano's singles match with Apollo Crews. The Machine Guns come out to even the odds, which distracts DIY and allows Apollo to roll up Gargano for the win.
Apollo Crews beat Johnny Gargano. It was an upset.
I was upset. You're right.
You don't like Gargano? Oh, you do again. You like him now. Again.
I like him now. He's a heel. He's perfect. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just, you know.
Tiny pop though, wasn't it, with the shoot roll up for the win off the distraction from MCMG. Crowd couldn't give a toss, and to make things even worse, Apollo apparently got injured in the match.
Really?
So it's unlikely to lead anywhere.
Oh.
I don't know how severe it was. I can't remember what exactly was said, but yeah.
I was about to say, I honestly just wanted to see him back on NXT doing his future thing again. That's sad news. Hopefully it's not for too long.
Yeah. Because it is a weird role he finds himself in now. He's trying to be the voice of reason with a pair of heels who don't want a voice of reason.
They don't. Why does he keep going up to them? Yeah. They don't
Ah,
want
you
that.
two are stupid. Oh, cheers, pal.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what you have to say now.
And he's got no crack for the comeback, has he? Because he's Apollo Crews, and we know this about him now.
Yeah.
It's just about being a vigilante and fighting crime.
Why didn't you bring up Apollo Crews and ask him about who's
Yes.
going to win the Rumble?
If I had his number, I would do, Maffew.
That little Apart from that,
You might just give a stock babyface answer. It could be me if I try my very hardest, Ross. I just say
it's
that.
just Ross dying laughing. That wasn't a joke. Wade saying Gargano has accomplished so much over 20 years, and I'm like, oh God, you're right. 20 years.
He hasn't really changed that much.
Yeah, he has wrestled that long. Still feels like he just got here.
He's a young-looking fella.
Yeah.
He was the champion of Liechtenstein like 20 years ago.
Yes, he
21
was.
years ago.
Yeah.
And he looks the same pretty much.
Yeah.
Have you seen Ciampa with hair? It looks weird.
Yeah.
Oh.
And glasses.
Yes.
That segment with The Undertaker where
Yes,
he
he
plays
was.
like...
Oh,
was he like a
God,
lawyer or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
Weird, these wrestlers, aren't they? Joe Hendry being like a Russian...
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was he?
It him and Lionheart as the...
Oh God.
What were they doing?
Yeah, Lionheart
I
was
remember
there
thinking
as
he
well.
did a really good Russian accent and watched it a while ago. I'm like, oh, what was I thinking?
Just compare the meerkats, innit?
I remember when I got kayfabe broken for me by Joe Hendry and Lionheart, where it must have been, God, it's so sad to think about now, but it must have been one of Lionheart's last big feuds was against Hendry.
Oh, yeah. I
And it was
remember that,
really
actually,
like bad-tempered and real, and it was meant to be like, people would like, they'd have like shoot breakdowns in matches and people would have to separate them and stuff. But then it led to an actual match and everything. And I remember Lionheart did a great swerve where he came out to apologize for his actions the previous week, and he was like, and Hendry, when I did that, I just thought, oh no, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen, or something like that. And then he says, I'll stab you. I'll just stab you.
Yeah, that I hated every second of that
Did
feud.
you?
And one time, me and Henry happened to be out at the same place. It was after a WCPW show and had a few drinks. I wanted to say hello to him all night, but by the time I got to him, it was a bit tiddly. My first words out of my mouth were, Henry, I hated your feud with Lionheart. And he was like, okay,
But
Maffew,
it
you know.
led to Lionheart's good feud with Jackie Polo after that, I think. When he won the belt.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the Lionheart
But,
Jackie Polo thing was fantastic.
yeah.
But the Hendry, it was trying to like be, I'm going to stab you.
But
He
what
told him
I was
all
going to
the time,
say
like,
was,
oh, what are we doing?
but because it's ICW, they started cheering Lionheart over Hendry.
That was
but
even
I
the thing,
gonna-
yeah. No one was reacting the way they were supposed to.
But I was just-
ICW had many good things and many terrible moments.
This was just early on in the feud, and I remember thinking, I got worked by it. I remember seeing them, I just saw a video of them like brawling or something, it looked real, and I was like, oh, do they really hate each other? Backstage at a show I went to, just having a laugh, the pair of them, I was like, fuck.
Oh.
It wasn't in front of the marks. So.
Marx, yes. Proud countryman of from Glasgow, Moscow area.
Sorry, do carry on. Sorry.
Anyway, I put, wow, losing the cruise. This is like Triple H losing the Brooklyn Brawler in 2000.
Wabadoo.
Come on.
Got a
Take
good episode of
that one.
SmackDown, that
Yeah,
was.
have that.
On his way to the ring, Jacob Fatu hyped the match on Saturday night against Braun Strowman. People think this is Godzilla versus King Kong, but he's both rolled into one.
Oh, yeah.
All gas, no brakes, baby, he says, just like that.
No, that's so.
Wow, I can't believe we played audio Jacob Fatu live on the podcast.
It got me. He's good at getting me fired up for a match, Jacob Fatu.
I like him yelling. Even though I put, is it legally required that whenever Braun has a match, it's compared to Kong versus Godzilla? And put, can we not have, I don't know, a big guy versus another big thing? And I put,
This is Zangief versus E Honda.
there you
It's
go.
Big Bird versus Barney.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Barney would destroy Big Bird. By the
Yeah.
way. By the way.
Yeah. Grimace versus another Grimace from the McDonald's things. Anyway, first though, Tama Tonga will take care of LA Knight. We see Ross and Pacitti in attendance, covered that. Before the bell, LA Knight also cuts a promo and wants Revenge for the Bloodline, costing him the US title. Knight wins the match despite interference from Jacob, but he gets hit with a big Samoan drop on the announce table after the bell. Strowman makes the save, and Tama tries to stop Jacob from brawling with him, but gets shoved away. Strowman clotheslines Jacob out the ring, and finally Tama is able to calm him down. Calm down.
I'm sad for Tama. I know that I know everyone in a stable can't be. There needs to be someone who takes the pinfalls and loses the matches and stuff. But he's really funny and good, and I wish he'd get a bit more of a shine sometimes. I'm heavily biased. I really like Tama Tonga, but the thing on the announce table was very cool too.
Yeah.
Was that your move of the week?
No.
Oh, it's a Saturday thing.
Oh, it's a Saturday night's main event thing, of
We're
course.
still on Friday.
Yes.
It was a very good back and forth match for me, but the highlight was LA Knight's promo at the start. Classic Dwayne The Rock Johnson saying to Jacob Fatu, I'll kick you so hard you won't stop the shakes. And he goes, ugh, like Jacob Fatu does. Take that one, Jacob. We'll see who's higher up the card in a few months' time. You are LA Knight, yeah. That was sarcasm. It's going to be Jacob Fatu.
I think it might be.
And it was a good win for LA. That's all I've got to say. Up
It was
the LA.
like the World Series last year. It was a good win for LA.
He shoots, he scores.
Up the three-peat, maybe. I don't know.
Baseball, yeah.
The Miz tries to strike up an alliance with A-Town Down Under backstage, promising them roles in the Marine 7.
And they kind
There you
of
go, this is what I wanted
They
from
go
this.
for it first of all. They're like, "Oh, the Marine 7."
Yeah. Aldous arrives and tells the tag team that they've been traded to Raw. They celebrate and leave Miz on his own. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. He needs a friend to go up against the Wyatts. It's never going to happen.
He needs a Randy Newman.
Billy no, mate. Nakamura reveals that he'll be in the Rumble.
Don't care.
Yeah,
Good promo, great
Next.
production value. Don't believe a word he's saying. We're back to the old Nakamura. He had so much promise when he came back with his new look. He wins the title, although the reasons for that have become abundantly clear now, that he just had to take that title overseas with him. But now we're back to where he was before, and it's a shame.
I'm quite surprised he's still got the title, actually.
Yeah.
Good for him.
There's no one can find him.
Like, oh yeah, you're on the show.
He's in that red smoky room, isn't he?
Damian Priest beats Carmelo Hayes to win his first match as a SmackDown star.
Yes.
Glad it wasn't a glorified squash match. Mello was in control for a little bit. Priest got to do all of his moves, and there was a nice reversal out the south of heaven into a shoulder jawbreaker from Mello. I've written down, I just think I want Mello to do really well, you know. And it's a shame he's not, but at least it wasn't a full-on squash match.
South of Heaven is just Earth, really. That's what's immediately south of heaven. I know it's going to be like a demon hell, south of heaven. But it's surely it's us, lads. We're the south of heaven.
Yeah, I think that's what the Slayer song's about.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Blatantly.
Slayer song, is it?
It's the one that Edge used at WrestleMania.
Oh, God,
Yeah, and
I can't get
it's
on
like,
board
why
with
are
those.
you doing that?
I can't get on board with those lads. They're too rough for me. Yeah. Slow down.
Remember Angel of Death from Jackass where they do the carpet?
They do that,
Oh,
yes.
yeah. That's when I first heard
I
Slayer.
associate Jackass with more like punk music. I'm surprised
They
used
play everything in the soundtrack,
right,
wouldn't they?
okay.
Oh, it fit the scene very well, though, because it's just where Johnny Knoxville gets a rental car and goes and bashes it up at a Monster Derby thing.
Oh, yes. Is that when he nearly dies because it goes through the windshield, the tyre?
I think so, yes.
Lands, it's not really close to his
Yeah.
head. I remember watching a compilation once. It was like, times Johnny Knoxville nearly died.
Yeah.
It's quite a few.
It's that the golf cart one that they did show on the adverts for the movie.
Yeah.
I think
It's
the
like,
bull messed him up quite a lot.
oh god,
When it sends him like...
That
yeah.
video he goes through is like his body,
Yeah.
how it is in the current day is sad. He sacrificed himself for the art.
And what was even more grim, he said he did that bloody Action Park film that nobody bloody saw. He said he got more messed up in that film than anything he did on Jackass. You're like, that can't be right. It's not a real film.
I've been listening to the Deadlock podcast. For some reason recently, they've started doing Bam Margera impressions in their mailbag segment.
no.
So they're like, hey, do you know what happens next? April's got work in the morning or something like that. But I can't do the Philadelphia accent he's got, but it's all like, hey dude. It's a bit Pat McAfee maybe.
Yeah, I can hear a bit of that.
I don't know.
But is it like modern Phil?
No, it's not modern.
Bam.
It's not modern Bam. It's
it's
like
okay,
Viva
it's
la
good
Bam
Bam.
Bam.
Yeah,
It's like it's them reading things. Hey dude, Phil's got work in the morning. It's 4 a.m. or something like that. I can't do. I wish I could do it. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm glad we had the discussion because I have nothing else to say there. Apart from Barrett saying that first 48 usually beats most opponents. It used to, Wade.
Yeah.
It used to.
Yeah.
And then we go, DIY are angry with Aldous backstage, but the Machine Guns interrupt. They break the news that they've received a tag title rematch at the Rumble with a 2 out of 3 falls stipulation.
Isn't the concept of heels and faces really funny, guys?
Okay.
Because you'd think with a 2 out of 3 falls match in the history of the DIY having such a competition, they'd be buzzing. But since they're heels now, they hate it. Isn't it fascinating?
That's a very good point, actually. Yes.
fascinating.
They was it them who beat FTR?
FTR?
Yeah, they won, didn't they? They won that match.
Canada.
Yeah, Toronto. Yeah. They should be buzzing, but I think deep down they know that the Machine Guns are the most revolutionary tag team of all time, and they're scared.
Well, I have heard them say that, yes.
Once or twice. I think that DIY.
I'll give you kids, we're good.
I don't think they've. I think it'd be too soon to hotshot the belts back onto them.
I think so as well.
I think maybe Pretty Deadly will help or something. Will
That's what
happen.
we're hoping
yeah.
for, isn't it? Yes.
This is the bit where Piper was speaking to Blair in the background of shot. The security detail is expanding.
Get down, Mrs. President. Michelle McCool and Mark Henry in the crowd. Not together, but that would be nice, I guess.
They were sat together.
Yeah.
They're friends.
Holding hands.
probably.
What, do you want them to be together, do you? Do you ship them, do you,
Yeah,
Maffew?
absolutely, yeah. I didn't think I wanted that
my
until I
God.
saw the paw point. Yeah, go on.
Ructions.
Yes.
Undertaker. Oh, they've already had a feud as well. He buried him again.
Meanwhile, backstage, Cody welcomes Priest to SmackDown. They have a tense but respectful exchange, and they also make out, like McCall and Mark.
What? I didn't put
Oh,
that.
yeah.
You've right here.
Imagine that. They just start getting off with each other.
Yeah.
Riveting
Missed you.
television. Yeah.
Yeah. Priest saying, see you soon, Cody. Got me thinking post-Mania feud there on SmackDown.
They see each other in the distance. Cody, Damien,
Cody! No, just...
I'm going to throw you over the top rope Rumble. I
For some
understand.
reason, I'm picturing like Cody's like riding a bicycle backstage. Oh, hello. Pretty Deadly have written this show.
Do you reckon they might turn him heel soon, though? Because you'd think if that is what they've done there, not just a throwaway bit
I
that
think
means
you
nothing.
might be right, but I want Cody the Rizzler to turn heel. I want Rhodes to turn heel.
It's not happening.
Oh, right, I thought the Rizzler was
Not
getting
the-
him.
not that Rizzler.
Yeah.
I want Cody Rizzle to turn
There
heel.
was a shows of a giant Costco American tattoo
I
there.
feel like if Cody like if he ends up say facing Cena, I want him to like kick him in the balls at Mania or something. But I know,
No.
but Cody's like the kids love Cody. He's
Yeah,
a
that's
big
it,
face
yeah.
money making machine. So I don't think they'll do
We're
it.
recycling the same things you used to say about Cena back in the day. He should turn heel. It's like,
Would have been class. Would have been.
it would be very entertaining, but you know, why when the ATM's spitting out fivers, why walk
WWE
away
are
from it?
rich enough now anyway.
That's not how it works. Backstage, The Miz offers to take Andrade under his wing, but El Idolo brushes him off. Jimmy Uso passes by and laughs at Miz before also taunting his opponent next week, Carmelo Hayes. Well, that's an easy win for Jimmy.
Did Andrade say he'll try and find someone Miz can be friends with?
Oh, I thought he said I've just got to go and do something, and then never came back.
Yeah, that's it.
So I was like, who does
I'm
Andrade
going
know?
to be right back. He'll come back. Jimmy makes his entrance for the main event, but Mello attacks him from behind. And in a nice moment, the bloody giant mirror was there, so you could see it.
Yes.
Cinema.
Did you see Undertaker recently talking about The Rock using the Tron
Yeah.
so he could watch himself beat up Undertaker?
It's not even look at the Undertaker's like, oh, look really good there.
Have you
in the
seen the
Tron
bit where
there.
it's spliced in with the
Yeah,
footage of the
yeah,
match?
yeah.
It's just 100% true.
It's true. The Rock's like that. The punches still look great, though. The Rock's whippy punches,
Yeah.
though. Very good.
Die. Owens beats Jimmy with a pop-up power bizzle. He sets up
What
Jimmy.
is it?
For,
What's
that's what it says here. He sets up Jimmy for a package pile driver on the announce table, but Cody makes a save and beats Owens down as the show goes off the air.
Yeah. First of all, I do like Hayes attacking Jimmy during his entrance because I think he deserves it. Jimmy's just walking around backstage being an arsehole to people. He was walking around going, you're a loser and you are as well. And then one of them beat him up. Fair enough.
KO, the drip is on form again with the Naomi t-shirt. That is Jimmy's IRL wife.
What was this one?
My goodness me, the mind games are off the scale. It was just a good back and forth match. Lots of wrestling in this new era. That's what we're getting used to.
He's like
Absolutely.
He's like a very indie Rick Rude, isn't he?
Yeah. Wow. I saw that clip of him from ECW this week on Twitter.
Ooh.
Rick Rude.
Oh, which one? The
I don't know
throwing the cantaloupe.
who the lady is, but he sort of like picks her upside down in her dress.
that was look, it was acceptable in the 90s.
Oh, I don't know if it was Maffew.
I don't know what this was.
Hey, what else is on? Have the thoughts of the main event?
No, I've said all that. Ross.
I'll segue. That kind of behaviour would have been fitting at Plato's Retreat. And that is what Jesse the Body Ventura paid tribute to with his Jesse's Retreat t-shirt on Saturday night's main event.
Oh, did he?
Wow,
Plato's-
well done there.
I had to
God.
Google this because when
Plato's Retreat.
Joe Tessitore is like, oh, you read out what it says. Joe Tessitore is like, if you know, Plato, while pointing at the t-shirt which says
Right.
Jesse's Retreat. So I Googled it and it turns out it was like a swingers retreat, which Jesse claimed to only have gone to get the t-shirt.
No.
He's a dirty bastard, as Jesse the
It's like a
Body
bear
Ventura.
steak bar of the America place.
Plato's Retreat was a heterosexual swingers club catering to couples from 1977 until 1985
Jesse's
in
heyday.
Manhattan.
I like to stress heterosexual swing club.
Yeah, what?
Plato's retreat.
Yeah.
What's he done to deserve that?
What's Joe Tessitore
When you think of
doing?
Plato and his philosophy, like swingers.
If you know, Plato. He goes.
Pro wrestler Jesse Ventura would occasionally wear Plato's Retreat t-shirts during interviews in both the AWA and the WWE.
Oh, so
So he's a long
throwback.
time, he's a
He
long
didn't just wear
time
this- right.
fan of it, apparently.
But he only went there to get the T-shirt that he wore all
what
the
he
time.
claimed.
So that's just sending signals. Like when Jeff Hardy would have different coloured headbands in his back
Wow.
trousers. People are like, well, that's
It
what
got,
that means. Yep.
Prison talk.
It got
Loves
very,
piss.
Wow, it sounds like it was a very because obviously in the 80s, AIDS and stuff was running wild. Running wild sounds awful. Sorry, no, I didn't mean.
It's a mania running
no, I'm
wild.
so sorry. I just meant it was the
Hiv Hogan.
I just meant it was the epidemic. I'm so sorry for phrasing it that way. There was controversy in New York because they closed the gay bathhouses, but they kept open the straight swingers club. But then they had to close it because it was in violation of the city's newly adopted anti-discrimination law. Fascinating story. I'm so sorry for the way I phrased.
Bless you. We know it's just your childlike enthusiasm.
Childlike.
I think it's because I was picturing the 80s and wrestling.
The 80s.
No,
Oh, you can't stop.
I can. I will now. Let's talk about the wrestling.
Hey, look at that. Saturday night's main event. Various big names arrive at the start of the show, including Ted DiBiase. He's
I
just
thought
there.
Yeah, I thought he was in jail.
What?
Is that not his son?
Oh yeah, sorry, it is his son. I
No,
thought he was
both of them were
involved as
both.
well.
Like,
Oh.
yeah, the DiBiase family.
Oh, wow.
Can't believe he just shows up and like, hang on.
That might not have been him. Might have been a double, stunt double.
That's right.
Nia denied that a picture of her was her on Twitter. It's her grabbing Rhea's arse during a move, and someone went, Nia, chill. And she put, that's not me. It's her. It's so blatantly her. It couldn't be anyone else.
No, that's it.
Is that the one where Rhea replied and then Nia goes like, "Is this you?" And then it's a picture of
her
Rhea
grabbing
doing the
her
move,
arse or
grabbing
something
her in the P word,
My goodness.
as the kids like to say.
Those kids love saying that. Jesse Ventura cuts a promo on the San Antonio crowd for not being able to handle a little cold weather.
I like this old school. I've brought the Minnesota weather with me. And why did you shut your schools down?
I have the power of the weather. I'm like Storm from the X-Men.
Deadlock also recently did an episode on the first Saturday night's main event, or like a really early one. And the whole time they just keep distracting themselves by going, on commentary it's Jesse going like, I'll be back when you're fired, McMahon. Yeah, whatever, pal. I will. I'll be back in 2025. And then I'm just going, like that'll ever happen. Oh.
Rhea Ripley defeats Nia Jax to retain the Women's World Championship.
Rhea Ripley had her frosties that morning, as the classic saying goes, because she was all over the place.
Such a teacher.
In this match. The spot with the code red. She's doing cross bodies to the floor. It's like she realised she's on Saturday night's main event for the first time, potentially new people seeing her for the first time. So she goes, wow, I'll do all the moves I can do. And she did do that.
I thought it was absolutely fine for what it was, but I think that could be said of pretty much everything on the show.
I think now we know it's just
I agree with that,
it's
John.
a glorified house show now, isn't it? Just
Which
that's-
doesn't-
that's
It's
the expectation.
a taster.
Yeah.
It's like a preview preview.
I still enjoy the vibe of it and the atmosphere, but if you want to turn up to watch like a match of the year or something, it's not that.
I think people, when I just obviously summarize all this, but just to summarize all the thoughts here, that people online were like, well, that was disappointing. I'm like, WWE's put out 2 Saturday Night's main events in this month, and there's a Rumble to go to, and the Raw Netflix debut and everything else. Like, they can't all be giant shows.
No, you're right.
So I think people's expectations were crazy high for this. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ripley versus Jax was sweet. Just non-stop bombs between 2 massive mammies. Let's pretend Rhea isn't 5'6", please.
Matthew's heart was broken when he saw Sam interview Rhea. Sam was taller.
Is she actually 5'6"?
She's like normal height, maybe.
Yeah,
she's probably
maybe not 5'6" yet, but normal height.
probably
We'll
like
go
quite
with.
tall for a girl. But
Sam was like, "Hello, Rhea."
he's
and
not
that's
that bad. It's not that egregious.
It was,
But it
like,
ruined
very
It ruined Rhea a bit for Matthew.
Sam's
Sam nearly like trod on her.
Sam's probably
Sorry,
like
I didn't see you
5'10",
down
5'11"
there.
or something. If we're 5'10", I reckon he's a bit taller than us.
a bit taller.
A little bit. But I think he said before he's not 6 foot. He must be 5'11" then. And Rhea, yeah, maybe 5'6", 7.
5'7" according to Google.
Is that Bill?
That's the same height as me.
No, I think it's
Can't be right.
ESPN said she's 5'7".
That has ruined Rhea Ripley if that
I
is
know.
true.
I'm
No,
sorry.
that-
I'm
I think
really,
that's the same height.
really
She's still-
sorry.
She's still.
Yeah, that should put you off forever.
I
I'm
think
really
she's
sorry.
still intimidating and badass. That's fine.
It's fine.
That's taller than most women.
She's not
Probably.
like most girls. Nia Jax was a good foil in this match.
Yeah.
She was because she's a big and hard lady. The fact that she was taking all these moves that Rhea was doing added to the match. Good bit of business.
Yeah, Nia's not. Start again. Nia's fine when she's in a match like this. Just non-stop bombs. Not trying to segue or do fancy stuff. Just move, move, move.
Yes,
I very much enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
Also, well done for Jonah saying, "Can you believe we get paid for this?" Pat responded with, "You get paid," jokingly. And well done for Jesse not adding, "Well, if you're in a union, you wouldn't have to worry about that." Then we got...
Hogan wasn't on the show. I guess that's newsworthy.
Yes, he had family issues.
Yeah, he went to his
His son's driving again.
He went to his son's wedding.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
since emerged that it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's since emerged that his son got married. But I was so dubious about this because does that mean that
everyone
Hogan
was.
would have initially missed his son's wedding to do the wrestling? But then I thought, probably.
Yeah, you know
It's Hulk
what, yeah.
Hogan.
If there's $1 there to be made, he's going to
Yeah.
go. But there was that story about Matt Riddle, wasn't there? He had like an indie booking the day after where he was the champion or winning the title or something like that. And he just said, I can't come. And then there was pictures of him
Picture of Hogan's wedding.
Hogan's wedding.
Hogan's son's wedding.
He went to Hogan's wedding?
Oh, Hogan's son's wedding.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Oh, yeah.
We
Sorry,
just
yeah.
keep saying
I was saying Hogan again. Like,
the Balea wedding. Yeah.
Horace's wedding.
I can't believe Riddle would do something.
who
Oh,
else
wait,
was
yes, I
there?
can believe he did
Oh, he's
that.
the Big Show, wasn't he? He was there too, I think. At the wedding.
Oh, good. Yes.
He got married to Nick.
Say hi to. London Blaze and Mark Henry are here to make
Wait,
out.
Mark Henry again?
Yeah.
Have I written him twice? Or was he
London
on
London
SmackDown?
Blaze and Mark Henry.
He's
Yeah,
getting
what,
all the
Sheamus?
ladies, isn't he? He's like he's Plato himself.
They do a Sheamus challenge Braun Breaker for the IC title. Sheamus almost wins the title, but Breakker just gets his boot on the ropes in time.
Oh,
he wins
Jesse.
with a big...
That was 3, he shouts. That was
wasn't.
3. What's the referee doing? You go back and watch it. Clearly, the referee lifts his head up and goes, oh, there's a foot there. I'll stop counting.
It's just Ventura needed something to talk about, and so he thought, I'll just focus on that for a bit and not shut up about it, like what he would do on the Saturday Night's main event. But after this match, I'm like, I'm all right with you not showing up again, Jesse.
So that's like quintessential Jesse stuff.
Well, to argue, the referees
So
are corrupt.
is-
And then Gorilla or something be like, oh, calm down,
But
Jesse.
there's got to be substance there for it to be. 'cause
Yeah,
there was
there's also
just
nothing
talking
there,
bollocks here.
If so
Yeah,
many
yeah.
commentators over the years have been influenced by Bobby Heenan and they're trying to try and be the next Bobby Heenan, is Booker T the next Jesse Ventura?
That's what I was comparing it
Wow.
to. Because the first Saturday Night's main event, Jesse was one of the highlights to me because he just sort of got modern day tropes and said, be gone, we're taking things to the old school in the best way. But this year, while he was just saying anything that was coming into his mind, just reminded me of Booker T on NXT, just saying anything he wants. It was a shame to see.
I thought it was like the new Art O'Donnell, but I mean, that'll work.
What's the ring announcer called in NXT? The man?
Mike Rome.
Mike Rome. I
At
said
one
Vic
point,
Reeves there.
Booker's like talking and talking.
Nailed it.
At one point, Booker's just going on and on and on. I think before the main event.
Okay.
And Vic just goes, micro.
I was just stood there for ages going, I'll just wait for him to finish his point.
But the match, they saw the mission statement to have a banger, and that's what they did within the confines of a Saturday Night's main
short
event.
banger, yeah.
Yeah, a chipolata.
A chipolata.
Like Rhea Ripley.
A chode.
a short,
Chode?
a short banger. All right.
Short banger.
A short banger.
That's not what chode is.
Short and wide, isn't it?
A chode's the term for the thing that's the notcher. That's not your ass and not your
No, a
balls.
chode is
That's
what
a
Ross
taint.
said. Yeah.
No, a chode.
Yeah,
a
no.
chode is
The
dead.
gooch of the
No,
taint.
no.
I'm 100% a
between the
chode
balls,
is
the
that.
butthole.
I believe South Park taught children of our generation
Yeah.
that a chode is a short, wide.
It's a mushroom.
In the England town which we all reside in, a chode is known in certain areas. That's what it's
didn't
called.
believe
Maybe
you.
down the pits, but not here. Not up,
you belong.
not up on the surface among the living.
Anyway, it was a short and hard-hitting match, is the point being made. But Joe...
And I'm bloody glad she closed those mine. No, no.
The private schools.
This 80s today with your AIDS and Thatcher love. God.
Can I knock over the thing? Have you heard about that Belgrano? Bloody hell. Right, sorry.
My move of the week, Joel, is that effing spear off the steps from Braun to Sheamus.
Oh, baby.
Get things back on track.
Yes, it was
Yeah,
a great
gotcha.
move. It was a
He
great,
yelled and
it
he
was a
nailed him.
Great move. He can get some height and distance on his leaps, can Braun, and power.
Sheamus called it the hardest spear he's ever taken.
Well,
Good lad.
And I was thinking, because he is Irish and used to be a bouncer, that must mean it's the hardest spear to have ever speared.
he used to be-
Because he's Irish.
Yes.
Why am I surprised he used
They're
to be?
always spearing each other over.
I was going to say Sheamus was a bouncer. Why am I surprised? A lot of them were bouncers, weren't they?
Was that interview with Gary
God.
Neville where he was on, I used to be a bouncer. A big bouncer. And then, yeah, the ribs getting worked by Braun, then played into the finish because Sheamus sort of runs out of puff, doesn't he? Like, oh, man. And then,
But not in like, I didn't find it too cheesy. Like, only cheesy enough for a wrestling match.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. Just while Matthew recovers, I'm trying to.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
I tell you what, Maffew, I wouldn't mind if they ran this back at WrestleMania as like a last chance saloon.
Yes.
Career versus title kind of thing if they want to go that
Or
far.
they just have somebody else, and then Sheamus wins Money in the Bank.
Was it you who said that?
Yeah.
I'm
You
sticking
saw
to my
on
guns
the
there because it would be
IC, but
mint.
It would
Still
be
going to
great.
steal that on the pitches
Yeah,
video
but
for
I
that.
don't know what Sheamus would do on WrestleMania until whatever. I'm not a booker, am I?
He can just wrestle another big man and it'll be great again.
Yeah,
Call
whatever
the
match he
police
does,
again.
it'll be mint because Sheamus is so consistent. I'm really glad we made him Wrestler of the Year that one year.
Yeah, on Hot Ones, one of them asks the other what their favourite match involving both of them was, and whoever it is guesses the Call of Police match, but the other one goes, no, it was actually the Thunderdome era one.
Yep.
Where they'd go all around which was great as well, but I was surprised they preferred that to the triple threat.
It was one of those matches like, why isn't this headline at WrestleMania? And everyone was in agreement that he should have, but just didn't.
Well,
Because Vince.
Yeah, the singles match between them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the feud before Mania, the sort of
Oh, right.
Lashley versus Drew, which was just, you've earned the right for this title shot.
And then Lashley beat him, and he was like, oh,
And the crowd were cheering Lashley. I'm like, oh, okay.
not me. I'm a generational
he is
Lashley
cool.
hater. No.
That was the boing match, wasn't it, Matthew?
He's Willie. Have I got any notes here? I like that Ventura brought up the fact that he was commentating during that Raw Battle Royal that Sheamus won in 2009.
Wow.
That led to him getting the top shot against John Cena.
I was led to believe this was Jesse's first return since the 80s.
Yeah. God. Grand match, though. But yeah, just a grand old banger.
A grand day out.
A big old show.
Oh, Gromit.
DiBiase, Dory Funk Jr. and Jim Duggan in the crowd for the contract signing between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens.
Dory Funk Jr. is a medical marvel.
Yeah.
He really is.
And he wrestled last year.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, he had
Over in Japan?
Yeah, Kawasaki Stadium, wrestled Onita, no rubber exploding barbed wire. People had to help him put on the spinning toe holding a dude. He looked great. One of the matches of the year last year. Hometown hero Shawn Michaels arrives to moderate the segment. Both wrestlers arrive and refuse to sit down. Cody signs the contract, but Kev wants to say a few words first. He calls Cody a liar for suggesting he always takes the easy way out. He refused to target Cody's injured knee in Berlin, which is true, because he actually cared about their friendship. Maybe it's Cody who actually takes the easy way out, because who left WWE when the going got tough? Cody gets angry and says he's done with Owens. He wants to concentrate on his Mania opponent instead, so Kev should just sign the contract and get this over with. Owens says he'll win at the Rumble and officially become the champ. He'll get all the acclaim Cody got when he came back to WWE because he's deserved it for 10 years. And then we've got a nice little verbal joustings going, all right. Shawn Michaels accuses Owens of jealousy. Kev says Michaels is just like Cody because he quit when things got tough too.
Take that.
No, I lost my smile. Maybe Shawn's the jealous one because Owens has made the winged eagle mean more than he ever did.
That shot at his business being down when he was the champion.
Yeah.
God.
Compared to now, absolutely. After Rumble, Kev will give WWE a champion they deserve, one who won't lose his smile. Oh, I forgot you actually said that later on. The belts are suspended above the ring, and Owens refuses a handshake from HBK. He cheap shots Cody while he shakes hands with Michaels before setting HBK up for the package pile driver. Cody saves the day and HBK hits Owens with the sweet chin music at the end of the segment.
I know, man. They're in San Antonio.
I was doing absolutely fine going, this is a good job here. I like the bits in reality. Because, yeah, Owens isn't lying. I didn't target your knee. How dare you say I'm a cheap shot artist?
Owens was great in this.
Yeah. And then Shawn's like, I'm here.
You're jealous.
Let's talk about me.
But Shawn, why are you so biased, man, Shawn, man?
I got the vibes that Kevin Owens wrote this segment from start to finish, including the super kick to be taken from Shawn Michaels. Bucket list tick, Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I love the belts getting lifted there and then because it made me think of Monsters, Inc. and the Doors, and that's how the belts will get transported from San Antonio. They're currently flying through the skies of America now, and they'll land in Lucas Oil Stadium at the right time on Saturday.
Yeah, people point out, wait, this isn't the arena the Rumble's happening in, so after the show, lower them, take them.
Another thing was Cody once again just setting his sights on WrestleMania in the promo. I reckon obviously they're going to do that to make idiots like me think, they're going to bloody do it, aren't they?
I would... If this all leads to us underestimating Owens and then he wins, I think brilliant.
Yeah.
It would mess up all the Mania plans, but brilliant at the same time. It'd be fun.
It got me thinking about the addendum stuff that Nick Aldis made a mention of a couple of weeks ago. Is that just the titles being handed over? Because I thought they were going to add a stipulation or an enforcer or something like that.
I thought it was just that it's both of the belts.
Just both the belts, yeah. That's a bit disappointing, but there we go. And fair play to Kevin Owens for selling that just one super kick all the way to the mat and then to the floor.
Yeah.
Down with the Young Bucks.
Did you see? It was the poor social media guy for one of the news wrestling sites like No DQ or Wrestling Inc. or someone. I can't remember who it was. Shawn Michaels just super kicked Kevin Owens. It was like, you Gen Z, it's a switch in music.
That was like such an anal thing to get.
I know.
But it's the way he does it, Maffew. No one pops the hips like
it's been called a super kick.
It is a super
for years
kick,
as well.
yeah.
It was probably called a super kick before his was called the sweet chin music. But
Yeah.
It's like you're watching a power bomb or you're watching a jackknife power bomb. Come on now, it's all in the technique.
This kid's clearly a Young Bucks fan.
Oh, God. What a hell sight.
Shawn's is really good. It is very good.
Especially for his age now. I know he's wearing fairly tight jeans, but he's still got his leg up there.
Well,
Whoa!
hey,
Oh my goodness.
He'd be good and played up.
Yeah.
He probably went, it was closed by the 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, he closed it. Shawn mouthed off and got yelled at, and I put, he did the sad frown and look away. He did it.
Shawn is one of them. He's one of the babyfaces who would do that. He was, for such a cocky arsehole heel, he was a very sad babyface.
He was.
Yeah, he was.
Reminds me of that lady from The Traitors, blonde soldier lady. I forgot her name. Leanne, yeah. When she wasn't being accused, she was all, ha ha ha, I'm nice and friendly. And then when someone accused her, you are a Nazi or something.
Leanne couldn't.
She couldn't take
Leanne
it.
couldn't. She didn't understand the concept of
pause
the
there.
game. She'd be like, "I've voted for you, Alexander. Sorry, I just find your behaviour suspicious." And he'd be like, "That's all right. I voted for you, Leanne." She goes, "Oh, oh, how dare you!" And she was one of the ones who friggin' won the money, wasn't she?
I wasn't too minds about using Nazi there, that's why I paused.
I know, of course you did. Yes. Jacob Fatu was with Tama Tonga on his way to the ring. He cuts a typically shouty promo before making his entrance to face Braun. Jacob hits Braun with several running hip attacks and throws the ref out the ring. The match is called off as Jacob takes out a few security guards. Agents try to stop him as he hits a few moonsaults before finally leaving.
Wonderful,
Fantastic.
brilliant,
Tremendous.
superb.
Whimsical.
Outstanding.
Biblical. No, it's clear that Jacob Fatu was going to the tiffy top because he's been given. Cause he was always going to win. I'm playing mental terms for myself here. Always going to win, but it was how he was going to win was the big thing. And he got the proper Braun Strowman treatment. There's been a few big lads now who have run through Braun Strowman before going on to be bigger and better things. And Jacob Fatu got to run through him harder than most.
With a hint of Bronson Reed's push about it as well,
Yeah.
with the repeated
was gonna
moonsaults
say,
at the
yeah,
end.
yeah.
It also felt a little bit old school, which worked at Saturday Night's main event, like the way the match went down.
That's exactly what I thought as well. I love Fatu's shouty promos. They get me hyped for what I'm about to hear, like the intro to X Gonna Give It To You.
Were you listening to that at the time or something?
I just thought, what's got a good intro before the song that gets you
Yeah.
hyped for about what you're about to listen to? And that was what came into my head.
Fair.
Fatu had no issue selling and flying around the place for Braun. Good lad, I put here. The overselling on the choo-choo charges was also wonderful.
Oh, I got flashbacks. I had to go watch it again. I forgot it was a thing. The noise.
Yeah. People who don't know, during lockdown at the Thunderdome, they added genuine train noises.
It's on YouTube. It's a match with. Oh, it's on Raw, and I've forgotten who it was against. But it's fantastic
Yeah.
watching back.
That was Vince's idea of making it modern. Let's add noise in.
People like trains.
Do you remember when they added in Aleister Black's creaky cross when he started with
Yeah.
his creak?
Really needed that for the ambience. A good way of putting one of them over without losing, a very old school way. It's very appropriate for tonight's main event, exactly. And then the Bronson Reed formula, which I was like, that's not fair, because he's not going to be wrestling for bloody ages.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, makes sense then. So, yep, jobs are good. And I saw some people complaining that, the camera shot they used showed that he wasn't hitting him with the arse. It's wrestling.
Yeah,
it
come
is
on
wrestling.
now. They should. That's just the cam. They should just use the other camera, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I'll give
Yeah.
them that. But it's like, again, it's wrestling.
Yeah.
But even still, the margin for error would make you go, ooh, misses anyway, even if he
Do you
wasn't.
remember when Tony Storm did it to, I think, Britt Baker? And then they worked it into it was like Britt was playing possum and then tried to roll her up.
Yeah.
But at first, everyone just believed that she
Yeah, because
killed
it was a hell of a
Oh
shot.
my God, yeah.
So JFK'd. That's what happened to JFK.
Big
So
ass.
a flying hip attack has hit the president. The Brainbusters are shown at ringside.
Hey, it's on
Yay,
and
the
Sully.
Brainbusters! Yay! In time for a video featuring their favourite Twitch streamer, I Show Speed.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, I bet Arn and Tully love I Show Speed.
Yeah.
Hey, let's not be old fellas about this now. It's great to see the kids getting their idols involved in the wrestling.
Yeah, another streamer.
Oh no, it's just the idea of the Brainbusters going, oh yeah, when we're on Twitch.
Arn loves that lad who was on Raw who I've forgotten the name
Kai
of.
Cenat.
Kai. Yeah.
Kai Cenat is like the big guy at the minute. Apparently, he's like the big streamer of the moment.
Yeah, because he's popularised all those terms according to the Wikipedia page.
Riz and all that. That's all
That's
him.
right.
That's him and his pals.
Ja-
Gyat.
Yeah, don't ask me to pronounce anything bloody correctly.
Yacht!
Yeah, it's what you say.
Maffew
when you,
down with the
when you
kids'
see a
Greg
nice
out there.
bottom. Yeah, apparently it's short for goddamn. Gyat! And yeah.
That's what JFK said before, seconds before Impact.
He was on. Well, not himself, but the clip of his stream after he'd been at backstage at WWE was on Reddit because he talks about how it just seems like a positive family environment backstage and that. I was like, that's nice. Nice to hear.
Yep, good PR. That's all I'll
Undertaker.
say about it.
He's
Obviously, not for me.
dangerous
Undertaker hating
He's a
it.
dangerous man.
Because not only does he leap in the ring like Brock Lesnar, showing that he is a fantastic athlete, but I saw a video on Twitter. I don't know if John wants to look for it in the background. Just search his name and you'll see it. He spent $70,000, I think it was, on this
Who's this Kai Cenat?
Kai. Yeah, he's on a robot, and him and his friends are there. It is. Look at this. They're bullying a robot. This
Good.
is where it starts to happen.
Yeah,
Human
Good.
race.
We need the kids stopping AI.
Yeah.
Be careful
Yes.
now. Look at what they're doing to this robot. It is terrifying. They're bullying a robot.
That's it.
No, but watch it'll get
They've
up.
seen Terminator.
I thought it was
Apparently the
about-
robot, I didn't watch the whole clip, but apparently the robot runs away because it's getting bullied.
Well, that's scary. That is scary.
I know.
Because you know that in years to come, when we're older, that'll be like the big war of our lifetime: the humans versus the robots.
Robots are watching this now, going,
Yeah.
"That's shocking."
And
This.
you know
Armin.
there'll be a faction of people on Earth who oppose resistance to the.
What do you want? That's that lad. They are like monkeys.
I'd be freaked out. It's very human-like the way its shoulders and that are going.
It is quite sad.
I'm
No,
surprised
it's not. You'd be one of them.
Oh no! It took the bump.
Shane McMahon self.
I was about to say.
There goes the money.
I was about to say. Jesus. I was about to say there'll be a faction of people on Earth when the humans versus the robots happens who are like robot sympathizers and they're like, oh, the robots have got feelings, and you'll be one of them.
Yeah.
You'll be there going, the robots aren't all bad. Let's make them.
That is quite funny.
They probably.
This is the start of the-
This is the guy who said it's a nice atmosphere backstage. You know, he's kicking the chips out of a robot.
He had John Cena on one of his streams.
Did he beat him up as well?
When they,
Or did he just claim to and he was actually going, oh, there's John Cena, but you can't say
I hate that show.
I'm surprised they didn't make a joke about that robot moving like Nikita Lyons.
It's better than Nikita. Are we on about?
nah, when the
Wouldn't install a robot like that?
when the robots start being clever enough and strong enough to like win fist fights against us, we're done.
No. When they know how to do a wrestling podcast, then we should be worried.
They probably already do.
In the main event, Gunther survives 2 spears and a big splash to beat Jey Uso and retain the World Heavyweight Championship. That had people online fuming because they were convinced that Jey was going to win for some reason.
Oh, I thought people were fuming because of that one spear that Jay did that wasn't the best.
Even if they were, it was at the end of a match where he got battered for the early portion of it. So no wonder his spears weren't quite speary enough.
Yeah,
I think
he's selling.
it actually makes sense, yeah.
Because it's Gunther. He's massive. He hurt himself doing that.
People were disappointed that Jay didn't win.
There were so many people that got it in their heads. It's funny just witnessing this, like studying people
Jay
from afar.
fans,
Like
they're
I'm, on
mad
the,
on it. No.
like I'm on the really wild. What do you say?
Jay fans. weird.
That's not what I said. Oh, they'll beat me up. But like on the really, really wild show, watching fans from afar all convince themselves or one another, Jay's winning. It's obvious.
Well, his main
Gunther
event-
sucks.
main event Jey
I'm like,
Uso.
on Saturday night's main event, the pre-show at the Rumble, and they were just mad. And they're like, Gunther sucks. He's terrible. He never lets anyone look good. Now I'm there like,
No.
He gives everyone exactly.
Yeah,
Mate,
come
gives
on
everyone
now.
at least a hope spot.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be it with even people like the Miz.
The point of Gunther is that he's so big and scary that when they do make their comeback, it's really impressive for them.
Yeah.
It worked
Exactly.
with the Miz even. Did one of you just say that about the Miz there? I thought
Maybe.
one of you might have
Like
said.
I did. I did.
Like even the Miz. Like the
I like
Miz.
it when I say something 10 seconds later, Jack's like, I've got a really good point. And just
That
repeats
barely ever happened.
it. Once a podcast.
Yeah, because I was a big fan of the way the match was structured, the way that Jay took the beating to begin with. Then he has the fight back where he had me going. The splash. I'm turning to Fred off Coronation Street. With the spear followed by the splash, had me going for a bit. But the way the finish was done, that's what Gunter's gimmick is. He's just the killer of joy.
Yes.
Like, oh, the shoots of hope for Jay. Have 2 power bombs you get.
Like
See you
Moxley
later.
in a way, but everyone hates him now for something. I'm joking.
Just enjoy the ride, man, Jack.
The death ride.
Yeah, that's what Moxley said in the press this week. Is it the press or was it on an interview with Renee? I think
I
it
read
was.
a rumor that
She counts as the press.
I read a rumor that he was creatively involved at the start, but now he's just gone. Just do what he's want with it.
It's wank at the minute. It's really
That
bad.
probably explains why it started off so well in his.
Why do you need 3 men to beat Double J in 2025?
Because he's got heart, and it's his last shot, and that gives him a boost to his resilience.
Yeah.
rubbish.
All I put here, we'll get on that later on, and I'll put here for the fans who thought Jay was going to win. Oh, yeet of little faith. That's how that ends. So, yeah, it's on its main event. Good bunch of matches,
Not
but
bad.
not.
Yeah.
Didn't
Just
have to
temper
watch it.
expectations. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
for what it is, very good.
Monday Night Raw.
Here we go.
After Cole and Pat welcome us to the show, Seth Rollins makes his entrance. Someone has cynically put, he pretends to be charismatic for a bit
It was an awful promo.
I can't believe that. I know, but that's nasty for
before
me.
talking about his loss to CM Punk. But now he's more determined than ever to win the Rumble, and he hopes Punk is the first elimination, so his dreams are crushed. He wonders which title to challenge for after winning, but Gunther, the ring general, interrupts and shouts about beating Jey Uso. He thinks Seth should concentrate on actually winning the Rumble first. Maybe he's past it. Seth might be an all-time great, but it's 2025, and Gunther has the belt to prove he's the best now. Logan Paul interrupts and gets booed a lot. He calls himself the new face of the Netflix era. He's going to win the Rumble by entering at number 30. They all argue over the possible Mania scenarios, and then the segment just ends.
It was weird.
It was such a weird ending.
Weird one.
Weird start the segment as well because Rollins' promo was directionless and it felt like he was flapping out there, just spouting out anything, saying that Gunther is not synonymous with the world title. He is. even though Gunther's held it since SummerSlam. I took issue with that. You're wrong, Seth Rollins.
Seth was the first champion.
He was the first. I think, that's what he meant.
But synonymous with, I do not know. It's just, I don't know if they were going for, like, he's being all erratic and a bit insecure because of what's going on with CM Punk and the whole WrestleMania thing, and that's what's, like, bleeding over into his promos. But that's me trying to be a glass half full kind of guy, and I'm not one of those guys.
You are not.
I'm a third full if best.
That's on a good day.
It was weird that the segment just ended as well.
Yeah, but a nice summary of events, which WWE does very well. Obviously, a bit of a ramble. Hi, I'm Seth Rollins. I don't like CM Punk. Grr. Gunther. Oh, no. And it's like, okay, cool. Everyone's getting ready for the Rumble. Let's go home show. No issues with that. He just rambled and said some stuff. Didn't matter. Logan Paul getting very loud boos, which is good for a heel. I hate him.
I'm legitimately worried that he will end up the world champion at some point.
I think it's
before,
nailed on.
like, SummerSlam. Or do you think it Mania?
I think it's nailed. Just the way they've been going, like he's going to be more full time in 2025. I think he's going to at least have a program for it, and I probably would wager he would win.
Yeah.
But they have announced it's going to be Paul versus Paul on
No.
HBO. No?
That wasn't it just turns out to be a reality show. They clickbaited us. It's not really a fight between them. Some sort of...
You've been Jordan Graced, Maffew.
Yeah.
See, Jordan Grace got this week.
Oh, what you got with?
There was these fake media what are they called? Aggregation accounts, whatever they are. Not what's the engagement accounts? That's the one.
Blue tickets.
Cultaholics, the aggregation one. They're just saying like, oh, they're going to have a 40-person Rumble for the men and women this year. It's all 40 people, both matches. And she said this in an interview with Chris Van Vliet, and Chris was like, "Is that like a scoop you've said there? I don't think that's a thing, is it?" And then she was looking, and she's like, "Oh, I've been got by these accounts on Twitter."
Always be cynical.
She also claims that she's going to miss the Rumble because she's at her mum's 50th. And she put a screenshot of...
She's getting married to Nick Hogan.
She put a screenshot of flight, and it had the date on it and her name, and it was the date of the Rumble. She's going home.
To Indianapolis. The party is at Lucas Oil Stadium. What are the chances?
So
They're going to see the wrestling they are for the mom's birthday.
So I
Surprise!
don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know.
She's rich enough now to be able to buy a plane ticket with no intention of sitting in that seat.
Oh, now that we've got to Raw, we've already passed, but Genesis happened. Joe Henry is the TNA champ. Oh, was that last week?
That was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But he is still champ. Hooray!
It reminded me because I've finally just watched the show, or like the best matches from it from my podcast thing, and it was such a separate the art from the artist show. Because
I know 100%
Tessa
what you're about to
Blanchard
say.
came out and got booed, rightly so, and all that. And
You're a racist.
and she wrestled very well.
Yeah, what
And
a
it's just
great
like
match.
it's just like
How annoying is that?
she's so good. So is Jordan Grace. Unbelievable.
but obviously
as well.
it takes two,
But
yeah.
obviously, because we haven't seen her for a long time, you just forget, and I'm like, oh god.
Get to watch the match.
she's
Just like,
really
you know,
good, man.
I could put that chant in my videos and go he. And I'm there like, what? This is a really good match. No.
Fumbled is the word. Fumbled.
She fumbled her own bag.
Yeah.
But now she might have been given another bag chance.
I reckon she might be in the Rumble, you know. They don't care.
Don't be daft.
They don't care about that.
She
Hogan was on there a week or two ago.
Tessa Hogan.
her dad was at Saturday night's main event with Arn watching Speed. That's our favourite streamer.
Because I knew him in the 80s. Finished this week as Rollins just noped out of it, which is a flat end, and then Logan Paul's here to stay, and it just we're building towards Logan Paul versus Gunther, and Rollins like, all right, bye, ta-ra.
You know what it made me think of? Goldberg. Because there was those reports of Goldberg's last match being against Gunther, but if Gunther's facing Logan Paul, what does that mean for Goldberg? I'd assume it would be at WrestleMania, Goldberg's last match.
What? Who the hell wants to see that?
Goldberg versus Gunther for 5 minutes, I wouldn't mind it. As long as Gunther wins, obviously.
Yeah.
Shades of Brock versus Goldberg.
The good one.
Because
33,
I'd be at the edge of me seat going, he's going to win, isn't he?
No, but that's good.
That's the beauty of it.
That's the thrill.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like watching a horror film.
Right,
I want to watch a comedy, and I'm going to get a horror film. It's
Imagine that like second spear that Gunther kicks out of, but you think, oh god, that'd be great.
Yeah.
There's so many potential big matches. We'll talk about the potential Rumble permutations for Mania later on.
CM Punk is interviewed backstage, but Sami Zayn interrupts. He takes issue with Punk saying they're not on the same level. But maybe it's true, because only one of them is a WrestleMania main eventer.
It says Kevin Owens' claws are dug into the back of Sami Zayn and they're working.
Yeah.
Getting an edge or something.
He's getting a cope.
He's getting a cope, yeah.
Sammy walks off and bumps into Karrion Kross.
Yeah!
Oh, no. He tells him to start thinking with his head instead of his heart. There's a whole world of opportunity at his feet. Kross leaves and Sammy thinks this over before Cody gives him a little fright. A guilty conscience, perhaps.
And Sammy's a bit like, oh, hey, Cody, and walks off very quickly. Sami Zayn last week would have been all hugs and kisses with Cody, I reckon. Carrying crosses, working his magic again.
If this was the traitors, I'd suspect that Sami had been recruited the previous week and you're acting different this week. Have you been recruited as a traitor? Sami would be bad on the traitors. He's too honest and emotional.
Aye. Lots of bad men
I
around
think
Sami
it'd be
Zayn.
I think it'd be really good because I'd be very convincing when he's talking.
But on the traitors, if you show any emotion or any logic, they'll go, bit suspicious that, get out. And then that's it.
Yeah, he's done.
They're really stupid on the traitors. Really stupid. It's easy watching it knowing who the traitors are, I know, but sometimes they voted out a woman in season 1 who had one arm because she didn't make a toast. They're like, let's do a toast to the great season of the traitors, but her glass is on the side that is non-arm, so she just doesn't bother.
Oh, she couldn't reach for it.
And then they go, earlier you didn't. And they vote her out. It's mad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Various celebrities and wrestlers are in the crowd. Watch the tag team title match between the War Raiders and the Judgment Day. Oh, here we go. And I put to begin with, again, little pop for either team. Whew. JD McDonough sustains a serious injury, finishes the match.
Oh my God.
The Raiders retain.
Oh my God.
Bloody hell.
Unbelievable performance.
Yeah, I thought, oh, Jesus, JD banged the hell out of his head on that battleship of an announce table they've got at ringside.
Which Andrew wants Kevin Owens to
Do a
swanton
swanton
from the ladder on.
He stood up, crowd applauded him recovering. Pat puts over the side of his Irish head, helping him. But thanks, Pat. But a few people, because I only recently found out about the myth of the big Irish head.
Oh, is that a thing, is it?
thing?
Oh, yeah, apparently.
thought it was just
my
Pat.
source is Irish people here. I must have been a daft racist.
I thought it was Pat just being Pat.
Yeah, I'm like well, maybe he was. I'm not the best person to say on these things, but...
That's a quote that'll be in that quiz in the year to come.
Oh, but good. I've got sources to back me up. And then, fast forward, knowing that he suffered a couple of broken ribs and a punctured lung. He's going to be out a couple of months. All things considered, he says it could have been a lot worse, so I'm grateful for that. It's then staggering seeing him carry on for the rest of the match, especially having to catch Ivar in his bloody dives outside.
Yeah.
Cole sounds like a bit scared and worried for him, but again, he's up, and crowd are like, all right, get him. And crowd probably into it more as a result of this than if they weren't, because I've seen this match loads of times. But then bloody JD takes the Eric's move, where it's a GTS, but he
Big
turns
knee,
the move
yeah.
around. So he knees him in the back of the head and neck. Why the hell would you do that move?
They should have... I was about to be like, they should have just stopped the match. We've seen them do it before.
He kept on getting up.
But how can they tell in the moment, yeah?
That's it,
Should
he
they have
looked-
had a ringside doctor or something?
Yeah.
Obviously, they must have asked him a few times. He's gone, I'm fine. So
Yeah, he didn't miss a
Yeah.
spot. He hit everybody
He
move.
literally could have died.
He took-
like, it's actually...
he
like,
took a big back body drop, which was a massive one as well. But no, he had two cracked ribs and a bust lung as well.
Yeah, and then JD then got sent outside for the ending bit and banged every bit of the ring on the way out he could possibly hit because he hadn't suffered enough. And then Eric back up, War Machine retaining titles, then mid 35.
I needed a devil inside on Ivar off the ropes, like he pulled him and whappity,
Yeah.
that backwards angle slam thing he does with a pull.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
I have not watched it back since learning about the punctured lung.
Oh, it's
and
incredible.
I don't think I want to. I think
Oh,
I'll
it's
just be
incredible.
wincing and going, oh dear me.
Yeah. But apparently he collapsed when he got backstage.
There's a bit of footage showing like, oh.
And then, he got taken to hospital afterwards. So, yeah. Fair play to the man. He got lots of respect
I mean,
on Twitter from his
absolutely.
colleagues.
Good match in that. It feels weird to say. Good match.
It's like Cody versus Rollins in Hell in a Cell.
But that one
We're like,
was-
okay, you're blatantly injured, so I'm hooked on this.
They
in
play-
a horrible
but that one,
Schadenfreude kind of way.
But that one was deliberate. They knew that. Like they played into that.
Right,
I'm not
right.
saying I'm not diminishing what Cody did or anything.
I know what you mean,
But
though, yeah.
in this instance, it was more like genuinely scary.
Mm.
Yeah, very weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you reckon he comes back as a babyface?
maybe.
It's like
the-
a second and he immediately goes back to it.
They need to change that music for bloody JD, let me tell you. The
JD.
JD.
The Judgment Day.
The new theme they got, which I forgot that they
All I
had
can
until
think
this
is
week.
the intro.
No, it's not Alter Bridge anymore. It's just background, like trap beat
Oh,
bollocks. Yeah. It's
You know
not-
what? If you played it now, I probably couldn't tell you.
Yeah. I can't remember how it goes. That's how.
bum, bum, bum.
The
Judgment Day.
Right.
Do you reckon Alter Bridge put their prices up or something?
Yeah.
I
That's all they're doing with them,
Do a
right?
bit of sleep talk in there, lads. I think.
Oh, is that your new thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really that into them.
I like their look. I've not heard the music. It's like how the design.
Andrew's a big fan.
Yeah, Andrew's a big fan.
It must be violent then.
They've got all this mythology around them where they're like playing characters who every song is an offering to the god sleep, and then they're the vessels of sleep, and it's all weird.
Oh, I must like them.
Yeah.
Me insomnia.
I can't get no sleep.
The drummers.
That's not a good song to listen to if you can't get any sleep, by the way.
Especially the dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun. Yeah.
Backstage, Ludwig Kaiser slags off Penta to Pete Dunne. The New Day interrupt because they agree, but Pete and Ludwig give them the cold shoulder.
Even the heels don't like them.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I gave him the cold shoulder like Pete Dunne did to me at King's Cross Station when they all ignored me. Him and Trent and Tyler. Sorry.
What did you expect?
I went. We were
how you doing?
on a show.
Like Damian Priest and Cody on SmackDown.
We were on a show with them. That's why we'd all travelled to London. They were at a WCPW show. And I went, oh, you're right, lads. And then walked off and then came back because they saw that I was with the rest of the group and they went, have you got directions to the venue?
Peter coming to Jack. Oh my God, look how you've grown.
I didn't know them, but I thought they might have. I'd met them before. I thought they might recognise my face from around the
YouTube.
promotion. No, from around the promotion, from around the ring and everything. And they must have just thought I was a fan coming up to them or something. So I went, walked off. Sorry.
It was funny. I did it way back with VXV. He was in the same plane as Lycos Jim and one called Manders. And it was like seats away from them. I'm like, I'm just going to leave them alone. Not going to say anything. They know who I am. No, I'm just going to look at my phone.
From when I've briefly met Lycos 1, nice man. You could have talked to Lycos 1 probably.
But I was just like, it was just so like, when you're uncomfortably close, like, yep. I'm going to look at the wall.
I'm just picturing him in his wolf mask as well for some reason, just sat on the plane.
He did. Oh, one called Manders had his big cowboy hat on. I was like, yeah. Backstage, Kofi and Xavier are interviewed and brag about Atlanta's favourite son coming home. Kathy Kelly thinks they mean Bron Breakker, Austin Theory, or Cody Rhodes. They actually mean Woods. And he's going to batter Rey Mysterio tonight in front of all his family and friends. They've not arrived yet, but they're definitely going to show up. The nerve of Kathy here.
I know.
But she's got a track record of this kind of thing now.
No.
Cutting their TV time down recently and that sort of thing. Not by... she is a biased journalist. Yeah.
Who was it who I found quite... Oh, it was Renee on AEW as well. Bit combative this week. She was being... To be fair, Hangman was running around like a madman, so I don't blame her too much.
Yeah, Mysterio versus... Oh, no, sorry to skip ahead. Xavier's family haven't shown up yet. They arrive midway through the match and reveal New Day Sucks t-shirts. Ray wins and celebrates with Woods' family.
That's pathetic from Woods' family. I'm sorry. It's pathetic. That's your son.
An evil son.
No, he's not. What have they done? They've been mean to their friend.
But what about the father of Jeffrey Dahmer, for example?
If you were mean to Maffew, and then went home and your mum went, saw what you did to Maffew, you're not staying around here tonight. Get out.
I can see that happening.
Matthew gave it 4 stars. You only gave it 3 3/4. You sleep in the shed tonight, Ross.
So I'm sort of on the New Day side. They've been mean to their friend. That is bad. But we've seen heels do far worse.
Their friend who nearly died.
Kevin Owens tried to break Cody Rhodes' neck, and now they're letting him walk around still with this replica belt.
You don't see Kevin's dad at the shows anymore, do you? What we're saying,
oh my God, what is with the Ray renders they're using for the graphics and the posters and stuff
they're
like
smiling.
that? Yeah, he looks like he's posing for a Pixar film. It's so inappropriate. Have a quick Google of that.
It's Royal Rumble graphic.
Everyone else is like, I'm going to get you and all this and Ray.
I thought love was true. Frolicking in a field.
We see it.
Joel is Googling. Joel is Googling. He might click the right thing or the wrong one. Joel will never.
It's all right. It's all right, mate. Don't worry about it.
There's a wrestler inside each of the digits.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Well, then Google something better then.
Google Royal Rumble, take Rey Mysterio out of it. Just Royal Rumble 2025 graphic.
There you go.
Maybe it's a GIF.
You'll get the whole smorgasbord.
Oh, there's too many.
Oh, there's so many.
baby.
Oh, that bottom Joel,
yeah,
you were there.
sorry.
Left, go left. Oh, it's a ladies one.
Ray's not in the ladies. You clicked it anyway.
Oh, it might be the best. Yay! Well done.
Sorry, Joel. Well done. But you can call me out.
Grrr.
There he is.
Happy.
It looks like a small fish.
Oh my God.
Pleasant little fish.
Small fish.
So my weirdest episodes
The
came
lack
out.
of nose, isn't it? Yeah.
My weirdest episodes came out on the channel, and it was the 99 Rumble.
Oh, yes.
And Road Dogg comes out for the first match of the night, and he does this whole, "Oh, you didn't know?" And he goes, he's the hardcore champion at the time. He goes, "I'm just a hardcore fish in a big pond." What are you talking about? Didn't even make any sense.
Bless him. So we'll go. Yeah, but there was the graphic. New Day say they're going to win titles unlike the local sports team. I was very surprised at this bit of commentary. Cole says that's what you do when you're a bad guy. You run down local sports teams, with Pat adding, "Healing, baby."
It's
A
Cole.
bit on the bloody nose, isn't it?
I thought I thought Cole didn't realize he was on. He was explaining wrestling to Pat. This is what they do. They do this.
Hey, we need to give Lewis a message for his list he was putting together yesterday.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's a good example, that.
Lewis,
That was a difficult topic
our
Lewis
colleague.
came with. Yeah.
Yeah. There was the
What was
Times-
WWE laughed at themselves or something like
Yeah,
that?
Times
Or poke
WWE.
fun at what
that
they do.
one. Yeah.
But Lewis is he's a hard master to please, because you could suggest something you think's brilliant, and he goes, "Nah." Everyone jumping in with their suggestions, he goes, "It's not really what I'm looking for."
Yeah, I think exactly him going, "Oh, is this thing in Japan in the 90s?" Like, shut up, Matthew. This is not the target
I
audience.
bumped into him quite by accident when he was back in Newcastle the other week.
Oh, yeah?
He's grown a tash. He looks even better.
Aw.
Pathetic.
Bet he likes Dave Lynch, doesn't he?
Oh, God, yeah, he will.
He calls him Dave Lynch.
Big Dave Lynch.
The buddies.
Woods is a heel, looked like a heel, right? And I mean that by the way he wrestled this match. He was doing a long heelish beatdown, and he looked the part while doing so.
He's such a little arsehole. In a good way.
Zelina Vega has been moved to SmackDown, we learn. That signifies either a push to me or potentially a realignment with Andrade.
Oh, that would help. That would really help Andrade.
But
Probably.
crucially, the rest of the LWO lads are staying on Raw.
Didn't they
Okay.
tease a reunion with Andrade that never came to fruition?
I've got no idea.
Yeah. You ask me, pay attention to Andrade's exciting WWE career so far.
Yeah.
In the locker room, Sammy tells...
in
beg
this
your pardon.
match, by the way, Pat thought the Hurricane Rana was so real from Rey Mysterio, he mentioned the lads in the Far East who are in our Hall of Fame. So Pat thought it was real as well.
Oh, the ones doing the security.
Yeah.
Oh, it was... Again, it was real. To clarify, it was real. It wasn't like, oh my God, quick,
That was
stop
a
him.
real fight, because he was saying that the lads in the Far East give Rey Mysterio credit for their training.
Yeah.
Yes.
Screen. It's all right. It's fine. It's fine.
Sorry, I thought I had to mention.
Breaking news. Where we are. In the locker room, Sammy tells Seth the kick last week was an accident. Seth eventually agrees, but surely Sammy can understand why he's suspicious. Sammy is still aligned with Roman Reigns, but that makes people uneasy. If it happens again, Seth isn't sure he'll believe Sammy. They shake hands and Seth wishes Sammy good luck against Drew McIntyre tonight.
I was fearful in the first half of that promo there, because Rollins' look on his face was like, he thinks it's real, doesn't he? This stupid boy thinks it's real. And he says, no, I don't think it's real. But he still thinks it's real, I think.
I understand his. I'm glad they explained his mindset though.
Yeah.
Because Rollins has hated Roman for years now. So why would he just trust Sammy because he's such a nice guy if he's still aligned with? He doesn't forget, and that's the Triple H era. They're all elephants.
Aye. A pride of elephants. A
Herd maybe.
No,
herd,
Pride's
a
a...
gaggle.
A stampede of elephants. Can you Google a
A
collective
whore
term?
of
know.
elephants. Isn't it crabs that are a whore or something? They've got a funny name.
Depends where you're going, I guess.
Probably in Plato's. There's probably a lot of crowd.
They can be called a herd, a memory, or a parade.
I like parade.
Elephants on parade, that's right.
Memory's a bit too on the nose for me.
Oh,
I didn't even.
oh, nice.
That's
Good Rage Against the
patronising.
Machine song. Elephants
Yeah.
on parade.
The microphone explodes.
What's a
shattering
consortium of crabs?
A consortium.
I
of
could
crowds.
sort, no way.
Yeah, a cast of crabs, a consortium of crabs. I'm on Quora.
Sounds like they've just
you know it's right.
bought a share in Everton or something.
A murder of crows is the
I
best
think
one,
a
like.
cancer of crabs is a perfectly good name.
Oh, that makes sense because the star signs.
yeah.
An infection of crabs?
Elephants are pregnant for 22 months.
Thanks, Joel.
That's a long time, isn't it?
They are big.
Slow cooking.
Takes longer to grow a baby elephant, I suppose. 22 is a long time. Actually.
They've got to avoid lion attack for 22 months.
Well, that's why they're all in a
staggering.
parade, aren't they?
Yeah. Jey Uso arrives with Atlanta rapper and Smoking Skull WF champion Quavo.
Quavo.
Yeah. Jay is once again blowing up from his entrance, but manages to declare that he'll win the Royal Rumble and beat Gunther WrestleMania. He's blowing up.
Quavo's quite big, I think. He was one of the Migos.
Oh, okay.
Walking like a talking. Walking
Yeah.
like a bird.
I know them, but I
Bougie.
don't know him.
Yeah. He's the leader, I think.
Oh,
And then one of them died, and one of them's called Offset.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
It's all right.
It's because we're in Hotlanta, innit, baby? Hotlanta, GA, Georgia. Yeah, he still thinks he can beat Gunter. He's lying. Miracles do happen, says Michael Cole.
It's not a good endorsement.
Wow. There was an interview with Punk just before that. Is that on there with Jackie Redmond where he mentions the favour with Paul Heyman?
It's a snippet of a larger interview, which I've not actually watched all of
I
yet.
think it comes out on Saturday, I think.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He does mention the favour, and he says people seem to think it's something to do with
one of Paul's clients.
One of Heyman's guys.
Yeah.
But he doesn't elaborate. Or in this snippet, he doesn't elaborate.
Which means it is to do one of Paul's guys.
Well, if it's not, then
Curtis
what else
Axel.
could the Heyman favour be? You know?
A trip to Plato's retreat.
A replica ECW belt.
Some debt. That's right. Hey, just nice having a guy like Jay come out, soak up the love of the people. No need for a match, just the crowd love.
He was so tired after his promo. After his entrance, I mean.
Wouldn't you be, though?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
vigorous, isn't it?
He goes for it.
And it gives Pat the chance to run the yeet sounds like cum bit in the ground even more.
Yes.
Good. Good.
It's funny.
I'm glad we're all on board with that now, because I think I got laughed at a bit for suggesting that first. And I think I was quite brave to bring that comparison to the table. And it turned out to be true.
Well done.
Can't remember if it was
We're proud of
If
you.
it wasn't on the podcast, I'm sorry for bringing this up.
Lyra Valkyria is interviewed backstage and declares for the Rumble. Yeah. American Made interrupt. Chad Gable says Ivy Nile will take Lyra's title for him, or for the team rather.
Oh.
Ooh. Ivy says she'll beat Lyra and eliminate her from the Rumble. The heels walk off and bump into American Alpha. Maxine is leading the boys through some sort of TikTok dance. Gable calls them pathetic failures. Ivy insults Maxine and they leave.
How's your ankle, idiot? Good enough to do your TikTok dances. I reckon they might be going for a WrestleMania blow-off between Chad and Otis.
You think so, right?
After it's been blown off already.
Was it
Yeah.
probably blown off though?
Was it just... I thought it was ended for the Wyatt. Excuse me.
Yeah,
For
the Wyatt's kind
Wyatt's
of
feud.
interrupted it, but it's never been properly blown up. Like Jack is right now.
Thinking
Yeah,
my
all right,
throat.
mate.
Yeah, I'm all right. One sec.
This podcast is sponsored by Water.
Highland Spring. But yeah, they've just resumed. They've just picked up the feud where it left off with exactly the same motivation. You guys are a letdown since you left me. Otis looking sad. I'm not against it though, because it never got a proper conclusion, I suppose.
Yeah. I do hope that Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch get to do the tussle again in the Rumble. I was pitching Lyra gets Becky out there, turns a bit of a dick instead of a bird lady. Bit of
Yeah.
edge to her, because Becky's
Oh.
coming back as a babyface.
She could get thrown over the top rope and use her wings.
Exactly.
To stop.
That's where we're at with Lyra. Stop mentioning birds round her, WWE.
Someone said, I think Ivy said she'll clip her wings in this promo.
Of course she did. Bianca Belair and Naomi take on Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez in a non-title match. The heels win after distraction from Dom and a last-second pinfall save from Raquel. I put Raquel with the big poo shirt again.
It's a flame, Maffew. It's a flaming flame.
A brown flame.
It's a flame.
More Bianca, not... I didn't notice it, but did you?
Yeah.
Right.
Cole did mention Jade eliminated Naomi from last year's Rumble, but now she's taken Jade's place, which I thought was very interesting.
Maybe it's Naomi who did it then.
This week of all
Or
weeks.
is that what they want us to think?
That's what they want us to think. The heels did lots of good tag team wrestling. Naomi obviously took most of the offense because Bianca Belair is allergic to looking weak during matches. I've written down here. I've gone right off Bianca this week.
Wow.
Dom's
God,
out there
you sound
trying...
like a regular Sam Driver. He used to be the only person who didn't like Bianca back in NXT.
I appreciate what she can do, obviously, but it's just I want to see a bit more give and take in a match.
Oh,
Sort of,
But that's the story.
He
Nobody's
didn't
gonna
like
beat
her
him.
because she was the best at everything. And I went, well, she's a heel. He was like, yeah, I
EST.
just don't like it. And then he said he didn't like the little noise she made before every line she cut in a promo, which I've never noticed before.
Little
What is it?
noise.
Sam hated her, man.
What noise?
Before every line she'd go like, or something like that. like just like smack her lips or something, I suppose. And Sam would hate that. I don't know. It's not one of his
He's a
best.
funny and some.
Not one of it. This was years ago. I've just never
He
forgotten.
hasn't changed.
I've never forgotten it because I remember everyone loved her at the time, going, "She's the next big thing." Sam was like covering NXT for the channel, and he'd be like, "I don't." Maybe it's because Rhea was on the scene as well at the time, and obviously everyone loved Rhea.
Yeah, Dom was out there to try and get back in Liv's good books again, but you'll never guess who took him out.
Who?
Bianca Belair.
She's the best. She is the EST. Oh, you and Sam.
I do feel like I'm going in too heavy this week. Yeah, it's just
Maybe
She
she's
was
a
on-
three
she was
three
on every
times in
show,
1 week.
yeah.
Maybe you
She
just
didn't.
yeah.
I don't think she took more than 5 moves against her, including punches and kicks.
Does that
She's
not?
good at moving.
Does that not
Dodging.
signify A big heel turn, a
It
dominance.
just makes me think of she's the female Triple H.
Ah.
You know what I mean?
She's undefeated at WrestleMania.
The Queen of Queens.
I think she's like 2 or 3
Oh,
0.
no.
She's the next Undertaker.
I'm sure it's not an issue, and I'm just being
No.
miserable.
She's won every Mania match she's had.
Yeah, I think she has.
She
Beat
has.
Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
Beat Becky, maybe.
She won the one last year.
Beat who's she? Hang on. one
She was part of the tag team match last year that they won. The Big Three, I think they were called. Jade and Naomi and
Oh,
Bianca.
yeah, I remember now, yeah.
I think Jack's.
I'm just searching her record now.
While you're checking that. But man, this dragged when it was Raquel and Naomi. But Bianca came in, and suddenly the crowd were full of energy because she has that effect. The Amish are barred from watching her because of the electricity she creates in her matches.
Oh, you are joking me. I think she's lost one.
No!
I'm just going to find out. Sorry, carry on while I...
Long-ass match with Liv again stealing the win, so presumably Liv and Dom are back together. Reunited, and it feels so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but Liv's still a bit...
But I don't think it's all as it seems. I think she's going to use Dom and then eventually cast him off when she gets in a relationship with Julius Creed, everybody.
What?
Hashtag, oh, bollocks. Let me find it.
Hashtag oh bollocks.
Hashtag oh bollocks.
Jacob Casper is his real name. How interesting. Jacob Casper.
Oh, the friendly ghost.
Casper with a K.
Yeah, man, just give me the WrestleMania's one cage match. You're filming.
Anyway, while
Great
someone's
podcast,
doing
this.
anything but looking at the things.
Trying to find the hashtag, but this laptop is on its arse.
I've got it. I've got it.
Juliv.
It's Giat. How am I?
What?
Juliv. J-U live.
Oh.
And everyone's like, oh, what's going on here? Hey.
Hey, good for them if it's true.
Aye. Have you been where do you get your scoops from? Is it Wrestling Purist?
Look at the size of his dog. Yeah.
Don't
really
tease us for a
thought-
good time.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a big dog leg.
That's a
All right,
mastiff,
okay.
my friends.
So she...
Oh, that's what he says.
So she... No, whatever I saw was wrong. I think she is undefeated. She beat Sasha in the main event. She beat Becky at WrestleMania 38. She beat Asuka at WrestleMania 39 when everyone went, but Asuka's a clown now. She should have won. Sorry. I was really annoyed when people, I was really annoyed when people were cross when Bianca won because Asuka hadn't been built. Anyway. And then they won the tag match, yeah. She's 4-0.
Yes.
That's a streak, that.
Bong.
That's another thing Sam likes. Rhea Ripley's interviewed backstage. Puts over Nia Jax as a dominant opponent, but she's still able
Don't
to
you
beat
go
her.
around to Sam's?
It doesn't matter who wins the Rumble because Rhea will brutalize them at Mania. Bailey interrupts and suggests it could be her. I try not to see Sam the night before doing these podcasts, let me tell you. Ripley wishes her luck. The champions leave and Bailey's confronted by Io Sky, who says, see you on Saturday.
Oh.
Which would be funny if she, yeah, it's funny if she went, why, what's happening? Jordan Grace's wedding.
Aye.
Her mum's marrying Nick Hogan.
I think they're just putting these little segments together just to make people go, ooh, could this happen? But it probably won't happen.
Obviously, there was
It's just a lot of teasing right now.
Yeah.
Lots of feathers and handcuffs.
the biggest tease came shortly.
Feathers and handcuffs.
Hey,
And
look
it
at
was-
that. What else are we talking
Is
about?
that why you go around to Sam's?
Just these the two things that are not connected, but look like they might be. We get a recap of some embarrassing Michael Cole moments for some reason, followed by Penta. Yeah, Pat McAfee was in his element here because he's doing the, what's it called? It's a proper name for it. But you put your
Analysis?
pen.
Patatron, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. You put your magic pen stuff. Bobby Eaton used to do it. And look, he shaved his pits for this. He shaved his chest for this, and all stuff for the legendary match he had with Jerry Lawler. And then afterwards, he told him off for trying to do a cool handshake.
That was
trying to do the dap.
That was all right. I quite enjoyed
like
the
that.
handshake bit, yeah.
Yeah. It's Michael Cole took it.
With Quavo, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he had to like try and get on top. He's like, "Hey, Penner's in the Rumble," and Pat was still yelling at him out. Just stick to handshakes. You're an old white guy.
I wonder if Pat. I bet he's brilliant to be around for the first few hours, and then you're like, "Oh my god, Pat, calm down." You might get a bit exhausting,
Potentially.
maybe.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to hang out with him and find out.
Okay.
Paul Heyman arrived with an announcement.
He knows who we are, Pat.
Oh,
I remember on
I
Twitter a
shouldn't have
few
said
years
anything.
ago. He said, hi, Ross, to me on Twitter.
What? That's class.
That's a thing that's there. I can't remember why it happened.
I take back everything I've said about him.
He's aware. But, I mean, this was years ago when we were a lot more popular.
Oh, right.
The fall-off's been grand.
Yeah.
Vast.
Fallout Newcastle.
Bars.
Thank you. Roman Reigns will be on the cover of WWE 2K25.
don't
Or
care.
WWE, as Paul Heyman said it, I guess, for
Was
some
Heyman
reason.
all right?
He must be a nightmare to sleep next to.
Maybe.
He was snoring during speech.
Yeah.
Maybe he was ill. I don't know. Maybe he had a cold.
Tonsillitis.
Yeah.
Yeah, bless him. Heyman says Roman is the biggest star on Earth, and when Elon Musk colonizes Mars, he'll be the biggest star there as well. Why I mentioned him, Paul? Look, we'll just move on from that.
He knows what he's doing.
For a Jewish man as well, this week of all weeks, to mention Elon Musk.
You're right.
It's actually I was shocked that he did it.
It's just his sixth sense of humour, guys.
Okay.
This is the man who started an interview with Logan Paul saying, how's it hanging?
Yes, of course.
Drew McIntyre interrupts and takes credit for the beginning of the bloodline. After all, it was Drew who beat Brock Lesnar and left Heyman without a client. That is true. McIntyre makes Paul thank him. He tells Paul to pass on a message. Drew will target his boy at the Rumble and eliminate him.
His boy.
Paul says he'll let Roman know, but Drew was talking about CM.
He's not let that go.
Drew bloody loves that, doesn't he? Who was it Punk and Rollins in the ring?
Yes.
A few weeks ago, and he's like, you self-centered prick. And then Punk's like, meh, 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 meh. I wasn't talking about you, Phil.
Not you. Yeah.
Yes. Like it a lot.
Yeah. Works. Again, more teasing for the Rumble.
Yeah.
Back to the
So
feathers.
much teasing.
You're crowding me right now. Get away. Yes.
And then Drew went, he's ill. Gotta get away. We'll catch this. Drew beats Sami Zayn with a dirty pin and continues the attack after the bell. Cody makes a save, but is ambushed by Kevin Owens. Cody fights back, but Drew grabs him, only for Sami to charge him with a haluva kick, which hits Cody by mistake.
That's the second week in a row, guys.
Dun, 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 dun.
It can't be an accident every time, Sammy. I'm just saying.
But a match that was obviously these guys are lovely, but it was just to see this lovely ending where he accidentally hits him, and then Drew and Kev both walk away going,
Kevin stands next to Sammy as if they're a tag team and goes, "Nice one, mate," and then walks out.
And Cody sold the hell out of it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well done, mate.
What a worker.
He's a great worker.
Even his tattoo was sweating.
Drew, surprisingly, before this match, was 10-0 against Sami Zayn.
Of course, yeah.
Shocking.
They did a lot of it during Sammy Uso.
Sammy gets his nose busted open by Drew's coarse chest hair in the midst of delivering a tornado DDT.
Wait, hang on.
He goes for a spinning tornado DDT in the middle of the ring. Comes up with a busted nose. It can only be the chest hair.
Do you remember? Maffew, do you remember? Because it's a PWG thing, I think. When Kenny Omega used to do a move where he'd like have them in a chin lock or whatever and grind his forearms into their face. And on commentary, they'd be like, yes, he often shaves his forearms 2 to 3 days before a match so that it's stubbly, and unpleasant when he's grinding.
And it's funny they do it because I found out in boxing, it's like you have to be either have a beard or clean shaven.
Can't
you
have
can't,
stubble.
because you obviously just like in the clinch going,
You might
like that,
graze someone's face open.
Yeah, but bust them
Wow.
open because a stubble, like that's a pathetic way to end a match.
What a manly thing to do, though.
Yeah, there was someone on Straight to Hell back today who put body hair in there because it is coarse and you do scratch. And Sammy's bridge of his nose is where the cut was formed.
I'm not a very good man, and I can't grow a good beard. So to be a boxer, I'd have to just be clean shaven.
Yeah. You'd have an advantage
That's not fair, though.
in your boxing match.
But I wouldn't
Ray.
feel confident with my baby face.
Who would you challenge for a boxing fight match?
I don't know, Evander Holyfield. I don't know.
Hey, respect, mate. Wow. So yeah, any other thoughts on the
This
match?
felt like a pay-per-view main event for me.
Ooh.
You
So it was given time. The way Sammy was hanging in there, sticking and twisting, ducking and diving. The way he went war tish, but then subdued, but then war tish again, and then subdued. And then the damn heel Drew McIntyre, winning the way he did with the feet on the ropes.
Oh,
Just the way it was given
Took me
time.
by surprise as well. Made me realise that they don't do dirty pinfalls as much in WWE anymore. It's a little bit rarer.
Refs seem to spot them a lot. Almost.
Great refs.
It's only taken
Don't listen to Jesse.
3
the Bug.
decades of.
But that might be on purpose for Sammy, just the way his character's going, because it feels like he's getting a little bit of an edge because of stuff that's happening and he's not getting where he wants to be.
So rewarding for people to watch this stuff.
Yeah.
True.
And then Cody is still recovering in the ring, cuts a promo. He talks about what it means to be champ, but CM Punk interrupts. He says he's genuinely concerned about Cody because he knows what a toll that belt can take. It turned him into somebody he didn't enjoy being, and he lost a lot of friends. Cody asked Punk to predict what's next for him. Punk says if Cody makes it past Owens, he'll exhaust himself between the Rumble and Mania. Meanwhile, somebody will be chasing him and getting into the best shape of their life to win the Rumble, and they're going to meet him in the main event, and they're going to take his belt. And you're like, oh, that's nice. He's trying to help support his friend. And his name is CM Punk. Cody talks about how they met in OV Dub and how Punk was the man back then. Even when he sat at home for 10 years, he was the man, and everybody was still chasing him. But now their relationship has changed because it's Punk chasing Cody. Cody hopes Punk wins the Rumble because he wants him to catch up. Punk replies that a lot of men have said that, but he's left a graveyard of careers behind. Look, leave right back alone. Cody says he hopes Punk wins so he can see the look on Punk's face when he realizes he isn't the best in the world anymore.
Wow.
It's got me hooked, line, and sinkered for a CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes WrestleMania match for the title.
Yeah, but will it be Cody Cena? They're the two, aren't they? Now they're the two front runners.
That's why the Rumble look is so far so tantalizing and so teasing.
I was thinking this the other day. I was like, God, is it Punk? Is it Cody? Is it Punk? Sorry, Punk Cena. And then I thought, What about Roman? Hang on. Like, there's so many.
Yep.
Yeah. Bloody
Hype
hell.
for it.
Yeah. I just like what I learned from this promo is if CM Punk had a bus back in 2014, he wouldn't have left. He would have been fine. He wouldn't have turned into an arsehole because Cody's got a bus and CM Punk did.
I think Punk did have a bus.
Oh,
Yeah, remember they did that little video because he was shouting, "Look, here's me playing Street Fighter with Kofi. I always win." Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So it's not the bus.
He's a dick.
He had a bad bus. If he had a double decker, it'd be all right.
I think I definitely enjoyed this. I slightly preferred the one they did last year with the I'm the real Punk. I'm the real American hero or whatever.
Oh, that was great. I forgot about that, actually.
This was also very good. They've just got really good chemistry together.
Yeah.
Even though Cody was doing weird selling voice. Are you my friend, Punk? It was weird. It was a bit weird. He was just tired.
Yeah.
It was almost
Got kicked in the head.
not quite towards the I need my older brother, but it was getting there. Then he brought it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very good.
The line about wanting to stab him in the front because he's his friend.
Bring me the horizon.
Oh yes.
Is that them?
I don't know.
True friends stab you in the front.
Sugar, honey, ice and tea.
Is that them as well?
That's them, They spell out the S word, but saying sugar, honey, ice and tea.
Oh.
So the kids can get involved,
That's
eh?
pathetic. SPIRIT. Spirit.
Be aggressive.
What was
Be
he?
aggressive.
What was he called? Matt, who we used to work with at What Culture. He used to put that song on all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, hang on. Wow.
Not the boss.
Whoa.
Not the boss.
Crazy him getting mentioned.
No, the one who was like, I was going to say our friend, but he was. Ross was closer to him than I was, but you would always rinse him for putting on Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
don't know
think
why.
goth?
They're all right, aren't they? They're not too bad.
He was a good-looking lad who you wouldn't expect. Like, he didn't look particularly emo.
Yeah.
Then he put on Bring Me the Horizon, and his alarms were flashing. Like, what are you
He's
doing?
confused.
Yeah.
He's giving off vibes of like, I don't know.
David Lynch.
There you go. That's right, because you have to look out the
The
thing you're
Pigeon
listening to.
Detectives is what was coming to mind.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
that might be
Or like
too
the
niche.
Fratellis
Yeah.
or something. Yeah,
He
yeah.
actually likes Bring Me the Horizon. Shocking scenes.
Was shocking.
Crazy.
But he
that.
also liked cricket. Mad.
Wow.
I know, man.
That's not
I
allowed.
wonder what he's up to now. What's he up to?
He's working.
He's watching cricket and
He has
listening to Bring Me the
multiple
Horizon.
Does he?
Like he plays football manager while they sit on him.
Oh.
Too much information.
Good dad behaviour.
CM Punk's very good. Very, very good. That's some hot take there for you.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
Is now time for the big question?
It might just be, Maffew.
Bloody hell.
Seems
The
like a
big
nice
question is, because everything's been set up now after watching Raw, Sunday Night Events, SmackDown, blah, blah, blah. The big question is, what's going to be the best match at the Rumble?
It's Cultaholics.
Can we have the card, please?
The men's Royal.
There's
Oh,
only four
there's 4
matches.
matches. We just talk about them now. The men's Rumble, the women's Rumble,
The ladder match
and the 2 out
and
of 3
the 2 out
falls
of 3
tag team
falls.
match.
Oh, okay, yeah, thank you.
Quite a solid card.
Yeah.
I'm happy these things being short and simple.
Of course, there might be like a 5th added by the time this podcast goes out, so we don't know.
5
Karrion
matches?
Kross
That's
versus-
insane,
With
Jeremy.
2 Rumbles, yeah.
Karrion Kross versus The Miz will get paid off on this
Yeah.
card. No, I'm ready for the men's match me this year. Just the sheer amount of names, it's given 92 vibes.
Oh.
Yep.
Just with all the big stars in there, I think it can't. I don't want to say it can't fail to deliver just because of who's involved, but I've got to.
I'll be surprised if it didn't.
Yeah, there's a fizzing sensation in my being about that match.
I've got a weird
That's nice.
pick here because my heart wants to say the men's Royal Rumble because of what Ross said there, but I can't quite bring myself to predict to say that'll be the best match because apart from the one where Lesnar eliminated half the field and maybe the one where Rhea and Bianca were the last 2, I've not really enjoyed a Triple H sort of Rumble. And, and now there's obviously no Pat Patterson. I'm like, was he really the magic man when it came to
I
Rumbles?
thought Gyat Patterson.
Gyat Patterson?
Be a good drag name.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
For wrestling fans, it would, yeah. And Gerald Fistco.
Oh, dear.
Sorry.
Wow.
I didn't have long to think. I panicked. What was I going to say? The ladder match. But I think the ladder match. Just because the Rumbles, I'm always a bit like, oh, it was okay. But I've not since
I'm
the
surprised
men's,
at that.
not since the men's in 2020 have I been like, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, Shane won it. Oh, no, that was still Vince, wasn't it? But yeah, the last 2 years, that would be right.
They were
wouldn't it?
okay. They were pretty good.
But I mean, because last year we were at the box park. So I was watching it live with people in this room for drunks and just having a bloody
This is the
great
best
time.
Rumble ever.
And Fred Ottman was there. And the first words out his mouth were, Vince McMahon's a good guy. And we're like, this is not the time, mate. Absolutely not.
Tugboat.
I know you've got Wi-Fi in the bloody, the Indian Ocean or whatever it is you fly out to.
Did
but-
you meet Tugboat?
I did. He was kind of just tired.
Was he big?
Oh yeah, he's a big
Oh my
boat.
god, yeah. Christ.
Yeah, and she's like, well, Vince is a great guy. And people boo.
Oh my god. I'm surprised he didn't try and batter you.
Yeah.
Why?
I've made lots of money
Shockmaster.
off you, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's at peace with it now.
Fair, yeah.
The decades of people going,
Did you
oh, that
mention
was
it to
the
him?
best.
Do you mention Botchamini to him? Is
Yeah,
he
he
aware?
had no idea.
Oh.
That's not true.
Look, he's just a nice
don't
old man
believe
at
him.
that point.
Yeah.
He knows what.
No, if you
Botchamini
met him
is.
spoken for a few minutes, you're like, you just want to get this over and done with.
fair
mate.
enough then.
Go back to bed, bless him. He looked he'd injured himself as well. I remember now, God, he had done something wrong with his knee. So the stairs on the way to the bloody, the ramp even, didn't have a handrail. So I think we were like people at the side waiting to catch him, I guess, if he fell off.
How would you have caught
They're like, catching tugboat. All right, cool.
3 men died?
He gets ready for doing
Box Park Wembley the other day.
Okay, Padra for the old time's sake, but yeah, so he didn't die, so it was all right. So yeah, I'm going to say the men's rumble because the same. I know it's the same thing you've just said, but yeah, I'll be a liar if I said otherwise.
Yeah.
So who could potentially win? Cena, Roman, Punk,
They're the three, I
Rollins,
think.
Drew, Sammy,
Rey Mysterio based off the logo.
Yeah,
did say
exactly, yeah.
Logan.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I mean, you're right.
He's a possibility.
You're right. Shut up, but you're right.
Sami Zayn,
maybe-
sleeper pick.
That's right. Yeah.
Maybe Jacob if he's in it.
Yeah.
He gets the Kane and no one push. You know, it's blind like that.
I mean, I can't
LA
think,
Knight, well, no.
I can't
but
think of any more, but that's a big.
that's a
field of-
heavy field. That.
Yeah, heavy flow. By the way, heavy glow. Sorry.
Heavy flow.
Heavy
Jesus
glow.
Christ.
Heavy glow. I meant to say. Heavy glow. That's what I meant.
Whatever you've taken this week, Jack, continue to take it.
No, it's just the Gerald thing was anyway. Women's one, Charlotte.
Oh, nailed on.
That's it. That's it. I mean, I want to like it, but it's less. There's less. More obvious, less obvious. I've forgotten how to speak now. It's like okay, it's Charlotte or
Becky.
I think Becky will come
Surprise
back.
Becky return, yeah.
Becky will come back after Charlotte for the sheer pop. Of
I know
it all.
that this isn't the way they do things, but just after watching that match she had against Tessa Blanchard, I'd just give it to Jordan Grace. Just have her win the Rumble on her debut. But that's a bit radical, isn't it, for WWE?
that's pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Plus, they've established that TNA is at the NXT level.
Yeah.
I would put Jordan Grace straight on the main roster.
Yeah.
NXT Women's Division's fine without Jordan Grace.
Right.
That's
I
not a
agree with
slight
that.
on her. That's just how good the division is.
I completely agree.
It's the best in the world, I've heard.
That's what they said.
They did say that every single segment this week.
Yeah, they did.
When
Yes.
Ava could say it, she did say it.
Ava was
did say
a
it.
lot on the show, a lot.
Ava might win the Rumble.
Did you say men's Rumble as well for the
the-
match you're most looking forward to? Joel?
Yeah, it's got to be men's rumble.
Oh, I'm out on
And
a limb.
obviously getting ready to listen and enjoy Joe Hendry.
Yeah,
TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
He's got to be there.
No, he said the February 1st thing wasn't the Rumble. It was someone else, wasn't it? I think he's releasing a song, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, it's not the bloody wedding as well, isn't it? It's just
I think it
loaded
was
this.
when like something to do with Eurovision.
Yeah, that was the one,
yeah. But also it's the Royal Rumble.
But he won't be there. He's busy.
They've had TNA champions in the Rumble before. Mickey James, Jordan Grace,
Yep.
Joe Hendry.
Should we ask him, see what he says?
He won't reply.
Hiya, Joe.
DM him and he'll ignore. NXT. In the opening match, Julia teams up with Bayley to face Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. Roxanne accidentally even hits Cora in the face, and shortly afterwards, Bayley gets the pinfall on Cora to win the match. Bayley and Julia have a wary handshake.
Big fan of the start of the match. Booker T on commentary, shouting at the other commentators to stand up for greatness when Roxanne's making her way down to the ring, not realising he was also on camera and sat down at the same time. Fantastic scenes from Booker T. Interesting that Graves made mention that Bayley could be looking to build a new army on her excursion to NXT. Dun, dun, dun. But I thought Cora Jade, this was her best performance for Yonks. She was the ring general of the piece in here. The best display for ages. And I think that was done on purpose based on what we saw later in the show. The potential breakup of her and Roxanne has
She
been
really tried her best.
Did
put
her
in
best,
motion.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think she fit in very well with these ones. I was just distracted by the double teaming of on Vic from Corey and Booker. The entire night was very good.
Yeah.
There's a cheap shot. Cuts Bayley off the top and double teaming in shoes as the referee holds Julia back. Booker yelling, "That's legal." Is Vic like, "No, it isn't, Booker." Good stuff. Booker compared the in-ring strategy to chess. Graves asked Booker, "How many times have you been punched in the face playing chess?" And Booker replied, "Depends who I'm playing with." Graves, stay in NXT. You're helping it. Helping things.
Yeah, Bayley was the glue, the Sean Paul of the entire thing. And then Gilly at the end there with her hot tag, showing her class I've written down, because I'm a wanky prick. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it ends obviously with the faces celebrating, but Bayley couldn't take her eyes of Julia's title belt.
Was this this felt like an NXT with more wrestling in it than nonsense?
Yeah.
And I think it's because it was this special Atlanta show.
Which makes it the worst NXT of the year. In a vignette, Eddie Thorpe says he's been overlooked in NXT, just like his people have been overlooked for centuries. He has a great responsibility to his ancestors, and he won't give up after a few losses. Eddie Thorpe cannot be broken.
There was fire.
Nice. The gimmick change is a nice change of pace. He's now a wrestling priest. The way he was dressed with the fire in front of him as well. He had like a long black robe on and I think it was actually like a belt, like a strap from a strap match.
Right.
But it looked like
Because he likes strapping the trees, that's right.
Yeah,
Remember,
looked like what priests wear, whatever that bit's called.
And he'll
The scarf.
I know what you mean. And he'll carry on, even though he's lost. Through the fire and the flames, he'll carry on.
It was a bit of a babyface promo. Because he says he's
It was, wasn't it?
underrated.
It's so weird, isn't it? Because he's like, no, you're a lying prick.
Yeah.
But are you doing it for your people? You're like, oh, hang on.
Yeah,
We'll look like bad people if we boo you now.
Says he's underrated and he's going to work hard to get past his obstacles, like a good babyface would do. A good babyface wrestling priest.
Yeah, his obstacles are telling the truth. It's time for the Grayson Waller effect. Austin Theory gets a positive reaction from the Atlanta crowd. Not heard that in bloody ages. Grayson doesn't, so he mocks them. They bring out their guest, Oba Femi. Theory talks about Oba's future as a main event star, but he and Waller don't agree in the slightest. Oba says he's accomplished more than the pair of them did in NXT combined. Theory and Waller talk about how they're big main roster stars, and in 6 months, Oba could be on the indies trying to sell T-shirts.
That was too far for
That's
me.
not true as well. It's just not
The
true.
hypocrisy of those two talking about being top prospects and then going to catering when they make it to the big leagues. That's exactly what they're doing. These heels.
Oh, how dare they.
I know, it's shocking.
The crowd chant for Theory to betray Grayson, which causes them to corpse for a second. He goes, turn on Grayson. So he goes, all right. Turns his back, literally. Goes, no, don't do that. Very good.
I wish he would have grabbed his nipples and started tweaking them.
Turn him on.
Oh. Wank him off.
He's gonna.
He's gonna. Oh, no. Right.
Then
yeah.
that's when Terry Spunk comes back.
Yeah!
Tuesday.
Did someone say, come Tuesday? He pops out his head through the fly somehow and just like Ace Ventura out the back of the hippo. We see Trick Willie watching intensely backstage, presumably watching another program, as Oba offers the heels a title shot, but which one of them wants it? Ava arrives and tells Oba he doesn't make the matches round here. She does.
But why?
She gets mildly booed. Trick interrupts her and says the title is his. He gets in the ring and clears out the bad guys, but turns into a big powerbomb from Oba.
Later, we'll see Ava continue to. She's really angry at Oba for some reason this week. Disproportionately angry compared to. And I hope Trick gets over his issues with whatever's going on with him.
Yeah, she says,
favoritism.
I'm sick of dealing with Trick. What's wrong
Wait,
with
what?
that?
Well, I thought she was being too gentle with Trick. And not enough to Oba, who just suggested a title shot, which wrestlers do all the time. And that was too much for Ava. She's like, no, I need to remind him.
You respect my authority.
Yeah, basically.
She's been told she has to be angry. Just like, you watch a detective show and like the person who's above, like, I've got the mayor on my ass. Want me to know what's happening with this? That's what she's trying to do. You're like, you don't need to be like that every week.
No.
It's a cheap cosplay of Stephanie McMahon,
A little bit.
That's a good comparison. Yeah.
but wank. Really bad.
Well,
Joe-
wank on this week's NXT.
It's Adam Pearce still top. Nick Aldis still second. Ava's third, comfortably third.
Comfortably
Makes a lot of
third.
sense.
She couldn't be any more third if she tried.
No, yeah.
They're calling it the Ava position. What did they say? We were winning ladder matches at WrestleMania and you were sipping juice in the skybox. Like, ooh.
That was probably
Just the
true.
That's just a nice image, him going, oh, it's great, this
The
juice.
mental
like.
image of Big Oba sipping a little carton.
But do you see the start of the show and he's just walking down the street with his title?
Yeah.
Imagine that, just walking down the street and Big Oba walks past you.
Oh, it'd be great.
Staggering scenes.
Yeah.
I like the theory Waller going, got a nice dance, we'll give you that.
A nice little dance.
Yeah, crowd chanted for Theory, which again is just wow.
It's always nice when it, like when MJF was in Long Island, even when he was a heel at
that's what it's
first.
like, yeah.
I like when fans don't care, and I thought they did quite well to keep things on track despite it.
Yeah, coming insulting them like, we don't care, mate. From
Grayson's
here.
like, oh, it's ATL, is it? Is that because you can't spell the full name? And Theory's got to be there going like, oh, no, come on. And he, at one point he goes, yes, it's A-Town down. And Waller goes, under.
Yeah, it's one of the best segments they've done in ages.
Yeah, it was good.
Oba was good as well, saying like he's achieved more already than they both have combined NXT. Wabba doo ba da boo. And I was shocked at how Trick tall is. And he go, look, go back and see
Tall
what
Trick is.
Yeah, Tall Trick is compared to Oba because the footwear. I need to go back and look at it.
He was nearly the same height as him.
Yeah, he was taller.
Was he?
Smidgen above.
Oh.
A
Trick
smidgen.
he's a big boy.
Not Oba big though.
No.
Izzy Dame is interviewed in the arena. She's asked about her mysterious alliance with Tony D, but denies it. They just share a common enemy in Sean Spears. Whoa, hang on a minute.
Hang on, love.
Oh, sorry.
One
Oh, it's
second.
Rich Holland saying this. Whoa, sweet child of mine. Rich Holland interrupts and calls Izzy a liar. He's about to call her the B word, Betty. But Stax arrives to defend her honor. They're held apart by security.
You're a bomb cake. Because we're incapable of saying the proper word for it.
Joel, what are you calling a loaf of bread or a bun? A bread bun.
A bread cake.
Ah,
Your bread cake.
bread cake.
Bread
I've
cake.
heard bomb cake.
Bam, I've heard.
Yeah.
Stoddy. It's a stoddy up here.
Sarnie.
Scott is like a big one though.
Yeah. That's all we do.
We
up
only
here.
eat big sarnies up
massive.
here.
Yeah. Down with the peas pudding, though. This
Stop
must have
it.
been on the week when I didn't watch over Christmas, to be honest with you, where it came to a head between Spears and Tony and Izzy.
No, we were racking our brains last week, but at least they said it's a mysterious alliance, and we were like, yeah, we don't know why. So
It's a badly written alliance.
if David Lynch did this, everyone would be like, genius. It's up for interpretation.
I know, yeah. But then Tony came to her defense from Sean, and then she paid him back last week by getting involved in the match with,
And now
Yeah.
Stax is defending her honor as well on behalf of the family.
Or is Stax just showing Tony that I can't go on my own?
Yeah, he's doing his own thing.
I'm Stax,
But
man.
I don't think Izzy really appreciated it. She's her own woman. She can do what she wants.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
Oh, Stax takes down Ridge.
That's not.
That's not gonna
Come
happen.
on now.
No.
Ridge is a massive man.
Is Bridges be the lad who breaks up all the groups? Kill Chase Shoes, going to kill Tony D's family.
Another week without an Andre Chase bit.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, because of him. He's the Karen Cross.
Really glad
But
to
good
see,
of NXT.
really glad to see it's paid off.
Oh, yeah.
Breaking up the uber popular stable.
You just wait for Stand and Deliver, Ross.
I am.
Yeah, me
I
too.
am.
Yeah.
He's standing, he's waiting for the delivery. Trick is still recovering from Oba's powerbomb when Wes Lee arrives for their match. Tyson Dupont and Derek Igwe try to get involved, but Trick overcomes them. He beats Wes down, but ignores a 5 count, then shoves the referee away, getting himself DQ'd. Tyson tries to attack Trick with a chair, but gets taken out. Wes runs away. Wes
So,
runs away.
Ross noticed in a different week that Tyson takes the bumps, Tyreek stays out of it.
It happened
It
again.
happened again. I'm wondering if he's just like nursing an injury or something.
Yeah.
Because it is odd, but they don't bring attention to it. It's just,
I don't know, is it?
well, at the start, when they first got involved, Trick only pulled Tyson into the ring and beat him up. Later on, it was Tyson again who got him with the chair, and then Trick like kicked the chair into his face or whatever.
Maybe he's just braver.
Maybe, yeah.
I thought they were doing the storyline where who was it? Sorry, I get mixed up.
Me too. But Tyson's the one who's been taking the moves.
So Tyreek is not that into being a lackey as much as Tyson is.
But then I thought that back when Wes first met them, that it was the other way around, and that it was Tyson who was more skeptical of Wes's teachings. So it's classic NXT.
One of them likes weed and one of them doesn't. That's what we learned there. Up the tree.
Up the rascals.
Up the rascal tree.
Up the Sam.
Yeah, it was a weird little match because you're thinking after taking a fall from grace like that, but like what Oba did the trick that Wesley it would be a cakewalk. A bomb cakewalk. A bread
Nice,
cakewalk.
nice.
But then there's a little few moves at the start, but then Trick just gets back on top.
It's Trick. So Trick's like John Cena.
It's Trick, man. Lovely knees on the table, though, from Wes from a height. Trick bent backwards like a toenail caught on a rusty nail.
Ross. Oh.
Imagine bending back the toenail.
No, I don't want to.
Specifically the big toenail.
No, that'll hurt the most, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then, it was
Is this because you had one?
Yeah, rest in peace. It's been 15 years. Tyson getting involved. Selling like a floppy big boss man, I've called him. Remember when
floppy
boss
big
man would
boss
like
man.
flop? He was doing it like that, and I like that.
Yeah,
So
it was
good for
good for
him.
a big flop. Big flop man, they called him. Yeah, that made Meteor look beautiful. Wes is getting better at acting as a heel while still doing cool moves, which is a hard thing to
Yeah,
get exactly right.
He's the least rascally of all the rascals.
Yeah, exactly. Got that short hair now. So
Yeah.
In terms of body language and yelling while in a half crowd, for example, I think he's getting better and better at it. Was surprised that he couldn't even win this.
He's always been able to do all the moves.
Yeah.
It's been the little things, as we say, and he is getting better at those, definitely.
Yeah,
But I'm not surprised he couldn't win it. It's Trick.
I know. It's
trick,
me
man.
suspending my disbelief like an idiot. Ava tells off.
Oh, no, you
Oba-
did win it by DQ.
Oh, that's not that.
The winner's purse is the same.
Exactly. Tell him, gorilla. Ava tells off Oba in her office. She makes the matches around here, not him.
I know, we know.
Stop trying to do my job. It's my job.
He said one thing. Wrestlers say it all the time. It's like Mandy Rose's catchphrase. Everyone says it.
Oba's opponents at Vengeance Day will be Grayson Waller and Austin Theory.
Oh.
Ava storms off to find Trick and finds him after the break. She basically rubs in the fact that he isn't in the title match. Trick asks what the heels did to deserve a title shot.
It's true.
Ava books a tag match and it doesn't respond the answer. It just says, well, you're in a tag match next week. Trick and Oba versus A-Town Down Under.
Well, the point of it, according to her, was to prove that you deserve a rematch, Trick. So I've booked you in a tag match against them. With
What?
Oba.
While teaming with the man you're chasing. It makes no sense, Ava.
Yeah.
She's lost the plot.
She has.
She's lost
I
the
put
plot.
tell her Trick.
She's scrambling and she's booking any old nonsense. She's like Vince Russo. The bad
Just
bit.
in general. Yeah. You didn't even need to add anything there. Someone did ask, by the way, on Twitch. It was a good question. Not to derail everything, make this podcast longer, I know. But Vince Russo, do you think he'd ever be in the WWE Hall of Fame?
No.
You don't?
No.
Not for all the good stuff he did.
There's too many people going, wow, Vince was there to rein him in, wasn't he? Man, if there was no Vince,
Right.
he wouldn't have been half as good.
Yeah.
And I just think he ruined his track record later on.
Right.
Yeah.
So the thing, isn't it? Like, if you do something good, how much bad stuff do you have to do to completely ruin your good
He's
stuff?
done enough.
And you think,
Yeah.
that's absolutely fair enough. then.
Oh, no, he didn't make himself WCW champion. What am I talking
He
about?
did.
He made himself WCW champion.
Yeah.
He did. He won it in a cage match.
Yep.
He was wearing an American football helmet.
Yep, and he was speared by Goldberg with such ferocity that he got legit concussed and had to then vacate it. So he's an undefeated WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, I thought you just vacated it in a Shawn Michaels way. I
You
didn't
think
wanna
it
drop
would be? He's like, no, because he took a spear from Goldberg.
Right.
That
I
helmet
lost my
flew off.
blow.
He hit the guardrail. Anyway, early in the Women's North American title match, Shotzi takes out JC Jane and Jasmine Nix with a dive. Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxi fight them to the back. Fallon Henley still retains, but a celebration is interrupted by Stephanie Vecchio. They have a stare down on the stage.
Need to mention first and foremost, this match should never have been happening. Stephanie Vaquer is the number one contender. This was bollocks.
Another Ava misstep.
Yeah, you've mentioned there the big start from Shotzi was fantastic. All the kicks and the shoot Frankensteiner, the big splash to take out the Fee members. Fatal influence. Fallon wrestling like prime Rich Holland in her role as a heel, slowing things down and making wanky people say, oh, isn't she methodical? No doubt about that. Shoot senton from Shotzi was second in move of the week. It was such a hard landing.
She really throws herself into those dives.
Yeah.
I know you literally have to throw yourself into a dive, but she particularly does. So there's been some in the past where it's been like, oh, careful.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair play to Fallon Henley's rib cage this week. Really must be
beating.
strong.
But I'm delighted that Stephanie's now once again the rightful number one contender to this belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No idea what the crowd was chanting. Any idea?
No idea. Something about chicken, it sounded like to me. And I couldn't work out what it was. Although Fallon is a farmer, cowgirl. Maybe it's got something to do with her
And
chickens.
chickens are on farms.
They are, yeah.
E-I-E-I-O.
She's a rancher, really.
Yeah.
The Briscoes
A jolly rancher. She's very happy.
When the Briscoes were doing their promos on their farm, I think they were chicken farmers, weren't they?
Certainly were.
Real chicken farmers.
Legit chicken farmers.
Yeah.
Fallon is such a star here. Worked Shotzi's leg, which enabled her to stop her high flying, allowed her to hit the hoedown. Grand.
Yes, the famous
Oh,
is
yes,
called the
hold down.
hoedown.
Yeah.
Yeehaw!
But that exploder suplex she does before to set it up, that should maybe even be the finisher on top of the hoedown.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Although I do like the Fairmaster as a move.
Should call it the hoe up. The hoe, no,
hoe up.
The hoe throw.
the hoe up, then the hoe down.
The hoe throw. Throw across the ring. I just liked how Shotzi the match as well was just going for pinfalls endlessly, which is the goal of wrestling. in
Especially with
matches like that.
especially with a belt on the line.
Yes.
In the locker room, Carmen Petrovic thanks Kalani Jordan for helping her beat Jada Parker last week. Kalani says it didn't have anything to do with Carmen. She just wanted revenge on Jada. She tells Petrovic that pretty soon, Ashante the Adonis is going to leave her ass. Kalani leaves and Carmen calls her a bitch.
To be fair, Kalani was a bit out of pocket here. There was no need to bring up Ashante the Adonis.
No.
Is she? Why? What's her beef here? Is it that Ashante's changed Carmen into a heel and she used to be a nice girl and Kalani's annoyed at that? I don't know, but I think she stepped over the line. I'm taking this far too seriously for what was basically a throwaway.
With the
segment.
serious voice on for
No,
this.
I think there is a big battle there between Kalani and Carmen to come, but the bigger battle is Kalani versus promos because she was back to being what she was before.
She's started off all right. She's all right when she's reacting to people and bouncing off them, but then when it was her turn to soliloquize, it wasn't as. It was a little bit. She's reading her lines.
Yeah. It was the first where she's like, oh, I see what is happening. Do you really think I went out there for you? I went out there for me. You can almost see the auto cue in the reflection of her eyes.
Isn't the coffee nice here in Twin Peaks?
Yeah, but why does she care about Ashante D. Adonis and where he goes?
Well done. Good save.
And where was Ashante this week? Oh.
Nope.
Oh, again, I think we all heard what you
at
said.
the cinema.
How you said it. Oh, okay.
With Nikita Lyons.
There you go.
You're
Look,
right. You're
Beautiful,
right.
man.
'Cause she
Like
wasn't-
Shay Given his prime, all these good saves.
She wasn't on the show either.
Aye. Conspicuous by their absence, some might
Yes,
say.
Definitely.
Avery's interviewed backstage and hopes Trick can get over his anger issues soon.
What are you talking about, man?
He did interrupt her on the stage.
And also, by the way, NXT has the best women's division in the world.
Yeah.
That was shoehorned in.
The cheap pop of the night. Roxanne and Cora interrupt. Perez demands her title rematch and points out that she didn't get pinned earlier. Cora did. Ava books a triple threat at Vengeance Day because she's lazy. Between Julia, Roxanne, and Bailey. Perez is satisfied, but Cora doesn't like it. She storms off with Perez in pursuit.
Now, this is the use of a booking decision in a good way because it made sense. Cora did get pinned, but Roxanne still needs a rematch. I don't mind this one. And also, it's led to ructions between the two, and I like that too.
Yeah.
I thought Roxanne was great here. She was a little git.
Yeah. Aye, that bitch Roxanne was bitching in this segment because she did point out to Ava. Well, she took the fall, remember?
It wasn't me who lost
Miss,
it.
miss.
Yeah, it was great. It was actually really good.
You forgot to give us homework, miss.
Friends don't do that, you know.
No.
Yeah, you know, if you nick something from the shop with your pals, you don't go, "Oh well, he did it."
Yeah,
we all did
that's
it.
it.
We are one.
We are
Shopkeeper.
one, we are
the
one,
Nexus.
we
We will
walk
take you
alone.
down. But that match should be good. Gilly versus Bailey versus Roxanne.
That's why we've got the signs during term time on certain shops, like only 3 kids in at one time, just to avoid a nexus situation.
X Factor is the limit. It's that
Yeah,
size of
yeah,
stable
yeah.
they can take. Atlanta-based rap legend Killer Mike is here to watch the equally legendary Ethan Page. That's what it says here.
Great guy, Ethan Page.
Great guy, nice guy.
Great guy,
Really
Killer
like
Mike.
Ethan Page, yes.
He's one half of Run the Jewels.
Oh, yes.
And also he was on Off Menu podcast with Ed Gamble and James Acaster.
Nice.
Yes.
I think. I have no idea. Ethan takes on...
It's like Desert Island Discs, but for food.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm hungry. Thank you for that. Ethan takes on Cedric Alexander and gets the win after targeting the hand he injured. He tries to beat Cedric down after the bell, but Javon Evans makes the save.
Simple stuff.
Yeah. Cedric
Good
full of...
handwork.
Stop it.
Good handwork.
Stop it.
No, I didn't mean like that. I just said sorry for interrupting.
That's fine. Aye, Cedric was full of piss and vinegar as you would be when you come face to face with a man who broke your arm with a toolbox. And then Ethan hurts the wrist because that's the sore bit. And he takes the thing off of the sore bits to make it even sorer. This is analysis here, everybody. Graves with good nicknames for Ethan Page, who apparently won't shut up about his relationship with The Rock, so Corey calls him the semi-final boss.
And I put here, damn it, you non-nerd, the term is mini-boss.
Oh.
Doesn't really
But
matter.
this is sports, Maffew.
You losers bracket.
Semi-final boss? Shut
Yeah,
up.
not quite the final, the semi-final.
Penultimate boss.
The playoff.
Yes.
The third place playoff boss. I liked how much of a throwback the match was because there was not very much in the way of thrills and spills. It was all like struggle and grappling and stuff like that. Yes, nice change of pace.
I liked it as well. I thought it was what it needed to be. And the Javon run-in wasn't overly complicated. It was just Ethan ran away.
I forget who it was on my stream this week, but they said Javon has worse punches than Shane McMahon, and I would like to disagree with them officially because I haven't seen the match.
Slingy.
Yeah.
They're like Malinga, the Sri Lankan bowler.
They are. Why?
Who, I mean, he had a suspect action, didn't he?
Yeah. Almost rule breaking. A bend in the elbow, Maffew, but the angles were not too acute.
Not like you. You're very acute. Shut up.
The vibe I got was he was just swinging for the fences because he was so
Because he's mad. Yeah, right.
Wasn't the fact that because Shane's measured but he misses.
Shane tries to do realistic ones,
Yeah.
not wrestling ones. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Because the Rock's punches would look ridiculous in a boxing match, but when he did
course.
them, it looked class.
Exactly. Context. This felt heated start, then slowed down and went back to normal, which always makes me a bit laugh. A bit. Good writing there, Maffew. But I liked it for the intro, but it was all heated and I hate you. And that's all I've got. I thought I was going to get rinsed for saying something nice about Ethan Page. So
No,
I'll
it's
move on.
nice.
Well, I mean, we've got no reason to think you've got any issue with Ethan Page because
you believe
still
me
won't
now?
provide the bloody evidence, will you?
If I had some, I'd give it to you. It'd be great. You didn't hold the door open for me one time. Fallon Henley cuts an angry promo on Stephanie Vercoeur. JC Jane talks over her and wants revenge for Stephanie's backstage attack 2 weeks ago. Fallon says next week JC will kick Steph's ass, as long as Ava approves the match. JC doesn't seem thrilled about the idea, but she goes along with it.
Just in the middle of a heated promo, as long as Ava approves this. Why is this a week when they've had to remind us that Ava calls the shots? And they hammered it home.
Been on a bad run of form.
Yeah, which has continued.
Yeah. It was
Wait, a bad run up. When was a good form?
Oh, at the
Schism.
start.
Oh,
The start of her general managership, she was on fire.
Duke Hudson wanted her to run for president.
Yeah, do you remember those times?
No.
And it was around about the presidential, like that sort of month or two before October, November time. That's when it all fell off.
Oh, I thought it'd been
you
worse
think that
since
once she's
before.
realised she wasn't able to get to that level, she's just been.
Everyone always talks about The Rock one day running for president. Do you think he could run against his daughter?
Nah.
Okay,
Not a
Johnson
chance.
versus Johnson.
He's like, I have a daughter.
Just imagine those two in a debate, and the way that American politics seems to work, they'd just vote for The Rock because he'd clown her.
Yeah.
What is your name?
Yeah, in the bed.
Yeah.
No idea what his policies are.
JC Jane, though, is confusing to me because obviously Fallon's cutting the promo here, and then JC, who was the leader, well, she was the second in the first group, then the leader of her own group, then became the second in her own group, and then when the leader of the group is speaking with the title belt, she then cuts in like she wants to be leader again. I find her right and not consistent.
I think it's deliberate because she did try and interrupt at the start. Fallon got it back and then volunteered JC for a match, and JC was like, "Yeah, I guess."
But then JC looked a bit worried and then looked cocky at the end of the segment.
It's a mask. It's a facade.
It's very inconsistent. She needs to lay off the bottle. Get out the record shop, JC. Stop drinking your Jack Daniels.
Yeah, that's what she.
I don't know
did,
why I'm
wasn't it?
speaking like that.
Father.
Hey, there's a guy who does that impersonation who looks the same as Ben Potter. It is scary.
And Ben Potter can do a Matt Berry
Exactly.
impression as
That's
well.
why it's scary.
Wow.
Joel, in the background, so none of us can see, could you have a look at Matt Berry on Twitter and just, there'll be a guy who looks like Ben in the video
I
section.
think I know what you mean.
It's incredible. Anyway, JB and
Father.
Inamura is up next.
It certainly is. Thank you. JB wants to thank Inamura for showing him hospitality when he was in Japan. So he gives him a totally.
He's there. Look at that.
Oh,
It's Ben Potter. That could be Ben's brother.
Can you full screen
No.
it, please?
Ben? Our Ben, or is this a different Ben?
Ben Potter
now?
upstairs.
I get it, but
No.
I think
Ben, who's currently listening to the podcast, going, "I hate you, Ross. Stop talking about."
I was going to
this."
say, I think Ben's better looking than this lad.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Okay, right, okay.
But I mean, it's the blonde hair, the little goatee
Yeah.
beard.
Oh, it's Ben Potter from Double Jump.
But he can do an impression which also Ben can do, which
Yeah.
is that is strange.
Spooky.
That is spooky.
Nice background detail. Likes curtains.
I want to know if Ben knows this man. If Ben
He knows him because he looks like him.
fake Ben, yeah. Knows a man does the same impersonation.
It's only you say that because a bunch of me and the fake Maffews know each other now or talk to each other.
The fake Matthew.
But they're like, can you stop?
Is that Botch Club on?
oh, as in people who look
No,
like
no, people look like, oh, yeah. Hey, Gallows, how you doing? So Inamura, he gives me a totally sick sleeveless leather biker vest, just like his. Now they look like a real tag team. Now you are Bison Troopers.
Yes.
Inamura knows JB wanted to be on his own before they met, but now they've become friends. He promises Briggs will be a champion again. Fraxium can't dodge them forever.
That's right,
Now they'll
amigo.
beat the hell out of them.
Here's a novel idea, you pair of idiots. Win a few wrestling matches against not Fraxium, and you might get a shot at Fraxium.
You don't just deserve an instant shot at Fraxion.
Yeah, this is Fraxium
They're
we're
the best
talking
tag team
about.
in the world.
Nathan Fraser and Axiom.
They were brawling with OTM the other week, so they might have to overcome the OTM first.
Potentially, yes.
Been doing that for a while now, haven't they?
Yeah, but I don't know if they've actually had a blow-off, Matt.
Yeah, I don't know. OTM's been built up.
OTM have lost their title shot.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot
that
about
was
it.
it, that was
Ignore
it.
everything I just said.
Shawn Michaels again continues to enjoy gift giving as a storyline device that never goes anywhere. We saw Joe Gacy give the other members of Schism little pin badges with smiley faces on, and do you remember that?
100 years ago,
And,
yes. but
and we
yeah,
also
okay.
saw Tony D give the family something as well, maybe watches or something, to say like, "Hey, we're doing what? Do some
That's
watches."
right, yeah.
Several horses' heads.
Yes, and it was
Hey,
all.
we eating tonight?
And they were both like long drawn out segments that had no point apart from here's this gift. So at least this one was shorter, but it is a thing that Michaels enjoys. I don't know why. I'm really confused by it.
This one made total sense, though, because obviously JB was taken in by Inamura in Japan, where I assume Japanese food might have been served at the table.
In Japan,
In
possibly.
Japan, yeah, in a Japanese home. So because, as JB said, you're in America now, he gets a leather gnarly jacket like all Americans wear.
Here, eat this.
Aye, eat the jacket.
That was the best thing about Japan for me. Like
Eating jacket.
Sam and Tubman loved like the culture and the technology and all that bollocks. The food was unbelievable. The food was the best part. It's the best place for food I've ever been.
What did you eat?
Whatever you chose, even like meal deals from the corner shop. were like fresh and like
They had meal deals.
Well, the equivalent, like a sandwich in a packet, like a pre-packed sandwich or whatever. But it was
Okay.
like fresh in that. I had a sandwich that had strawberries and cream in it, and it was unbelievable. For my dessert.
Your Honour, wait there.
It wasn't my
Yeah.
for my dessert. It wasn't my
a
main.
sandwich.
Yeah, it was a really soft white bread, strawberries inside. It was and it was unbelievable. I got back. It was just after Christmas. Couldn't eat my chocolate over here because their chocolate was better, and suddenly it felt like eating. You know, when we eat American chocolate, and we're like, whoa,
Yeah.
felt like that. Up the Japanese food. Sorry, carry on.
Thank you. Then we go. In the main EV, Naomi and Bianca Belair defend the tag team titles against the Meta Girls, despite a very close near fall from Jakara Jackson, which caused the crowd to boo the ref. The champions retained for double KOD. Oh, it was close.
I'm comfortable.
Burning hammer, maybe.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with it being a 2 count though.
Her shoulders were up at the start of it.
Yeah.
She was too high on her head, wasn't she? I agree. Justice for the ref.
Yes.
Yeah, it was one of those peak angle kickouts. That's what we call it now.
no.
Just
They
call
it-
him Kurt Angle, man.
Yeah, people said like Angle's peak was for years. It wasn't like it was in TNA.
I think that the dodgy bit of the count came at the start, not the end. So I really don't think. I think the Atlanta crowd were just biased in favor of the.
And the
babyface.
crowd was really into it
The
because
Meta
God,
Girls.
this was good.
It was good.
But we'll ask Ross, who was not the biggest fan of Bianca Belair this
It's
week.
just that we didn't get. Lash Legend got a fair bit in against Bianca Belair, especially
did.
that moonsault thing across the. I don't say across the road there, across the ring was incroyable. What a moonsault!
It was very good.
Out the shit. Well, no, out the. What was it? Where were they? The WCW place, weren't they?
They were
Centre stage.
Yes, centre stage.
Yeah, she went out centre
I thought you
stage.
were swearing
across
them,
the
but you
road.
said shed.
Shed, yeah.
Right.
Was that a new move?
I think so for
Yeah,
Lash Legend.
I
Yeah,
don't
The
remember
RVD
it.
style flipping moonsault.
yeah. I was
resulting in a "You're a Legend" chance.
Aye.
You're a legend.
Yeah, I
Oh.
put one of the most improved wrestlers.
Yeah.
Double L.
And Jakara as well, to be fair.
Jakara,
yeah.
yeah.
I reckon the half-year culties could have Lash Legend's name written on it. 'Cause
Whoa.
it feels like she was getting, obviously, a lot better at the end of 2024, but it feels like getting to new levels in 2025.
She's here. She's
And
made it.
I'm going to suggest a name change for Jakara Jackson to Chikara Jackson because she's got all the moves.
She does have all the moves. Didn't get a show too many in this match, though, which is my issue, I think.
It was
is
more a
with-
Lash
yeah.
match.
More Lash.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is fine.
Chikara Ant was just kind of there.
Yeah. And we also missed this the other day when I was doing the news on the channel. Cora in the middle of the match asking Ava for a word.
Yes.
Yes.
She did.
So what could that mean? Could she be added to the match? Could she be getting something in TNA if she's not welcome in NXT? Who knows?
I imagine she'll have to win a match to be added to the match or something like that.
Yeah.
And she
Against
will.
Roxanne.
Whoa.
Dun, dun, dun. Everyone booked that though because she's stupid.
I thought like nothing's going to change because she's going to go away. Leave me alone. Bless you.
You better not be getting that cold.
I don't feel ill.
We stay ill. Yeah.
But that was a very good match to end the show.
Oh, yeah, very
Given time, yes, good.
Yeah. And then the feed is interrupted as the show ends. The words WWE transmission are deleted and replaced with Vengeance Day, which I don't think was necessary, but okay.
Why?
This means something.
It means it's happening there. You silly goose.
The return of Von, as me and Ross speculated on the news.
Yeah, just
What,
for
Von
no,
the Hacker?
no reason at all.
People have said.
I don't see that being in the
People have
clouds.
said Sami Callihan, Mustafa Ali. They've both been hackers in the past.
Yeah.
Since
Keanu
saying
Reeves.
But
that-
they've hacked the signal to say the thing that's happening.
No, but they're signifying
They're very
their arrival,
helpful for a
Maffew.
hacker.
Do you know when Zarya had like signs, like she made signs on the road saying,
Yeah.
where was she debuting? New Year's Eve?
Whatever,
was it? No.
yeah, whatever
whatever
it
pay-per-view it was back in the day. Halloween Havoc.
Yes.
That's the one.
Yeah.
But I've been thinking maybe it's got something to do with the lasses because it appeared as they were in the ring. It just cut them off, didn't it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But also now, since I thought that at first, but now I've seen theories, people saying it could be a TNA invasion. No, that's class.
Oh.
No, that's sick. What do you mean?
Oh.
Who's going to show up then?
The Rascals. Oh, no.
Let's have the invasion of the inferior product against the mighty NXT.
Yeah.
Oh.
Think of who it could mean. Joe Hendry.
Josh Alexander, who's
Mike Santana.
pretty much
left.
guaranteed. Yeah, he's left.
Alexander's gone. The two
Santana's
people-
doing well at
The
the
people
minute,
who
yeah.
had the two best matches at Genesis were Josh Alexander and Jordan Grace, and they both it was their farewell.
Yeah.
But Joe Hendry, Nick Nemeth, imagine him coming
We've
back.
already seen it.
What do you mean?
A couple of years ago, he was down there.
Oh, he was the champion, wasn't
Yeah.
he? With the belt. The Rascals.
Don't want to
Wes.
see
Said them again.
They were
We're
horrible.
repeating names now.
We've come for revenge. Ew.
We're back to show this is what we do.
Well, they're here and they're really serious. Oh, God, if they had Corey Graves as the head of it.
Oh,
Right. I told you I was here for a reason.
Aiden English.
I did. Nice guy.
Oh.
I can't.
Other people that
doesn't
we got
wrestle,
rid of
does he
years
anymore?
ago.
No,
TNA.
it's commentator.
No, he does not.
This sounds rubbish.
Yeah, God.
Tessa Blanchard, obviously, really controversial figure, but really good in the ring.
I don't see that.
No, okay, well,
Shall we
I'm
move
not going
on?
to rule it out, obviously, but I would be so disappointed.
I've managed to book something worse than the Deaf Riders angle right now. I'm very happy with
I'm
ourselves.
still on board, and we'll see what happens at Come Vengeance.
How funny would it be
JBL.
if it actually happens?
JBL.
JBL.
Yeah.
I am with TNA
Oh!
tonight.
JBL versus Booker. Come on. It's like 2005. Anyway.
AEW Dynamite.
JBL versus Oba.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, the stem cells.
Will Ospreay wins the opening match against Brian Cage, despite sneaky interference from Lance Archer. The heels beat Ospreay down, but Kenny Omega makes a save with a chair. Fletcher and Takeshita arrive to turn the tide, and the good guys get laid out. Omega still tries to fight as the heels leave, so they beat him down some more. Ospreay tries to lie on top of him to protect him, so he gets beat up a bit
They
as
just
well.
battered them, didn't they?
And the song plays like 3 times.
How long is it until the Australia show?
I know, but I thought this beatdown was going to go until that show started.
Yeah, because they do need to make us pretend that the heels could win that match, I suppose.
Nah.
Okay.
I don't know why, because obviously it starts with Kenny being shown laid out backstage, and the best jobber of them all, Brian Cage, fair play to him, because he's wrestled now Kenny and Will, so he must be the best of all the best.
Yep.
He's too concerned with the winner's share of the purse to just not thwack Ospreay with his friends at ringside and just lay them both out ahead of their big pay-per-view match.
He's got to pay for all
Not
that.
pay-per-view, sorry, just special.
Yeah.
He's got to pay for all that, chicken and broccoli.
And also think what a win over Ospreay could do for his career. I'm trying to make it make sense. I'm trying to William Regal it on commentary.
Of course, yes.
But I thought it was all right. I think I preferred the match Brian Cage had with Omega, though.
Yeah.
I also, for the first time, I've finally managed to catch up with Omega's match against Gabe Kidd in Japan.
How was it?
Well, Kenny's just a liar, I think you were saying. He
Yeah.
was like, I can't do what I used to be able to do.
Does it all?
He's flying out the ring. Gabe was really, really impressive in it. He's a different man to the man we knew.
Yeah, someone showed me a gift.
Because he
and
was a
I'm like,
boy.
Now he is a man, yeah.
Yeah, someone showed me a clip of like Kenny wrestling somebody and put him over the Japanese table. And I'm like, oh, who is that guy? Is that Ishii? Oh, it's Gabe Kidd.
Who is
The
that?
size of him.
Is that Ishii we were about to say?
For like half a second because the
'cause he's
mass
so
on him.
thick.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my God, it's Gabe Kidd.
Yeah,
I'm really enjoying his Instagram game at the minute because he's just over in Japan just getting pissed at karaoke bars. That's
They
all
do-
he's
they
doing.
do enjoy that.
But he's got the big boss sort of like Kavorka in the... Yeah.
I'm worried about how much of it's a gimmick, though, and how much of it's just what he's like. The match was unbelievable. It was really good.
Yeah. As for this one though, I took issue with the sort of the thought process of the heels at the start there, because surely just lay out Will. Who cares about the match? Just play him out. But once the match got going, Cage walking around the ringside area in the standing suplex position, bringing Will down, bringing Will up, and the suplex on the floor. That was mint.
Yeah.
That was really
That was
mint.
He's a
good.
really good jobber.
Yeah, he is.
He really is. I bet people like wrestling him because even though he's big, he can
But
fly
yeah,
around.
apparently he's got that rep. It's like, yeah, you're big, you're massive, and you're safe. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have you wrestle Ospreay and Omega.
And the side profile of his face is incredibly different to the front.
Is
on
it?
view, yeah. Just that promo from the Don Callis family house where he's got his side on at the start. I was like, who the hell's that at the table? But it was Brian.
That beard hair he's got now, I'm like, is that? Oh, it's Brian now. Yeah,
Right.
That's completely transformed his
That's
face.
Brian.
That's Brian.
Uncle
Hello,
Brian.
Brian. Renee is waiting outside Swerve's locker room to get an interview, but Hangman Page storms inside to look for him. Swerve isn't there, so Hangman ignores Renee and leaves, bumping into MJF on the way. They have a brief, tense stare down. MJF fills in the interview slot and complains to Renee about the fans loving Hangman, despite him doing far worse than Max in the past. He also mocks Double J for turning down his offer. Now Jeff will have nobody in his corner tonight when he faces half-man, half-horse Claudio Castagnoli. MJF says he has one last offer for Jarrett, and it's one he can't refuse.
No, I was expecting him to
Sorry,
then...
the theme from Godfather.
I
beg your
know.
pardon.
I've seen part one. I was expecting him to then make an offer to Jarrett later on, which he didn't do.
No.
He's a liar, that MJF.
Or is he just waiting until next week? I don't know.
It was a nice Kevin Owens reference from MJF, referencing Claudio as a half-man, half-horse from that shoot interview Kevin Owens did years ago.
Oh, is that where
Or
it's from?
Steen calls
Yeah.
Claudio
what
half-man,
do you mean?
half-horse. It's got the black background with the purple letters,
Yeah.
what series that is. He
Yeah.
just calls Claudio a half-man,
Oh, I
half-horse.
thought it was reference to Chris Hero said they used to love like going to the gym with Claudio, and people come up to Claudio, just like whatever people who go to the gym and take supplements and be like, so what do you want, Claudio? What do you want? It's like, no, Claudio's like, no one believes him when he says, I'm what's the word?
Natty.
A genetic freak.
Yeah,
Natural.
I'm natty. So he just started like mock them and started going, horse blood. Because I drink 2 liters of horse blood a day.
I like I can't remember who it is, but there's an interview with someone talking about Heyman. Or is it Heyman himself talking about Sami Zayn versus Claudio in NXT? When he nearly drops him and then runs with him across the ring and keeps him up.
Oh, yes.
And Heyman's like, because he's such an effing man.
Do I reckon Hangman was looking for Swerve because JJ made him question? Oh, sorry, Christopher Daniels made him question his
The
life
other old
decisions.
one. Yeah.
The other old one. Yeah, just maybe wonder, was he going to go, sorry, Swerve, didn't mean it.
Yeah, no, I felt really bad for Ty Christopher Daniels. You all right, pal?
That actually might have been what it was.
Yeah.
Because he did have his sad eyes on, didn't he?
Yeah.
Sad
He
eyes.
just got different eyes when he's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just
I'm looking
does
forward to that segment. Look, hey, Swerve, this people like, you.
When he's angry, he goes like that. And then he's a different person.
I like how MJF's insecurities IRL are now part of his character. Oh, if I've been funny, people don't like that, but Swerve can do or Hangman can do what he wants because he's a cowboy. It's like that when he watches this podcast just for his bits.
It's true, yeah. We do. We all get DMs.
I literally don't.
Oh.
When I interviewed MJF off camera, he did tell me he's a fan of Ross, which was distressing for me.
Gillette!
The best Cultaholic can get.
I was like, "Aye, nice one, MJF." What about that young whippersnapper to his left or right?
Oh, thank you. Yes. He's doing rather well. Oh, I appreciate that, Jack. We got a video promo from Powerhouse Hobbs. He's not cleared for action tonight, which apparently is a shoot. But when he comes back, he's ready to get revenge on Big Bill.
Fair.
Brick.
What happened on Collision?
Brick.
He hit him with-
They had many bricks. They had a big sort of standoff in the car park near the start of the show. Then it sort of goes away for a bit, then comes back.
That's right. Yeah,
and then
I
there's a
remember
big bit with bricks on the stage.
Wow.
But like not cinder blocks as you see in the wrestling, like a good old builder's brick. The
Sounds
red
like-
one.
As seen in NXT. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like Green Street or something. Meeting in the car park for a Rambo.
Yeah. It's a shame though, because I would like to see them because it was good for what it was. Just two big boys battering each other. So it's a shame it had to
Absolutely.
come to a stop.
I'd like
More
to
of it
see
in
more.
AEW.
I'd like to see more of Bill wrestling generally in singles matches and
I
stuff.
think those wheels are in motion.
Well,
now.
yeah.
After the latest, the last 2 New York minutes.
And then after 3 losses to Jericho, you'll be ready to go up the card.
Well, no, he'll win the first 3, then
Aye.
lose the
There
last
you go.
one.
Yeah.
Jericho claimed to win the feud, but then Big Bill will go on to better things.
Yeah.
AEW.
TNA. Jarrett loses to Claudio after interference from Wheeler Yuta and John Moxley. So
no,
no
that's not a
title
sentence
shot
you
for
should
him.
never say. No. Why do we need 3 men to have Claudio, half man, half horse, drinks horse's blood, beat a Double J in 2025?
Because Dave Rice on over there. Because Jarrett knows this is his last chance, and he was giving his all. Is that not enough for everyone?
It looked wank. It
Jarrett was
really
giving
did.
his all.
I get the sort of thought process of like, they are better than the sum of their parts. They're a cohesive unit, and they can see an old man, and they'll take the old man out because that's what they're fighting against, while also locked in a feud with another old man, which makes it not make much sense.
Yeah.
But it's just the visual of Claudio having to call upon his pals to get the job done. And
That's Double J. Huh?
Bring me my emergency horse blood.
That's the king of the mountain.
Bring me my buffalo wings.
I do agree, and I am being a bit facetious, but I do feel like something's happened recently with the Death Rider storyline where I'm also losing faith in it, but I feel like people have gone way low on it really quickly.
Yeah, I
And I
gave
don't
it
know
more.
what I can't work
Sorry,
out. It was like 1 week it wasn't, and then 1 week it suddenly everyone's like, this is the worst thing ever.
I think we've said this several times in a row now, at the point where we're like, hey, here's a good thing to get rid of, if we're going to minimize the podcast, then just summarize AEW Dynamite, because this week was just...
Oh my
But this, it started off so promising, like, okay, cool, rising up new people, fantastic, not relying on them. And then they've just completely not done that.
I didn't read
It's like they've written, the setup has not been what the rest of the show has been.
I didn't read the spoilers, but someone was reporting, sorry, I can't remember who it was, that they thought that the Collision taping was actually way better than Dynamite this week. So apparently this week's Collision's really good.
I would hope so.
last week's Collision was really good.
They've managed to, they're beefing up Collision again. Just when we're trying to shorten the pod.
No, that's not. No. Yeah, so then afterwards, MJF arrives and acts like he's about to cut a promo. He lays out Jarrett with the microphone. Max claims to respect his elders, so he won't say I told you so. So
What was your offer then?
Yeah, it didn't.
I think he was
develop
just
anything.
being a silly Billy. And then, why not have MJF run out and just do that?
Why
and cost
why
them
didn't
the
he
show?
cost Jarrett?
Why do we have to have the Death Riders? This is one bit of Death Riders, all right?
Okay,
so
you're
far.
right. I agree with that.
Renee, go on, sorry.
It's just like you always have Yuta being the whipping boy not only by the people in his own stable, but also the people he wrestles all the time. And now Claudio can't beat Double J. They're all crap unless they're all together. That's what we're learning.
Yeah.
Claudio should be beaten without breaking sweat here.
Yeah.
It's Jeff Jarrett, Raw.
I know, but it's 2025. He said I think he's 57.
Oh, right.
I liked him taking the neutralizer on his knees like Kane.
He's not even the toughest old man in kayfabe in AEW, Billy Gunn.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Dustin.
Probably Dustin as well, yeah.
I know. There's a long list of old people.
S-word. I'm a tough old S-word.
I bleed from Irish whips. Renee interviews Ricochet, informs him that if Swerve interferes in Trevor's match with AR Fox tonight, he'll lose the chance to wrestle Ricochet next week. Ricochet is pleased by the news, but doesn't want to answer any more questions. He'd rather do it in a formal setting on Collision. Aha!
So yeah, Swerve's not going to be on the show tonight. Devastating news for all concerned.
Oh, it's like Backlash 2000.
It's fun to do.
Backlash 2000.
Yes. Ricochet wins his match against AR Fox and prepares to attack him with the scissors after the bell. Swerve is here to make the save because it is after the match and attacks Ricochet. He prepares to hit the Swerve stomp, but Ricochet uses AR Fox as a human shield to make his escape. Prince Nana dances angrily in the background.
Did you see it? Lurking behind Swerve when Ricochet's...
That was cinema, that shot, like.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, yes. But I hope AR Fox is now used regularly on TV, because performances like this, if he then goes missing again for a while, I think this is his second Dynamite match in 2 weeks, or maybe a Collision and a Dynamite, I can't remember what it was, but it's definitely his second televised match in 2 weeks. That's a good thing. But if he goes away again now, all this means next to nothing, which is an issue that AEW have up and down the card.
Yeah.
Well said.
Because this match was fantastic from start to finish. The roll-through cutter into the 450 from AR Fox was probably his move of the night. His move of the night, not mine. But then, yeah, if AR Fox goes missing again and kayfabe's just the guy who rocks up from time to time, how does that do Ricochet any favours as well?
Yeah.
So hopefully AR Fox stays around.
But unfortunately,
Well said.
we've seen this happen before where people have been given like a bit of a run, whether they've come over from Ring of Honor or whatever, and then, as you say, they are just forgotten about. So
Yeah.
hopefully it's not one of those
I
instances.
think we've said this a few times for AR Fox, but yes, hopefully this one sticks.
Yeah.
I like Ricky as well, going to be a bit of a heel. Oh, I'm going to do a big dive. No, I'm not. Good.
Yeah.
It's so hard if your ring style is, like I said about Wesley, almost like it's so hard to do. If you're supposed to be a heel, yet you can also do lots of flippy stuff that people expect you to do. How to do it. And he did. His thing I hadn't seen in bloody ages, or maybe he's done it recently, I've forgotten, but his indie thing. Oh, people's moonsault. Haha. It's like, oh yeah, he did used to do that on a regular basis.
I liked. He must have listened to Zack Sabre Jr. because in their match at Wrestle Dynasty, which wasn't promoted for some reason, but it was the main event. He's talking trash to him during a strike exchange. He's going, "No, you better wrestle better. You're back in Japan now, mate."
We see a snippet of Renee's interview at the Death Riders gym on YouTube. So there's 2 appearances for them.
I've not watched the full thing. I skimmed it.
Neither,
What,
yeah.
this didn't want to make you want to watch it, did it not?
Oh, Maffew.
Moxie
Greg.
explains he keeps the AEW title belt hidden in the briefcase because nobody deserves to see it. A championship isn't something you can win or hold. It lives inside you. Moxie claims to inherently be the AEW world title. I just
quite liked it. No,
I just thought that means he's eating it.
Joe, could you
Mistaking
Google
it for a hot dog.
John Moxley AEW World Championship just to see if there's any pictures of him with the title?
Well, maybe from his previous.
yeah, he's already.
But,
yeah.
I know what I'm doing. Being a silly guy, you know? Just being a silly guy.
Go you. He wants to create 1,000 John Moxleys.
To be fair, there's not many of them posing with
Oh,
it.
wow. Actually, yeah.
He is consistent.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
sure.
there's one there.
Yeah.
Just below where he's getting thwacked by Swagger as well. Oh, yeah. Hager, sorry.
Okay.
You hypocrite, John, you heel you.
He wants to create 1,000 John Moxleys. So it's the plot from Boys from Brazil.
I've not seen that one.
Nah, never mind. So I'll put them through everything he went through to reach this summit.
Yes.
His lines were good in this one. Like, it's the title's not a thing. It's grown inside from the white hot fires of combat.
Yeah.
I like that kind of thing. He's the only guy who does that kind of thing. I think we said this before last week, didn't we?
Refusing to acknowledge that he's being interviewed by his wife. I thought there was going to be like a cute moment between them or something, but he's just not. And when I skimmed the full thing on YouTube, she interviews various members in different locations around this like Mingin gym they're in. And the bit with Pac.
Is this when he's in a box?
Sat like that, just going, "I have been here since day one."
I think it's a little sauna, isn't it? Like a
Yeah,
little,
he's just.
yeah.
Oh, it's a little box.
But he's sat like bolt upright, and you can't see below like his chest. So it's just like, where's he sat there? I have been here from the beginning. I am the bastard.
I've never left.
It's so good.
During the break, Matt Menard plugs some merch. After the break, Excalibur plugs Chris Jericho's new film, which looks gash. Then Jericho plugs Jericho's new film. Looks even worse now that he's done it. And it's time for another New
What is
York
the film?
Minute. Dark Match.
Dark Match, a wrestling-themed horror film.
That's a
Starring
good pun, that.
Yeah.
starring Chris Jericho. Big Bill says last week Jericho's words meant more to him than ever before. Jericho says that makes him very proud of himself for being such a great mentor.
There are still flashes of funny stuff in the Jericho gimmick sometimes.
But Jericho told Bill to take care of Powerhouse Hobbs permanently, which he couldn't do. This Saturday, Jericho and Brian Keefe will show Bill how it's done as they take on the Outrunners.
Oh, he's leeching on them now.
Jericho's confused by their gimmick. He swears he's never seen them wrestle outside of AEW. Brian Keefe blames the Mandela effect. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
But yeah, then he says to Big Bill, make me proud, but for real this time near the end of the segment, which is signifying the breakup is emotion. And that is good news.
Oh dear, how sad. Never mind. Jay White wins a singles match against Wheeler Yuta.
Pilled you. Sorry.
Oh, this week, absolutely.
It wasn't that bad a week. I thought it was
Oh,
alright.
this was just... Anyway, he attacks him after the bell until Moxie and Claudio come back out. There's 3. They beat Jay down, but get chased away by FDR and Cope. Dax
They
Howard...
waited again too late.
These guys stink.
If you see them out there, lads, that's your cue to leave the backstage area.
With friends like these, Dax Howard cuts a promo and wants revenge on the Death Riders for attacking Ricky Morton. Dennis Condrey is here tonight, which has inspired Dax to make a challenge. He wants to face the Death Riders on Coliseum. Oh, you idiot. Wow, Maffew, you got a bit confused there because it says Mid-South and just auto-corrected. On Collision in a Mid-South street fight.
Auto-corrected Mid-South.
Mid-South Coliseum, obviously. Yes, obviously. Idiot.
And I have to take back what I said. Maybe this week was a bit frustrating, especially with Cope still being involved. He's really been shoehorned into what should be the Death Riders versus the Young Lads.
Yep.
And I guess it hasn't helped the Death Riders that the first part of their storyline, you had this really prestigious, legit tournament going on, and now you've got Cope messing things up, and it feels like they haven't been given... I'm not blaming anyone in the stable itself. It feels like they haven't been given the focus they deserve.
Yeah, it's the booking. It's knackering them.
Yeah, and it's just the way the matches are all ending the same. If you think there's one that's definitely not going to end the same, it's Claudio versus Jeff Jarrett. But that didn't end. That went the same way.
It's the chosen one.
But here it is again.
And then here it happened again. And it'll happen again on Collision, I bet, in the same way. And it'll keep going and keep going and keep going.
What are they doing in Australia? We
They're
don't
going to
know.
interfere in a bunch of matches.
Yeah.
They're going to beat up Bushwhacker, the one who's alive.
I think the other one might have died as well, no?
No. One of them's dead. But
Joel.
I actually don't know.
Thank you.
No.
I
Got
don't
a
know.
fact check.
I've seen one of them, but I don't know which one it was. It was when they were both alive.
Thank you. I knew, but as soon as you start saying this, you point out, yeah, they were alive at the time.
I've also met one of the Usos, and I've got no idea which one it was. I was off my tit. Wally Mania.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all
That
right.
explains.
Yeah.
I was very good.
Bushwhacker Luke is still alive.
Yes.
Yay! I'm so
He's
sorry.
going to get his head kicked in.
I'm so
I know he's
sorry.
from New Zealand.
I'm sorry, everyone.
As for the match, though, once I got past the fact that Wheeler Yuta desperately needs a haircut, come on now. The fringe.
Oh,
It's the fringe of a 14-year-old boy in his hair.
He looks like an anime boy. It's nice.
Yeah,
no,
but
it's-
his eyes were not visible when he was walking to the ring.
He's a Death
He was
Rider.
all mop.
He's not a Death Rider. He's a... I don't even know.
We don't say this about Hook, and he's got a mop.
He's got a cool mop. You can see.
Sometimes he can't.
Well,
but he's very handsome, so he gets away with it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Wheeler, I feel like his mum. You would look so much nicer if you just cut your hair.
Short back and side, sir. That's what you need. But no, the way he worked the leg of Jay White was very nice. Relentless, hard. I've written down that for some reason. Nice shoot aspect to the Blade Runner to get the win, up the protected finishes. But then, as I say, just the issues of it ending the same. And FTR and Cope, once again, waiting too late before making their big entrance with their flashy lights and music and whatnot. Get out there before the big attacks happened.
Can Darby just hurry up and climb that mountain?
I
so that
know.
he can...
I can't believe that might actually be a real thing. That we're going to set him up by having him lose 150 times on TV. Oh, he's climbing the mountain. We can't push him. Well, I guess it's going to go to Cope. You're like, this
Cope
cannot be
Cope
real.
can't be the one who beats Moxley.
Cope will.
No, don't, please don't put that.
If there's
out
one
there.
older lad who will do it,
No.
it'll be Cope, just based off
In a
his booking in AEW so far.
45-minute
I
match.
wouldn't have Edge being the one who saves AEW. I'm
Mox will
sorry.
come so close to winning, but Cope will just get that 1 inch too far.
I really don't want that.
The Death Riders will interfere, and then FTR will be too late chasing them.
I'll be so sad if that happens.
They're going to have to kill him to beat him. We know this about Cope and AEW.
He said it before.
How many matches has he lost in AEW?
I don't want to look at that.
Yeah. While you're checking that.
Cope matches. Let's just wait to type out Cope.
You go to copematch.net. After a video package recapping her feud with Toni Storm, Mariah May arrives for an interview with Renee. She denies being shaken by the return of timeless Toni Storm. If Toni's such a great actress, maybe she should play the version of herself that was fooled by Mariah or lost to her at Wembley Stadium. Mariah's too good to role play. She doesn't need to change a thing about herself. She's the woman from hell and will remind Toni of that.
Yeah, I didn't mind. This was straightforward. Did what it needed to do. Mariah's lying about not being scared, but she's a heel, so fair enough.
Absolutely.
She's definitely scared.
She wrote the lines of the week by saying, Huntsville. I'd swap that letter with a C if I was ye.
He's lost one.
Oh, wait, don't tell.
Yeah, I want to. Is it a singles match?
Dynamite from December 2023.
Singles match?
Yes.
He lost a singles match.
In Montreal, Quebec, Canada, of all places.
Christian?
Yep.
Oh.
TNT title.
Was it the one that lasted seconds?
It
Yeah, right.
lasted
After?
18 minutes and 2 seconds.
Yeah, but then Christian...
Then that happened again at World's End 2023.
That's
12 seconds, title change.
So he's lost two.
He's lost 2.
He's only lost to Christian.
Yeah, only lost
Jobs
to
for the
Christian.
boys.
Yeah. Just to confirm, he's in the winning side. Garcia's beat Christian Cage. He's beat again. Cardona, Penta.
No.
Penn. Oh, yeah, that's when we got Lucha Edge.
Mixed tag team match. House of Black. Brody King and Julia Hart defeat Cope and Willow Nightingale. By referee's decision, though.
I don't remember this.
I've had enough of this match.
House of Black. Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and Malachi Black defeat Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, Mark Briscoe, but I doubt Cope would have been involved in the finish.
He would not.
I think I vaguely remember that one, yeah.
That's it.
That's a Mark Briscoe pinfall if I've ever.
It is just a Christian in singles matches.
Oh, Adam.
So he's going to win the title, lads.
He's not. I can't. I won't be able to stand it. I don't think I'll be able to forgive Tony Khan if that happens.
We get a sentimental babyface vignette for the return of the Guns. The clock in Austin's car reads 3:10. He's listening to Many Men, which are nice touches, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was January the 17th when they were in the car. That's a while ago now.
Oh, was that the date on it?
Yeah.
It was a nice dash, but nice display on the car. There.
Yeah, lovely, yes.
We then get a series of recap video packages and plugs for upcoming matches. Takeshita is strong and good at wrestling. The UK have been doing stuff. MVP talks about how the Hurt Business will beat all challenges. I thought I'd mention these all together. Thank you. I
was a
cut
weird
you
part
off
of
there,
the
Ross.
show.
I do apologise.
What are you apologising for?
Did I cut you off?
No, you didn't. Don't you worry. I talk enough on here, Matthew. Don't worry.
Did I miss anything there in that? Because they just felt like there was lots of stuff just rammed together.
Not unless Deonna Purrazzo's not your next.
She's next.
Yeah.
The Vendetta cut a promo on Harley Cameron. Deonna says the world isn't made for people like her and Taya, so I'll have to take what belongs to them.
Yeah, so on Collision, Harley got involved, which meant that Yuka Sakazaki got the shot against Mercedes and not Deonna this week on Dynamite.
I'm the girl with the tipping point. I'm a little crazy. She's unbelievable. You missed
great.
a hell of a song last week.
In the main event, Mercedes Moné defends her TBS title against Yuka Sakazaki. Mercedes manages to retain. We still don't find out why Rio showed Yuka at Fighter Fest 2019. You will never let it lie. Bless you.
Why on earth did that happen?
Yeah.
And I went back to find out the circumstances surrounding the push. Rio had just retained in a triple threat against Yuka and Nyla Rose. Then Yuka tried to be sporting and Rio pushed her. Rio won the match. She's got nothing to be cross about. And it was never, ever followed up on.
Yeah. This was a fun match.
I don't care about this match.
Did you not?
I care about the shove in 2019.
Oh, sorry.
No, sorry, Karen.
I was just happy because I was half expecting the Death Riders to come out and be doing this as well.
And then Cope to take the titles.
Yeah, there you go.
Viciously beating this small Japanese lady.
Yeah, I'm just happy seeing Moné finally settling into a groove.
Yeah, she was clearly the one who put together that match and was calling it and was just the ring general all of the time.
Yep.
So the dog's bollocks, so she did. Great outing for the both of them. Nice to hear the theme again from Yuka, who I
Yes.
believe is married to Takeshita or with Takeshita.
What?
Yeah.
He's an evil man.
Google that in the background, Joe, in case I've just made it up. I'm sure that's a thing. Fact-checking.
Fact-checking.
In 2025.
Aye.
Someone should make a parody of Star Trekking with fact-tracking. Oh my God,
Fact-checking.
fact-checking across the internet.
We're checking out who is shagging who.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy for them.
Yeah, personal life.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
We must invade. We must invade personal lives. But yeah, it was just a good back and forth matchup. Yuka had the crowd with her, which was nice to see. But as you say, Mercedes is really coming into her own after a hairy start in AEW.
I'll say.
Yeah, same. She's in a run of form. She had a good match in New Japan a few weeks ago against Hazuki, which I think was her best one since like the first start on the match.
Nice.
She's just been having some good matches with a variety of different opponents.
Good.
One against Mina was okay, but you can tell that Mina Shirakawa is not like a work rate. She's a character. But they still did all right as well then. So yeah.
And that was Dynamite.
The money train.
Just was
aye.
there.
Just to repeat again, Monday, the Week in Wrestling will kick off with the Royal Rumble podcast, which is canon. It's an official podcast number.
Will it be going out on Monday?
It will be going out on Monday, I do declare. Unless
right,
we
Joel?
swear loads and make references that Joel has to edit.
This is the first I've heard of it, so I don't know.
Oh, bless, really?
Joel's been off ill.
Oh,
you
man.
are in on Monday, or are you working Sunday night, Saturday night? Are
I
you
am
off on
working
Monday?
Saturday night, but
Oh, you won't be on Monday then, will you?
well, I might do.
It might be a Tubman production then.
Possibly.
That seems
Wow.
unfair to have you in Saturday night and then Monday again.
It depends. I
don't know how it
I do
works.
it sometimes.
Get to work.
Depends how late it
I
finishes.
mean, I do
but-
it when I did reactions, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
I'll
unfair.
I'll
Get into work, will you? No.
I'll probably be in.
Slacker Jones over here.
Also, it's not confirmed if they're married or not. There's a lot of rumours, but nothing official.
I was
so-
there.
Oh, well, we want to comment on.
Hogan went to the wedding, I think.
So yeah, there'll be a Rumble podcast on Monday, so the Rumble won't be a part of next week's Week in Wrestling. Because we've already covered it.
I'm sure
Yes.
that we'll remind you again next week. But I won't be here, but I'm sure that you two will remember.
Change is good.
We might even do a mailbag at the end of the Rumble one if you have any Rumble-related questions. Wait!
Who said that? Who said that?
That was a fun song.
It was brilliant when you joined in. It was my favourite Joel moment for ages on the podcast. It was good.
It's good.
That was.
Whoa!
That was. Oh my God! That was my stomach. I was sort of going. For Christ's sake, can you hurry up? I'm
That was like the
starving.
noise at the start of X-Pac's theme. Oh, make some noise!
I hope the microphone's picked that up. Bloop. That was the Week in Wrestling.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
Mailbag time. Ooh. Heidi ho, diddlerinos.
Heidi-ho!
The Voyager space probes were launched in 1977, carrying on board a golden record containing music that best represents the human race, including Bach, Mozart, and Chuck Berry, as well as native music from across the globe. If Voyager were to launch again tomorrow, and you were in charge of selecting various items of wrestling or wrestling-adjacent music that encapsulates the entire history of human existence and best represents the pinnacle of our species' artistic expression, what music would you choose? The probe also contains recordings of greetings in many different languages. So as a bonus, what do you think would be the most inappropriate wrestling catchphrase or soundbite to greet a new alien species with?
Put some respect on my name.
Even the aliens are stealing from you now. Feel free to give multiple answers for each. Cheers, lads. You're all great. Former ex-West Brom forward, Jose Altidore, a.k.a. Sam from Hastings. Thank you very much, Sam from Hastings.
Josie Altidore.
I don't know if he played.
He didn't play for West Brom. He played for Sunderland. And I think
fact-checking
Hull.
time.
And I think Hull. Unless there's a Jose Altidore as well.
Yeah.
Which could be true.
Jose.
Oh, then it's not Josie Altidore. You know he's going to score. We'll go wild. He scored one league goal.
Yeah, he didn't score.
Oh.
It was really embarrassing.
Ooh.
Then we swapped him for Jermaine Defoe. It was all fine.
Right, so that song that you sung there, that's what we put on the gold record.
He's
It's like, who's he?
So what we're picking for the music?
First of all, a wrestling theme that you'd put on the gold record to show alien species how
All
cool.
wrestling adjacent.
I'm picking a wrestling one.
Mike Awesome's ECW theme. A classic.
Of all the iconic wrestling songs.
It's the best one.
I tried singing that at a wrestling event a while ago, and because of this podcast and people I talk to, I assume everyone knows it.
I remember
Awesome, is it? No one joining in at all. I'm
You
like,
two-
oh, I'm sorry.
you two used to sing it quite a lot, and I never knew how to sing along. I never knew that.
Did you not?
If you go on the YouTube video of it, all the comments are from it was lockdown, wasn't it? Lockdown
Oh
times.
god, that must have been it.
He'll be an awesome bomb, and you're gonna tap out or something like that.
You go down, they never come up.
Oh, that's it.
Awesome is his
Yeah.
name. All his victims feel the pain.
Drop
Drop with an awesome bomb. You go down and you never come up.
Good.
Made his name in the rising sun.
I'm
I'm not gonna sing the whole thing again.
I might
That's
go
for the aliens.
just to a song that encapsulates the cheesiness and emotion of wrestling. I might go for My Sacrifice. 'Cause it's just,
Oh,
Don't give them ideas.
what do you mean?
These aliens, they might sacrifice us.
Oh, it's not about that. It's about our sacrifice.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That's, I
they
see your
might
point
they might
there.
not get past the intro. They might come on.
Whereas when they hear Mike Awesome's theme, they'll be like, Jesus Christ, who's this?
Yeah.
Avoid him.
These might be these might be friendly.
Steering the ship away.
They might be friendly aliens.
Not for much longer after they hear this.
A waste of a one would be Ric Flair's theme because they already know that. That's their banger. They love that.
Yeah, they're like, boo, what a cliche.
Yeah.
Boo. I was going to say Glorious by Bobby Roode. That's right. He sung it and performed it himself.
Oh, man, that was great times, that.
Yeah. So aliens would know that we're cool.
Glorious.
Yeah. To get their swivel chairs on the deck and be like, let's go with this. Like.
Obviously, got to give an obligatory Wild and Young by American Bang.
Oh, no.
Really good
Oh,
song.
no.
Slow it down, you move a little too fair.
Oh, I hate that song.
What?
Oh, I said, we are young.
Wild and
Wild and... Oh, horrible.
Fell in love with a southern girl.
I read the Wikipedia page. It was like they had that hit single and then they effed off.
And it's Wild and Young, and it's all these young wrestlers posing at the start of, and then one of them is Brian.
Yeah.
The most seasoned travel.
And then Greetings.
Greetings.
Like, from that you put on there.
Oh, sorry.
I beg your pardon. I realised I would that
So
very
you just
badly.
carried on the next one. Catchphrase.
Yeah, like good evening.
There you go.
That's a good one. That's a good starting point.
Yeah. And they're like, it's morning, you idiots. So say the
It's
aliens.
the most inappropriate greeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know? You better call somebody. Like E.T.
Who used to call people humanoids?
Bobby Heenan.
Bobby Heenan.
Oh, there we go. Because they're not, they're aliens.
They might get offended by that.
Did Chris Statlander have a catchphrase when she was an alien?
Boop.
Yeah.
That one then.
That'll work. Like my stomach just did. Aye.
Just Jim Ross going, she's from the Andromeda Galaxy.
And oh my God, I think she's out of this world. I'd love to give her a peck on the cheek.
Oh my God, that's where that was going. I thought that was going somewhere. I thought he hated her because she was an alien. He found that stupid. He loved Anna Jay. I hope she has a wardrobe malfunction.
Oh God!
That's what that was sort of the last one
and
he
then he
did.
apologised to her and deleted it.
That was like the last big one he did before they clearly went, Jim.
I'm sorry. You're watching WWE Revolution.
He stopped caring now because I think Alundra Blaze put like a selfie on Twitter. He's just like, my God, that's delightful. Deborah, I think he called her.
Put the barbecue sauce on you. Oh God, it was on Collision this week. He said Nigel and JR have good chemistry, but this misstepped slightly because he went, "Who do you think's had a good match with Okada?" And JR is doing like sums in his head, going, "Well, I can't say Nakamura," so he tries to just make reference to like Freddie Mercury, and he goes, "He's not here anymore," and Nigel's like, "Yes, Freddie Mercury died decades ago." And I'm like, no, he's trying to, like, he's just being too crafty. And then at some point out, like, on the show, Nigel said, "Oh, Nakamura, you wrestled him earlier?" I was like, oh, we're going to say his name right. Oh,
Was it JR
bless him.
trying to work around it, or was it just JR not being able to remember Nakamura's name? Could have been either, I
Yeah,
suppose.
and it's also funny. It's like, why are you talking about Nakamura when Okada's there with all the AEW talent?
He's a Japanese
Ospreay,
man as
Omega.
well.
No. No, you peaked with Nakamura. It's all been downhill since then. Cheers, JR.
He reminds me of another Japanese man. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, yes, good evening and boop, would say the aliens. Thank you very much, Sam from Hastings. Hello, diddlers.
Hello.
Long-time fan since Name Redacted days. Yeah, I was a huge subscriber to Name Redacted. At this point, are some people confused if your old YouTube channel was actually called Name Redacted?
Well,
Oh,
people are
yeah,
confused because the name redacted thing was about King Ross because it was trademarked.
Yeah.
But then people started going, "Oh, your old channel was called Name Redacted." And it wasn't. It was about King Ross's name.
Yeah.
Oh, is that how it started?
That's how it started,
I
yeah.
thought it was because we couldn't say...
No, say
We
what?
couldn't say Freddie Mercury.
Yeah. People, I don't know. You'd have to ask them, I suppose. But I think people still know. They're still going.
We just ran with it. People
Yeah.
call it
Yeah,
Name
you know,
Redacted,
if something
yeah.
becomes a bit, you just pick it
Yeah.
up and deal with it. Anyway, I've included the publisher's marketplace description of a book coming out in fall 2026 involving wrestling and Rasputin. Tubman. Considering the book uses a Rasputin as the inspiration for a pro wrestler, what historical figure do y'all think, that's what it says, would make a great pro wrestler? I'd say the White Death, Simo Hayan, especially after
The
hearing
sniper.
Maffew mention him on last week's podcast.
It was me.
No problem. Well, yeah, you did have the.
oh, wow.
We both made it. Yeah. I'll take the credit. Thank you for the endless entertainment. Kindly, St. Paulie Captain Jackson Irvine, aka Dan Mullen Davis from Minneapolis.
Thank you, Dan.
Minneapolis. You got the picture, Joel, that I sent you?
Oh yeah.
Look alive, sir. Look alive.
Oh yeah.
Great town as well, Minneapolis. I don't know. There's Prince is from there. Or is he from St. Paul?
Yeah. Do you want to put on your finest American accent there,
I can't
Ross?
read
No,
it.
you can do it, Matthew. That's your bag now.
Oh, okay, fair enough
You've
then.
taken the ball too far.
Author of Billy Lyons' Long Halftime Walk and winner of the Book Critics Circle and Pan Hemingway Award, Ben Fountain's Rasputin Swims the Potomac, a political satire presenting an alternate timeline in which President Trump campaigns for a constitutionally dubious third term, with the help of a mystical pro wrestler named Rasputin, who can cure a new pandemic plaguing the nation. This sounds like some sort of thing I don't want to start reading, to be honest with you. But as Rasputin's supernatural powers grew beyond mere stunts, the campaign finds itself trapped in a spandex-clad destiny that no member of executive orders can control. To Megan Lynch at Victorian Books in a major deal. Is this part of the book or not? In an exclusive submission for publication. I'm worried that we read that out.
It goes right through me, that impression. It's very good.
Sorry.
No, it's very good. But it's a bit Sheriff J.W. Pepper from Bond.
Yes.
J.W. Pepper.
Secret agent on whose side? Sorry.
So what historic figure would be a good wrestler?
Yeah, there we go. Should have said that.
That's all right.
Jeffrey Dahmer for me.
No, why does he get brought up all the time now?
Just he's the wind beneath my wings. That's what you want me to say.
You ever know that you're my hero?
I think there's legs in a gimmick like Jeffrey's.
No, there's no legs.
Gimmick.
There's none elite. I think you gotta go for the obvious. Jesus is up there. He's magic. He can do powers and that.
It's magic. He has the power of flight.
Jesus is up there for me.
Wherever he's distracted, Jesus can use his powers.
That's absolutely right.
He would never lie.
No, the opponent goes to take a swig of water. Jesus has turned into wine. He's pissed.
Oh no, Judas with the steel chair from behind.
Yeah, exactly. He's got all the
Oh
storylines.
damn it! Yeah, I'm agreeing with this
Pontius
now.
Pilate's the evil GM.
Ava.
Who else? Who's like the biggest heel in history? Oh god. Right, carry on.
Yeah. Hey, how about that?
Who is the biggest heel?
No.
Let's work it out.
No, 'cause I think I know who I'm.
Who are you going for?
The one who's been referenced a lot given the events of the past few weeks in Elon Musk and that.
Oh.
He's got to be in modern history, certainly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I would have picked someone like Henry VIII
Great shout.
because he's massive.
What a gimmick.
Yeah.
Apparently quite an
He could do the
athlete.
little dance like Obafemi.
Quite an athlete in his youth, apparently.
Apparently, he was quite an athlete.
Quite
and then
dashing.
He put on the pounds.
Fair
you know.
enough. Like a luchador or something. He ends up.
That's right.
He's
yeah.
a luchador.
There you go. They start like that, and then they get fatter.
Like
They still have the talent.
like Flair with his wives. Is Flair on his sixth?
Oh, God, actually, yeah.
Flair's
How many-
wifeless at the minute, isn't he? Yeah.
Oh right.
He's wifeless.
Fifi
Yeah, I'm wifeless.
Fifi from WCW, they split up, didn't they?
Henry VIII's a great shout. He's like a wrestling character himself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, like a heel champ, he made himself a title.
Yeah.
Proclaimed himself the Church of England World Heavyweight Champion.
Manson's up there for me, probably.
Oh my
Charles.
God, this podcast.
Charlie.
Bray Wyatt, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
he's got his gimmick. He's got his stable around him.
Yeah.
Why have we gone for serial killers and stuff? Well, I guess Manson was a spree killer, technically.
Well, in fairness, the Netflix documentaries aren't doing. Here's a documentary about a happy thing that happened.
Yeah.
So, wow. Thanks for that question.
Yeah.
Hello to all you good-looking daddies. Oh.
Thank you.
Cheers.
A few months... Sorry, it's not applying to you because you haven't aged, Jack. Sorry. A few months ago, my husband, mother-in-law, and I were having a nice meal at Butakun. I think that's how you pronounce it. Just across from... Oh, Haymarket Bus Station. I know what you're talking about.
What kind of food?
We were nearly finished eating when a gorgeous couple, man and woman, sat at the table next to us.
Ooh la la.
The guy had a striking presence because of his handsome face and huge muscles. He somehow looked familiar to me. It took me a few minutes to figure out why. Bastard! It was bloody Pac.
Oh my god.
Obviously, I started fangirling. I did this internally, though, as I didn't want Pac to think I was a weirdo. My husband and mother-in-law, on the other hand, noticed how I was acting strangely. I whispered to them who the person sitting next to us was, and even Googled a picture of him to prove it was really Pac. My husband suggested saying hi to him. I contemplated it. I really wanted to talk to him because this would have been the first time I had a conversation with a wrestler. However, I didn't want to bother him, seeing as he was Benjamin at the time. Who's that? At the time and spending time with his lady. His real name's Pac. What are you on about? I thought about
Natalie
this way too long.
Slattery. That's his wife. Fantastic name.
Before I knew it, another couple joined them. And from what I could gather, it was a business meeting. I definitely couldn't interrupt them now. In the
my
end, I
God.
decided not to do anything. After we left the restaurant, I started feeling disappointed I didn't speak with Pac, but I was extremely happy that I at least got to be that close to a certain wrestler, a famous wrestler even, sorry. My questions are, how should I have handled that situation? Is there a certain etiquette wrestlers expect when being approached by fans? Also, how would you guys like to be approached? I've been living in Newcastle for around 5 years now, and always been a lookout for any cultaholic guys whenever I'm out and about. No luck though. But when it happens, I want to be utmost respectful of the people who have been providing me with excellent content even before coming to the UK. I look forward to hearing your answers. Keep up the good work, and hopefully I'll see you soon. From current Newcastle United manager Eddie Howe, a.k.a. Jerby from Blake Law.
Well, thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Jerby.
Cheers,
Very
Jerby.
nice thing. Look at you getting to see Pac. I haven't seen
I know.
Over
I've
100
seen Pac.
Oh, no, sorry. I saw him at the signing, but he was supposed to be there.
I saw him drunk once.
In what context?
I was out late one night and I was going from Rise to Aspers, actually. I wasn't gambling. I was going to meet a lass there, right? I'll be honest. Right?
sure.
But
Maybe
on
you were gambling then.
but on the well, it never went anywhere, so probably yeah. But I was walking there with my mate, and we were on the way from where Rise is to Chinatown, where Aspers is.
That's right.
That bloke looks like Pac. My mate went, he does look like Pac. And we were like, oh my God. And he was off his face. He was being like held up by his mate. He was having a great night. We didn't say hello.
It's like that clip. Oh, I forget where he's at. I think it's an Irish show. But
This might be when he was in WWE still, actually. Maybe in between.
okay.
When he was, yeah.
But he's done some move to somebody in the crowd in the arena and think, whoa, he goes up to some woman and films the phone and goes, it's all right, nice city this, bonny lass, or something like that. And I'm like, oh, it sounded his most out, having a night out in Newcastle-ish.
Yeah. I think it just, everyone's different, isn't it? So you can never actually tell what they're going to be like when you say hello.
I think people have said, like it's best just to leave if they're eating with someone.
I think
it's
she
like,
did-
can you just leave us alone?
I think she did the right thing.
Yeah, I think you did the right
I
thing
think
there.
maybe
Yeah.
if she'd even as she's leaving or going to the toilet or whatever, just go like, oh, by the way, big fan, but then just carry on. I think that's all
Yeah.
right.
Or wait outside the restaurant.
Yeah, I was gonna
40
say,
minutes in the rain.
let them finish the meal, and on the way out, just quickly follow them. Just say,
Right, that's
if you
it.
don't mind, quick picture. See you later.
Yeah, he might burp in your face because he's just had a good meal, but you know, them's the breaks.
It's always hard to tell because everyone's different, isn't it? There's been wrestlers who I've met and I've been like, oh, they were a bit miserable, but then you think they don't know me. They don't owe me anything.
Hey, and what context was it? Were you bothering them or?
Jack was in the airport. He had 7 pictures to be signed.
I was going to eBay them all. No, I can't think of like one in particular. It's just when you meet people, you don't know what they're going to be like. If you see me, come and say hello. I'll probably be nice. Oh my God, that sounds awful.
The way I love to be approached by people is with when they have money and they give me like over £100. That's the way, you know, I love that.
You've really gone for it there.
Yeah.
Over 100 as well.
Yeah,
Wow.
3 figures. Yeah, I'm not cheap.
Nothing in return. Just I like that's how people
Handshake, a picture, autograph.
I'm imagining a wordless exchange. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, was I just say hello? Say, yeah, all right, pal. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like to think I'm approachable, but my mates have said, by the way, like, oh, I saw you in town. They messaged me on Facebook. I've seen you in town today. I went, why are you messaging me now? Because I know you looked really serious, so I didn't want to disturb you. It's because I power walk everywhere, and people just like, you gotta have your resting bitch face on if you're just in town to get bothered by
You
people.
need to start skipping around the town.
Cody!
We've missed quite an important detail there, which was the business meeting. When the people came in for the business meeting, did it time to play the game play over the speakers? Was it Triple H and Steph, is what I'm saying?
It's good, though.
Is he trying to tap him up or pack him up?
Oh, nice.
Pack him up.
Yeah.
Dark Side of the Ring Season 6 has been announced.
It's a 6 season now, Jesus.
10 new episodes. Hell in a Cell, Mankind, Undertaker. Big Van Vader, Tony Atlas, Ludwig Borger,
Oh, God. All right. Okay, that one I'll be watching.
Billy Jack Haynes.
Oh,
Didn't he-
my
Didn't he
God.
shag a dog or something?
What? No.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Who are you thinking of?
I'm thinking.
Dog shagging?
I'm pretty sure.
Billy Jack Haynes?
He interferes with dogs.
Something happened with a dog. Dog fiddler. I might have just made that up. Allegedly. Hot Stuff Eddie Graham. Gilbert, sorry. Not Graham.
Eddie Graham.
I can't see how with glasses on. Superstar Billy Graham.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Daphne. That'll be a sad one.
Yeah.
The original Sheik. And then Mohammed Hassan.
The original She.
Some of
Oh,
those
the
are
Hassan one will be good.
just Dark Side of the Ring, right? Some of those are like, what's
They're just biographies.
just, hey, this is a thing that happened. Some of them are like, oh God, that Billy Jack.
What's
one's
the
gonna be
tragic thing with Tony Atlas? Apart from the fetish.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Oh, because I guess if you interview him, he's got to talk about the
Doesn't
Bruiser
he
Brody murder.
He
He was
appears
there
on all
for.
kinds of stuff, doesn't he? So
He's had a-
Oh yeah, he
he's-
was there for the Brody. He
Yeah.
held him while he was waiting for the ambulance. Yeah,
There's
Jesus.
that. He's had a crazy life and crazy career. You know,
Okay.
he kept on getting fired by Vince and kept on coming back. So
Fair.
yeah, he's crazy.
Interesting.
Billy Jack, oh my god, and Ludwig Borger.
That's
oh.
going to be a tough one.
Oh no. Oh.
Horrible guy.
Oh. Anyway, they're horrible people, but you are lovely. For sending us your lovely questions, mailbag@cultaholic.com.
Just imagine one of the people who sent in secretly Ludwig Borger. He's like, I fooled them.
Riz piss. Hope you've been happier than that bit. How you doing, pals?
How you doing, pal?
It's Rumble season, and whilst Jack has recently made the wild claim that he prefers the other NXT match types to the Rumble.
No.
When did you say this?
I said the Iron Survivor recently has been better than Royal Rumble.
'cause you're not a fan of Triple H era, right?
I'm not. I think the Iron Survivor has a better success rate so far, but it's a very small sample size.
That's also true. You can't beat the stat-filled stipulation. With that in mind, I thought it could be fun to play a Royal Rumble edition of Play Your... I didn't say that very well. I know that, Joe. I can hear you sniggering.
I think he coughed.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm really sorry. It could be fun to play a Royal Rumble edition of Play Your Cards Right. There you go. A bit better.
I thought you said it fine.
Yeah, he said it fine.
I'm very conscious of your noises, so I'd assume if any noise comes out of you, it's laughter. I apologise. You can make other noises. So Maffew can do his best Bruce Forsyth and join in too.
It's nice to see you.
To see you nice.
There you go.
That's what he does. I will give you a superstar, and you just have to say if you think the next superstar will have more or less eliminations than them.
Hiya!
Ever. Like,
Straight away.
like
All
a
right.
cumulative over the Rumbles.
Give you no, I think it could be just one Rumble then. Look at the numbers.
I feel like it's... Oh, I feel like it might be ever.
I think it's ever.
Forever?
Forever.
Ever never
Substance
feels
is
that
the next
long
one.
until you're grown. I noticed that the day by day...
I'm going to say one.
No, I'm going to say...
All
Why
right,
is it
well,
just decided?
I'm trying to tell you how he wants him to with the numbers, all right? I'm trying to help you. Jey Uso, and that's the one we're starting off with one elimination.
Higher!
Big Boss Man, 8 eliminations.
That's ever. That's got to be
Lower.
ever. Because 8 is the record for, like, the women's Rumble or something like that.
Oh, okay.
There's
yeah,
no
you
way
know what,
Boss
okay.
Man
Yeah, I
is
think it's
8.
combined.
I beg your pardon then, you are correct.
The next
So-
one. The next one after 8.
It's got to be lower.
Lower.
Steve Blackman, 0 eliminations. It says, sorry, Jack.
Wait, shouldn't you read out the next person's name?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then so and so got more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, I beg your pardon.
It's
yeah.
all right.
Oh.
Just stop doing that from now. It's all right.
Kurt Angle,
Higher.
Higher than 0.
7 eliminations. The Rock,
Higher.
10 eliminations.
Yeah.
Oh, great Khali.
Lower.
11 eliminations.
Piss off! That's not right.
Becky Lynch.
Lower.
Yeah, lower. She comes in late in Rumble. She's a big star. Lower.
She's had a few title matches as well down the years.
Yeah.
7 eliminations.
Okay.
Ooh.
More than
And
I thought.
finally, inexplicably, Kwang.
Oh, wow.
Lower.
1 elimination.
Yeah, right. I thought it was going to be like a mad trick.
I'm not sure what the thought process was there, but God love you.
Kwang had gone on a mad run and we just.
There we have it.
A shallow field for the higher look.
Yeah.
How well did you do? If
All
you manage to
right.
do a clean sweep, I will commit to bringing back Von Wagner to be the new gym coach of a reformed Chase U on the main roster. Destroy
even.
every stable on it. For Jack, I will bring back Melina, in brackets, the old pervert. And personally induct Steve Blackman and the Misfits in Action theme song into this year's Hall of Fame.
I do enjoy the Misfits in action.
Misfits.
In action.
Yours truly, head of WWE Creative, an all-round shy guy, Triple H,
Thanks, Paul.
Guy.
a.k.a. Tom from East Anglia.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, pal.
Hey.
Wow, what a Reese's Pieces that was.
That was a great game.
It was. It was.
Great long game.
Dad, I completely messed up.
Nice to see you. What's his like sign off, Bruce? Is that it?
Ooh, I don't know if they sign off.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's see you. You don't get anything for a double.
You get a bit of a hey! Hey!
I'm too northern to understand him sometimes, Bruce.
How did he not get outed for anything during his illustrious
He's just a
career?
nice man, apparently.
So affiliated with the BBC for so many years.
Well, no, I'm not going to say what I was about to say. I was going to say maybe he was too doddery to catch them, but
Well, we're ending this podcast on a happy, positive
oh
note.
Christ, we don't even have anything left.
That's right. This is the bit where this is the bit people will remember. Jack, what have you got for us this Rumble weekend?
What happened at is what I'm doing this Rumble weekend, which will come out immediately after the Rumble live stream, which is on
Lovely.
youtube.com/cultaholic/live. But then I will miss our first Rumble, our first pay-per-view dedicated podcast because I am on my big walk.
That's right, the big wank.
The big walk.
I'm sorry, I'm dyslexic.
Weirdest episodes out on the channel. And before I leave, I am also recording Matches of the Month podcast. And I'm also recording the Patreon exclusive Wrestlers of the Month video.
Oh,
There you go, the first of a new series.
very nice. God, John Moxley's going to be number one. And Ross, what have you got for us this Rumble weekend?
Yeah, look at the channel this week. Pictures are all live. Predictions are live. This podcast is now live. The live stream with Adam and Andrew is live while the show is going on right here on this very YouTube channel. I'll be doing WTF on the Patreon on Monday or Tuesday, depending on when we get it. Because I'm going to have to watch the show twice, I think, just to get the WTF script written.
Bless you.
Looking for those little bits that people don't care about. But yeah, Monday evening, myself and Maffew, and maybe Joel if he's here.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Probably.
We'll do the Rumble special for the podcast. It will be an official podcast. It will have a number. It's a numbered episode. It's part of the podcast. You know what people are going to say, Maffew? This isn't a proper podcast. But we'll
Yes,
do a...
but they'll have to click the video to say that, so it counts as a hit. It's okay.
We'll do a mailbag or something at the end. If you have any Royal Rumble event-related questions, we'll get them answered on there.
Yes.
And then we'll, yeah.
Or just send us your dodgy Rasputin scripts. Whichever.
And then
We'll make it work.
We'll see you next Friday for the regular installment of the podcast.
That was
I don't
magnificent.
know who's going to be on instead of me. It might just be you two.
I think that's all it is now, isn't it?
Fair.
Yeah.
It's become so much of a beast. We can't ruin other people's weeks so much because they have
Everyone
stuff to
runs
do.
away from it. Like it's a bad smell.
We had to stop Tom, though, from, I'll do it. No, Tom, you've already got a million things on.
Yeah. Tom,
And he
offered-
can't because he's on his honeymoon anyway. Because I am cat sitting for a day and a bit because I'm on the rotor. So that'll be what I'm doing. We've pre-recorded the Cultaholic Classic SmackDown review. It's the one after No Mercy. It's
Which
the-
year?
2002.
The Hell in a Cell you
after
was
the
on.
amazing Hell in a Cell beating, fantastic. The Big Show shows up on SmackDown after being a mid-card dude on Raw. And the crowd like, oh, really?
But he'll never beat Lesnar, though.
He's not going to beat Lesnar at Survivor Series. That would be just, oh, the lolly.
Yeah.
damn you, Paul Heyman.
He
Yeah.
might do it again to Roman. Is that his favour? It doesn't matter. Well,
Imagine if
if he turns on Roman.
Heyman brings back
Punk.
the Big Show.
Yeah.
No, not for
In the exact same gear as well.
help CM
Singlet
Punk.
and jeans.
And the Big Show with the Rizzler on his shoulders because they're friends now.
That's right. Looks like Master Blaster from Mad Max. We're just digressing now, so we'll end. Yeah, there we go. Patreon.com/Cultaholic. Mailbag@cultaholic.com. This has been Jack, Ross, Maffew, the lovely Joel. Now I'm going to point at the screen and say, oh, fantastic. 3, 2, 1.